रिस्टार्ट त गर्दिएँ तर स्टिल गट लट अफ टाइम अझै टन्नै छ तर बाल भएन होइन अझै लाइक 15 मिनट 20 मिनट जति चाहिँ छ होला अझै त्योभन्दा अगाडि मैले चाहिँ यहाँ छोरी देखाउन लाग्यो लिगको रिजल्टहरू हेर्नु त्यहाँ ओहो हेलो मामा भाइ हेलो जानमारा पारा बोय प्लेयर भाइ के छ फुल गेमिङले अघि नै आएर कमेन्ट गरिसक्यो ओके हेलो ह्यापेक्स अफिसियल स्ट्रङ पहिला सबैभन्दा पहिला आज चाहिँ ग्रुप बी र ईको हुन्छ होइन तर यो 3 दिनको म्याचहरू जुन भएको थियो ए भर्सेस बी सी भर्सेस डी र ए भर्सेस सीको त्यो अनुसार चाहिँ लिग स्ट्यान्डिङ चाहिँ यस्तो छ टिम एक्स पार्कको के फर्स्टमा 149 पोइन्ट के दिस र मेगा एक्स सेकेन्डमा छ ओरेन्ज रक चाहिँ 94 फोर्थमा रहेछ तर हामीलाई यहाँनिर त बाल भएन होइन हामीले हेर्नुपर्ने भनेको नेपाली टिमहरूमा चाहिँ एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स चाहिँ आज 13मा छ होइन विथ 52 पोइन्ट्स 3 दिनको म्याचहरूले अनि नेपाली होन चाहिँ 16मा छन् विथ 43 पोइन्ट्स अनि हाम्रो सोल्टी स्क्वाड 18मा 19मा चाहिँ द डिस्ट्रोयर अनि ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस चाहिँ 23मा छन् भनेदेखि हाम्रो हाइपकाहरू चाहिँ 27मा छन् दे स्टिल गट अझै 3टा म्याच आजको म्याच भोलिको म्याच र पर्सिको म्याच अझै बाँकी छ अनि आई होप सबै नेपाली टिमहरू चाहिँ उसमा जान्छन् यहाँबाट चाहिँ टप 24 चाहिँ क्वालिफाइड हुन्छ अरे अनि आज खेल्ने भनेको चाहिँ ग्रुप बी र डी खेल्छन् ग्रुप बी र डीमा चाहिँ अब डीमा चाहिँ हाम्रो नेपालको टिम भनेको दुईटा एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स र ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस हो र ग्रुप बीमा चाहिँ हाम्रो सोल्टी स्क्वाड त्यही हो अब हेर्दिउँ आज नेपाली टिमहरूले चाहिँ कस्तो खेल्छन् होपिङ फर द बेस्ट होइन ग्रुप बी र ग्रुप डीका नेपालीहरूले चाहिँ लाइक उनीहरूको फर्स्टमा चाहिँ एकदम निकै नै राम्रो प्रस्तुति गरेको थियो होइन अब अरू ग्रुपमा चाहिँ हल्का नराम्रो भएको थियो तर अझै 3 दिनको म्याचहरू बाँकी छन् 3 दिनमा अब 4 म्याच इच डे त्यही लेट्स होप उनीहरूको पनि पछिको आउने दिनमा राम्रो होस् त्यो आज भनेको चाहिँ एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस सोल्टी स्क्वाड र त्यो स्ट्रिम स्टार्ट हुन अझै टाइम छ होइन त्यही भएर हल्का गफसफ हान्दिनँ टाइमहरू पर्ने क्या आफू पनि पछिको आउने दिनमा राम्रो होस् गीत सित चाहिँ अब बन्द गरिदिउँ होइन अब माउसहरू मिलाउँछु यता हेर्छु फेरि चाहिँ त्यो पोइन्ट टेबलहरू हेर्दिउँ होइन ओके ओहो हेलो हेलो देख्दै छौँ अरे एकैछिन के मिलाउनु पर्ने छ एकैछिन नेपाली हो नि नेपाली हुनेहरूको छैन आज उनीहरू 43 टप 16 मा त छन् हैन हाइपकोहरू चाहिँ 27 मा छन् बट अझै 3 दिनको म्याचहरू बाँकी नै छ लेट्स सी यति भन्दै अब फेरि ब्याक टु देयर अझै 14 मिनेट बाँकी छ गाइज 14 मिनेट बाँकी नै रहेछ हो ElementriX in 13th position with 4 game no bad let's see today yes brother निकै नै राम्रो छ उनीहरुको चाहिँ अझै 3 दिनको म्याचहरु अझै बाँकी नै छ आज चाहिँ यो चाहिँ 4th डे let's see म चाहिँ हल्का चाँडो आइदिएको त्यो उसहरू देखाउन होला होइन र तर चाँडो त लास्टै चाँडो भइसक्यो क्या अझै 13 मिनट बाँकी है त्यो त भएन नि हौ के छैन यसरी नै वेट गर्ने बस्नु आज एक्सको छ है गेम यस आज ElementriX को सोल्टी स्क्वाडको र ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेसको छ हाइपको 4 गेम मात्र बाँकी छ टिडी को नि 4 गेम मात्र छ अनि नेपाली हुनेको 4 गेम मात्र बाँकी यिनीहरू परिवर्तन गाह्रो छ हैन हेरौं they got chance anything is possible thank you hypo nepo for sharing the stream and के छैन अब गफ खाने orange र 1 छिरिसके हरे ओके मैले चाहिँ गेम खोलेको छैन they might have ल गाइस डोन्ट फर्गेट टु शेयर द स्ट्रिम एज वेल फेसबुकमा पनि स्ट्रिम भइरहेको छ र युट्युबमा पनि ब्रो तिम्रो एउटा मोड चाहिँ काम नलाग्ने छ यार अरे मैले अब मोडहरु फिल्टर गरिसकेको छु नेपाली टिम विल राइज अगेन अरे यस एक्स पनि छ बाइ द वे त्यो टिमहरु कुन कुन खेलिरहेको छ त्यो सबै मैले चाहिँ उसमा लेखेको छु डिस्क्रिप्सनमा लेखिदिएको छु आज ओरेजलाई देखाउन लगाएर एग्रेसिभ छैन गेम नेपालीको यो चोटीको पोइन्ट सिस्टमले डुबायो नेपाली टिमलाई लेट्स सी के हुन्छ आई नो त्यो भ्याक्सो त्यस्तै हो त भ्याक्सो पनि खासै एक्टिभ हुँदैन त्यो भएर मैले अब भ्याक्सोको मोड उस गरिसकेको छु मैले सबै मोडहरु सबै उस गरिसकेँ म आफै एक्टिभ पनि हुँदैन आज चाहिँ नेपालीहरुको चाहिँ जबरदस्त परफर्मेन्स देख्न पाइने हुने आश गर्दैछु र 10 मिनेट बाँकी र 10 मिनेट पनि यही ट्याक्टक हुनेछ त्यतिबेला म चाहिँ के गर्छु भन्दाखेरि लाइक चाहिँ गर्न नबिर्सिनु होला if you are new सब्स्क्राइब पनि गरिदिनुस् म चाहिँ यहाँ के मिलाउन आँटेको थिएँ जिजी नेपाल नो I don't need mod thank you Anis for subscribing यो एकैछिन म यता मिलाउँदैछु नेपालीले बबाल खेल्छ आज खेल्नुपर्छ यार एक्स इज बेस्ट टिम अनि एक्स सोल्टी स्क्वाड अनि अर्को कुन हो अर्को चाहिँ ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस हो एन्ड नेपालको पहिले अर्को एकाउन्ट बनाएर सब हानिदिन्छु जिजिएन नेपाल होइन यार जिजी नेपाल हो कि त जिजिएन भन्नुहोस् कि त जिजिएन नेपाल ल भ्याक्सो चाहिँ आएको छैन भ्याक्सो तर तिमीलाई चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ मोडरेटरबाट हटाइदिन्छु है आज नेपाल भर्सेस जिम्बाब्वे पनि भइरहेको छ अरे ल क्रिकेट सपोर्टर्सहरुको लागि है यो चाहिँ नेपाल भर्सेस जिम्बाब्वे भइरहेको छ र मलाई बुट थियो न रे हैन मजा मोडहरु उस नगर्ने 43 मा 3 आउट हिजो ए यो जो पोपो ओरेन्ज र वान नै होला मेबी जुनियर खेल्छ कि खै थाहा छैन हामी यस्तै त हो नि ब्रो अब 8 मिनेटमा चाहिँ सुरु हुनेछ नो क्रिकेट पब्जी अरे ए होइन मैले उस भने मात्र क्रिकेटको म्याच पनि चलिरहेको रहेछ भनेर लेट्स सी अब केही छिनमा चाहिँ अब यो नेपालको म्याच पनि गीत त कडा छ है यसको मैले सेयर हाने है गाइज आज कोड छ नेपाली टिमहरु भनेको चाहिँ फर्स्ट प्रोसेस एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स र सोल्टी स्क्वाड तिमीले नेपालको कुन स्ट्रिमरको गेम ओपी लाग्छ टप 5 नम्बर 1 म सबैको नाम लाग्छ नट ओन्ली स्ट्रिमर्स अफ स्ट्रिम खेल्नेहरुको पनि मलाई धेरैको राम्रो लाग्छ अब स्ट्रिम भने सबै दामी छ थ्यांक्स किशोर रमाल फर शेयरिङ द स्ट्रिम रे गाइस टीएक्स छ कि नै टीएक्स छैन होला टीएक्स हरु ग्रुप ए मा हो क्या एकछिन रोकाए म हेर्छु ग्रुप ए हो कि Oh, hello Kyle. Oh, say bye ni welcome to the stream. एकैचोटि म हेर्छु को छ तर उनीहरु ग्रुप ए हो कि के मा पो थियो कि टीएक्स चाहिँ Southeast Asia or South Asia. Oh, Group A ma ho TX. Hello, hey babies, haru ke bhancha ho? Hello, सबैजना welcome. Thank you, Legend Space, for subscribing. Thank you for supporting. Today there will be more viewers because Hughes is off stream. There, okay, China. मैले मल्टी स्ट्रिमर रहेछ चाहिँ फेसबुक युट्युब दुवैमा हैन र सकेसम्म नेपाली टिमले जित्योस् भन्ने हो मैले भ्युज भयो म त जेरो भ्युज अन स्ट्रिम गरेको मान्छे हो मलाई त भ्युज त खासै हुन्छ अफ कोर्स अब भ्युज धेरै आयो भने रमाइलो त हुन्छ हैन तर जोलाई थाहा छ हैन जोले मलाई चाहिँ फेसबुकमा स्ट्रिम गरेदेखि चिनेको छ उनीहरुलाई थाहा छ कि मैले जेरो भ्युजमा स्ट्रिम गरे आई नेभर Went for viewers. Hello Lipfong brother, hello. I have to survive this Friday at class at it. Survive मात्र हैन पढ्नु नि पर्छ त्यहाँ बहिनी. Yeah, I know, but you never reply in FE comments. FE comments को चाहिँ मैले अहिले नगर्नुको कारण चाहिँ FE मा अहिले कमेन्ट नै आउँदैन. पहिला त मैले अनि के रे अम्लेट टार्गेटले गर्थे, अम्लेट टार्गेटले ट्याक्क कमेन्ट गर्ने थियो, त्यहाँ देखाउँथ्यो, मैले भन्दै हाल्थे के. कस्तो आहा गरेर भन भ्याक्स. आजको गेममा कुन टिम्स छ नेपालको द एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स भन्दा एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स मात्र भन्छ, त हुँदैन हैन. एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स, सोल्टी स्क्वाड र ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस. ओहो डाक्टर साहब वेलकम टु द स्ट्रिम. भ्याक्सले डिस लगायो हैन. I am here in the search of good girlfriend. Pirate boy, you are in the wrong place. Why you so naughty? Well, naughty mother, I am everything, bro. Life yesterday. I'm yesterday, bro. Love bichara time out ante. Bro, आजको गेममा नि एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स ओपी हो. एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स हैन, आई होप सबै नेपाल तीनटै नेपाली टिमले चाहिँ ओपी खेलुन् हैन. सबै म्याच नेपालीले जितोस्. द्याट्स द विश. आज कसको आज ग्रुप बी र डी को हो क्या. ग्रुप बी र डी को हो. अनि हाम्रो नेपाली टिम भनेको सोल्टी स्क्वाड, एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स र ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस. ल गाइस, स्पोर्ट्स नेपाललाई पनि सहयोग गर्दिउँ भने. नाम चाहिँ कडा हो है तर. HUFYFE on the chat. Welcome. नाइटपुट मलाई पजिमा धेरै पट पठाइदियो भने तरिका. एकैछिन है, म डिस्कर्डमा अटोमेटिक जोइन हुन पनि किन हुँदैन यार. इन केस ल अब चाहिँ एडभर्टाइज आयो. द्याट मिन्स अब एकछिनमा म्याच सुरु हुनेछ. Oh, Luis Boca in the chat, guys. Welcome to the stream as well. यो बोकालाई अब कसको नाम लिएर जिस्काउने होला अब. कसको नाम लिने, किन लिन पर्यो नाम? वाइफी मेरो लभ अरे लल. आयो कमेडी आइरहेको छ केटोले यहाँ मलाई. Anyways, हामी चाहिँ फेरि लाइभ फेसबुक र युट्युबमा दुवैमा लाइक छ. त्यही हो, अब इन्डियाको जसरी यिनीहरूले चाहिँ भिडियो दिएर यिनीहरूको म्युट गरेर भिडियो पाएको छैन नि, त्यही भएर यिनीहरूकै साउन्ड सुनेर मैले चाहिँ बिचमा चाहिँ ड्याङडुङ हालिदिन्छु होइन. त्यही हो, बिस्तारै यस्तै गरेर सिएपछि नेपाली के अरे पब्जी मोबाइलले नै ल नेपालीहरूले नै गर्न खोजिरहेछ भनेर इन्डियाको जसरी दिन्छ कि भन्ने आशमा मैले नि हल्का फुल्का साथ दिइदिएको बिचमा होइन.
8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of ROM, dual engine fast charging. The 17 Pro never hesitates. You can't go wrong with it. We saw our first games of Vikendi yesterday, didn't we, John? Which was actually very, very interesting. Very much
Okay. अब यो बिचबिचमा यिनीहरुको साउन्ड सुन्नुपर्छ यसमा बिचबिचमा मेरो पनि सुन्नुपर्छ
here on Vikendi. It's a lot more cautious, a lot more laid
आज कोही नि छैन रहेछ बोल्न पनि लल अरे के नि हुँदैन
group stages we are in that right now. Group A, B, C and D all comprise
साउन्ड सानो गरेर न ब्रो कमेन्ट्रीको मेरो कमेन्ट्रीको कि त्यो इंग्लिश कमेन्ट्रीको किनकि इंग्लिश कमेन्ट्रीको साउन्ड सानो गरेर नि
the top 16 of the semi-final will go for the regional finals. Well, the duke it out that number 1 spot. Of course, that's going to be the much sought after.
लो गरेर हाई गरेर ब्रो यो PMCO को साउन्ड अलि लो गरौँ न लो त गरे हैन ब्रो तर उसेन
Well, into this season coming in, half of the team did split off. They went and formed Team X.
त्यही हो हैन अब इन्डियाकाहरुमा चाहिँ उनीहरु त्यो इंग्लिश बोलेको म्युट गरेर चाहिँ उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ दिएको हुन्छ मैले यहाँ फेरि त्यो बोलेको म्युट गर्दिए भने गन साउन्डहरु नै आउँदैन के
20 points for the first place, 14, 10 and then so on and so forth.
What up? What up?
Fourth place. 11 to 16th, only awarding you 1 point, just the same as 1 kill.
कस्तो सानो सुनेको कहिले ठुलो गर कहिले सानो गर
coming through means that those early fights
म त कन्फ्युज खाए के
quite beneficial because getting 4
यो
points
यस्तो हो
is
के
the same as
ग्रुप बी र ग्रुप बी को चाहिँ नि खेल्ने आज
really, really good. Here are our groups on the screen for you. You've got Team Mayhem, INS, Godlike, SOLTISQUAD, Entity Gaming, who we've seen doing very well so far, IND, Paul Esports, maybe towards that bottom end right now, Orb Official, and then Group D jump. Yeah, we've got Velocity Gaming. Of course, you've got Orange Rock as well, the team who we saw yesterday have, well, not yesterday, the day before that, have a really, really great
team. This is Watchparty, त्यो इन्डियाले गरेर त्यो हिन्दीमा गरेर त्यो अफिसियल छैन यो
GamingHub and HYDRA, of course.
तर मैले चाहिँ हल्का टुच्चा दिनलाई कपिराइट लाग्दैन I have no idea तर लाए पनि के भएर
Gaming and Orange Rock going
नेपालीलाई सपोर्ट गर्ने यो
these are the two big
कपिराइट लायो भने
Entity Gaming, although they had a really good run of it in day 1, Orange Rock came out massively on top. Like you're saying, John, though, they had a lot of circle look on their side, so they've got to prove themselves today and tell everyone, you know what, our position, our point, they're not just a fluke. Yeah, well, first map we're going to be going to is Erangel, so hopefully that's going to negate a lot of sort of fluke potential because, of course, it's a map that everybody should now be really, really
Nepali
familiar
squad
with. Everyone's played it,
Nepali
at least 4 times moving through
total
in this tournament as well,
Nepali squad
so they should have been able to get their research done, see where people like to land, see where they want to get their drop locations, and they should have planned those rotations
Orange Rock
based on where those circles are going to drop, and we'll see. South Asia being a little more passive than maybe other regions are, just trying to make their way to that final circle, to phase 5, phase 6 and so on forth. And they just want to make sure they get there in the end. We haven't seen too many aggressive plays. Quite early, and it's been paying off because of that, because of being getting those kill points on board, which are nothing to scoff at. Flight path does load up. We're heading south, well, pretty much straight up south to northeast, heading over Sosnovka all the way up to Stalba.
Salty, ElementriX, trust the process.
But I imagine we're still going to see some teams heading over that way, but for the rest of it, everyone's going to be dead. Yeah, let's absolutely get it on here, John. Match 1 of the day to kick it off with South Asia. Currently, only 63 players in the plane, so does this mean, once again, Team Sol are without their final player? Potentially. I mean, that's what we did see the first time around that they...
I know, yeah, like, I do feel sorry now.
That was the day before, wasn't it? Yeah.
They
only had the 3. It looks like they are still missing, I believe it is Frost on their side, so Sol
point कति छ दाजु right now मलाई कन्ट्याक्ट छैन तर यहाँ ElementriX मिसो हेजुलाई चाहिँ स्पेक गरिसकेको छ मिसो हेजु यहाँ उडिरहेका छन् यो प्याराशुट मसँग हुन्छ र पोपो म्यान ओके उनीहरु चाहिँ यता मिसो हेजु चाहिँ अफ कोर्स यहाँ झर्ने तीन जना चाहिँ उतातिर फेरि बिएतिर जान्छन् उनीहरुसँग टिम IND छन् पोपो म्यान र ओरेन्ज सँगसँगै टिम END छन् मिसो हेजु all alone TDP चाहिँ नोभोको जाँदै छन्
rocking with Frost there, Mortal. Yeah, 21 points
Hello.
for Sol.
Hello.
Not great.
आज चाहिँ मिसो हेजुलाई चाहिँ पुरा स्पेक गरिरहेछ
see what they want to be rocking out with. At the moment though, they're still going to be going towards Rostock. No, I think they are actually a full squad here. Oh, so it's another team who is missing a player.
Hello, म बोलेको सुने हैन र भने
We'll have to see who that is in the end. Trusty process, very, very aggressive team, actually deciding to go straight down to Sosnovka.
कस्तो नसुने जस्तो रे
On the eastern
हेलो
side of the military island. We've got ElementriX on our screen right now. Obviously, they got one of the winner
हैन के मोडरेटर भएपछि अब अरूले म छाड्यो भन्ने अब त्यो आफूले पनि छाड्नु पर्छ भन्ने छैन
you get their top frag secure
leave it
and get those kills in.
यहाँ DRB चाहिँ पोचिङकीमा छन्
just dropping on this western side, encompassing quite a bit of the map, but most teams on the coastal side of the east
आज पनि छैन सोलको फुल टिम अब सोलकोहरु 3 जना मात्र खेल्छन् होला है हामी यस्तै त हो नि ब्रो यस हामी यस्तै त हो नि हौ सधैँ यस्तै त हो नि हौ
SOLTISQUAD
यदि फेसबुकमा हेरिराख्नु भएको छैन फेसबुकमा पनि वेलकम युट्युबमा हेर्नु भएको सबैजनालाई वेलकम अफ कोर्स
as you said
फेसबुकमा चाहिँ खासै हुनुहुन्न टिडिपी आज फेरि ब्याक टु नोभो हैन अस्ति एउटा गेममा चाहिँ उनीहरु चाहिँ मिलिट्री झरेको थिए नाउ दे आर ब्याक एट देयर होम र नोभोमा चाहिँ अरु कोही पनि छैन जस्तो छन्
I do try.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to be really juvenile, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, we are all 12 on this broadcast, so it's absolutely fine.
No. We're at least the appropriate age rating for the game.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
That's how old we are.
Yes.
At least.
चान्स पाए नेपाली गर्सी
Anyway, over
यो
and over
चान्स भन्ने कुरा पाउँदैन र पो हो त ओके सेक्सलियोको ब्याकप्याक चाहिँ कडा रहेछ यहाँ
Yeah, trusty process. We'll have a good time down here.
Let's see,
Already
के
you can
हुन्छ
see Saxleo with the SKS.
Yeah.
हामीसँग तीनटा
These two
नेपालीहरु
boxes,
छन्
They should be absolutely fine. When we were just looking at SOLTISQUAD on the top side, facing off, they're going to have to transition through Rozok to get into the middle of the circle there. So they have to go through a couple of teams in particular that we're looking at.
टिम
Mayhem,
END सँगसँगै चाहिँ ओरेन्ज र उसहरु थिए लेट्स सी उनीहरुसँग फाइट पर्छ कि नै 3 मिनेट भइसकेको
We'll
छ
have to make that transitional period of there. And also they have to leave Yasnaya, which leads them open to fire from the team who's currently there with them. Godlike on your screen, making the quick rotation out of Milta.
Yeah.
मेरोमा मात्रै हो कि के उता अफिसियल पबजी म स्ट्रिम गरेको उता स्ट्रिमै नगरेको मैले यता उस गर्न मिल्थेन
Mainly going for a little bit of looting in Milta, a little bit of looting in
उता
Milta
अफिसियल
tower.
पबजी ले स्ट्रिम गरेको
Godlike looking to make that rotation out there fairly quickly.
यहाँ चाहिँ
and
गोल्ड
then can
एल
move
को
free form
रहेछन्
into the circle.
Portal Esports seeing off
M16
velocity.
ओके
On the
AKM
eastern side,
M4
near
दुईटै
Lpovka.
गन भेटिसकेको रहेछ
GamingHub, however, all the way up in Kameshki as
always
well.
in Kameshki,
These
yeah.
rotations now need to start to come into the west across the circle. Did pop, it does zone onto George. Funnily enough, only
त्यही हो
Orange
फेरि
Rock and
सुरुमा अब
Southfield, only
फाइट
team
हुँदैन
to actually go anywhere
लास्टतिर
near
फाइट
George.
हुन्छ
But I did
वन्स
say it
अगेन आज
was a
पनि
little bit of a
सोलको
far
फेरि
I
तीनै
don't
जना
know
अब सोलकोहरुले चाहिँ 4 जना ल्याएर कहिले पनि खेल्दैन
what's
जस्तो छ
I don't know how they've done it, but
well, it was, so the plane path is really to blame here.
गॉड एल
Because it did, of course, go towards the eastern side. I think Orange Rock
गॉड
ramped up and
लाइक
did it out all the
त्यही
way
त
west.
म खासै दिउँसै
Whereas a lot of these teams you could see
अरु
that
टिमहरुको
open
मैले
east
खासै
side like
मतलबै
Hydra
गर्दैन
at the moment.
नेपाली
Orange
टिमलाई
Rock
मात्र
got some
फोकस
sort
गरिरहेछ
of compass for the circle. The circle compass, so they know exactly where it's going to drop. So
4 जनै छ रे सोलको खोइ कुन चाहिँले त 4 जना छैन 3 जना मात्र छ भने
Either
थियो त
that or
अनि
they're really good at predicting these
3
circles.
जना छ र त 63 छ त हेर्नु
One or
न
the other.
फेरि उ अर्कोले 4 जनै छ
Yeah,
भन्छ
playing
नि
their
त
lucky stars. You just
अनि
don't know.
इनिट्रीको
No,
3 जना हो
JPT.
अरे
Yeah, the first circle covers
इनिट्रीको
a
3
few
जना
quarters
अरे
of
खै
the
थाहा
map,
भएन आई हेभ नो आइडिया मैले अघि हेरेन
far
को
away
कता
from the
के थियो है
circle, especially on the first. It's really, you know, 5th, 6th, 7th.
तर अरु
circle
टिमको भन्दा नि
where
मलाई
you
चाहिँ नेपाली
can see
टिमहरुको
a
चाहिँ
lot
उस
of
छ
circle luck
आई एम
affecting
फोकसिङ
it
मोर अन नेपाली
dramatically,
टिम्स
moving forward.
नेपालको लागि उस
You see Team
गरिरहेको
IND, they've made that rotation away from Sosnovka Military Island.
तर यिनीहरुले
Actually,
चाहिँ
it looks
नेपालको
like
चाहिँ
they're
देखाउँदैन
moving
हैन नेपाली
towards the
टिमहरुलाई खासै
location where
देखाउँदैन
actually, there's another squad actually a little bit further up north
Yeah. ElementriX.
near ElementriX near Quarry.
You've got
ओके
Orange
एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स
there.
हरुको कुरा गरेछ उनीहरु चाहिँ नियर
But
क्वेरी
Yosu
हेरे क्वेरी नजिक
and
नजिक छन् हुन्छन् तर
Mr.
देखाउने चाहिँ
Kukuman.
हैन
Either side of the bridge from Sosnovka on the western side, so they can't quite group up with the rest of their team yet. And Team IND currently between them. Mayhem on your screen as well.
Mayhem-हरु
They're
चाहिँ यता
just
होल
outside of
स्क्वाड
Rozok,
स्कुलको
where
उसमा
Seoul are currently
उनीहरुसँग
occupying
ओके कार
most of that
98
area.
र
Seoul
M4
seeming
बोकिरहेको
to
छ
only drop Rozok at the moment. They did the same in the global finals as well.
The circle in this region does seem
मलाई
to
चाहिँ
like
सबै
going to
नेपाली र
northwest,
इन्डियाको
by the
वान
way.
लिस्ट सोलहरु
Yeah, we saw,
Okay.
I think, 2 or 3 of those finishes actually come to pass with the circle in this sort of location. It's split not right down the middle, but pretty much down the river by the river that separates north from south.
देखाउँछ ब्रो किन
North George
नदेखाउने
and South
16
George
छ
as well on
त्यसमा
the estuary.
नेपाली तीनटा
It's a
छ
very
अनि
difficult piece
नेपालीलाई
of
मात्र
terrain to
देखाउँछ
operate around, because you
हैन
need to
हैन
predict
टुच्चा टुच्चा देखाइदिएको
where
हो
you
नि
think the
हुन्थ्यो
circle
नि
might go,
खासै
and
देखाएको
that's
छैन
pretty much
कि
impossible to do accurately 100% of the time. It is a risk, so you need to be setting up yourself based on where you think people are going to be, based on where you currently are, and based on your possible rotation routes on that information.
You kind of got to play the hokey pokey with the river on the middle. You put 1 foot over to the river, and you put 1 foot back. and
पहिलो
you
म्याच
shake it all around and then
6
hopefully
मिनेट
they'll get
भइसकेको
shot
छ
back.
Yeah, that was.
हाइड्राको ओ माय गॉड हाइड्राको पनि
Hydra
अस्तिको
currently
गेम
right now, they've got
लास्टै
a bit of a
एग्रेसिभ
tough
खेलेको
transition
थियो
here from
आज
Milta,
चाहिँ के
really,
हुन्छ
because there is basically the great wall of
Jonesले
players
chance पाए
coming
नि
down
गर्दैन
from the
नेपालीले
S9
chance
to prison,
पाए गर्छ
all the way down to the farm. So
सही हो
HYDRA, no matter where they go right now, they will be flowing through players right now. So you would imagine they probably play soft edge as they try and approach the circle, play it quite safe.
Okay, velocityहरुको यता छन् उनीहरुले टिम 6 लाई फायर गर्ने ओ टिम 6 कोले अलमोस्ट टिम 9 को लाई चाहिँ गाडीले खिचिदिएको थियो तर उनीहरु चाहिँ त्यहाँबाट गाडीबाट टाप भइसकेको अवस्था.
Not quite able to steal the momentum in this circumstance.
We are going to get an immediate rock into the vehicles here, mounting up.
Are they going to chase though? I'm not too sure that they want to, because of course you could just see Portal turn a corner, get a little bit of cover and immediately rattle them down.
Yeah, Portal holding up
कालो कालो हुन्छ स्क्रिन हाइपको लाइनअप एन्ड स्ट्र्याटेजी मिलेको छैन रे अकॉर्डिङ टु हाइप
coverage of pretty much the entire map, so they will be able to see exactly where Portal are coming
त्यो चाहिँ यस
but again Portal Esports going
of course it's difficult हैन अब त्यत्रो उसहरुमा अब सबैको स्ट्र्याटेजी यता उता हुन्छ
still holding strong within Georgia Pol.
INS and Soul 2 are the strongest names.
टिम 9 कोले चाहिँ यहाँ ड्यामेज भेटेको थियो त्यही पनि गाडीमा पुगिरहेका छन् उनीहरु
really
सबै
having the sort of impact that we came to expect from them. They need to lock up their ideas and get a little bit of a shifty on. This did happen though, it has to be said, to Seoul last time around, where during the groups and semis, they weren't actually putting in great performances. It has to be said. They didn't qualify near the top of the table. I think they only sort of snuck through a couple of times through those regional stages to be able to get to the finals. But in the end, when they came to the stage finals, they absolutely showed up. So they're a team that can pull it out if they so choose. Well, probably not if they choose. They choose to every time otherwise. But if they put their best foot forward, if they're in the right mental state.
An entity just above GODLIKE right now off to their north, so they want to be careful of not hitting into them anytime soon. They're also rocking straight up to Mayhem, you can see on your screen, towards that right-hand side. But so, like you're saying, there is a
opposite team 5 and team 1
at the very beginning of the game. So no team is really going to have that much of a read on them so far.
They'll just playing a little bit of a demolition derby there with each other.
Okay, Unityहरुको चाहिँ 3 जना रहेछ है अहिले चाहिँ.
It owns quite a lot of land to the north of the river, so we might see some.
नेपालले त देखाउँदैन रे फेरि त. ओके टिडीपीहरु चाहिँ अब त्यहाँबाट नोबल लुट लाट गरेर चाहिँ अब छिर्दै छन्. तिनीहरुसँग हाइड्राकोहरु चाहिँ उता रहेछन् सेल्टरबाट आउँदैछन् हाइड्राकोहरु. एलिमेन्ट्रिक्सहरु चाहिँ सेफ जोन भित्र छिर्दैछन्. टिम आइएनडी स्टिल विथ देम
and control the hillsides
यसो हेर्दा फेरि टिम 6 सँग चाहिँ फाइट गर्न सक्ने सम्भावना छ.
in that sort of location.
एलिमेन्ट्रिक्सको
beautiful observation, team, allowing us to see where the circle exactly did go there for you guys. INS though, razzing across the bridge. Orange Rock
INS land reactor. Orange Rock
the route off to the west there, John, where it would have been safest to cross through Georgia Pol over up to Zaki and shooting range. Instead, they're absolutely just razzing it straight into the massive clump of teams who are coming from the south. Remember, that's where ElementriX.
Orange Rock, it has to be said, the reincarnation of the Indian Tigers, who did so well in the last Indian region. Of course, now moving into the South Asia region, they're having a similar sort of dominance, and we'll see if they're able to repeat it. That's what we're looking out for today, isn't it, Blank? The fact that Orange Rock, they did very well. They did have a lot of knock by INS Smoky to actually be pushed.
Yeah, I mean, they've been having a great time so far. Really nice spray there.
INS first blood by Orange Rock
going down after
first blood लिएका रहेछन्.
A lot of these rotations now starting to
come
through.
फेरि गाडी यता उता भइरहेको छ. Team 6 र Team 9.
A lot of teams over Everest, trying to find their way around, trying to look at where they could get to. It's interesting to note that none of these teams are going into Georgia Pol. They've obviously heeded my warnings about entering cities they don't need to, so I'm really happy with that. That no one's pushing in. Entity have got a position just north of North George, so they're really out of the way. No one's going to want to push that direction.
Yeah, Paul Esports taking heavy fire from INS. Joker finishing up the job with the silence weapon, the VSS there.
No more
Orange Rock will have noticed this. You can see Marvy is just taking some pot shots where he can. There's get a couple of tanks onto PS on the mountain. Like you say, John, massive clump of players here on Everest, so a lot of people, they're going to be wanting to move down from there soon, but the tents are out and set up.
Okay, 58 जना भइसकेको छ है.
Series are going to be able to camp it down. The circle is relatively forgiving for now, but the next shift will potentially prove who's got what it takes.
र उता चाहिँ हानेको थियो तर उता देखाएको छैन कता के भइरहेको छैन
It does split them off. We've seen some difficult rotations on the first day based on this river as
हाम्रो
well.
नेपाली टिम मिस्टर ह्युजले एकजनालाई
And it
चाहिँ
did
नक एन्ड
really
फिनिस
split a
हानेको
lot of
भन्दै
teams
छन्
and
तर
make it really
यहाँ
hard
उनीहरूले
for them
देखाएको
to
छैन मैले पनि
find
अघि
those
हेर्न
maneuvers and
भ्याएन
find those openings actually to be able to get around there. At the moment, 0 Degree, they've headed all the way to
Kitty
the
clan
north coast. They've been pretty much
खोल्दैछौँ हामी
uncontested in any position they've tried to take. GamingHub, they've rotated in all the way from Kameshki. They're now near shooting range on the northern bank. Salty as well.
PMCO मा खतरा रिकल कन्ट्रोल गरिरहेको देख्न पाइन्छ यार
उनीहरू
अफ कोर्स अब धेरै जस्तो सब उसहरू हुन्छन् हैन
India's pride, mortal on this team too.
ओके सोलको चाहिँ आज होल स्क्वाड आज चाहिँ को आयो फर्स्ट पनि आइसकेको रहेछ आज ल ओके
Currently just wandering around. They've got a really nice split here.
Yeah, next circle.
Angles on all
Yes.
sides. Next circle just about to pop. We do just see it go through straight onto Georgia Pole. Orange Rock might have had a good time if they just waited around there.
सोलको चाहिँ आज चाहिँ होल स्क्वाड आएको छ
I mean, it's Crates still in it. We could see a Crates finish. It would be absolutely nutty if it does come to pass.
र यहाँ मै अगाडि बढ्दै टिम 3 लाई चाहिँ हान्दैछ जस्तो छ उनीहरुले
ElementriX, they're going to be okay to just stay there and hold that high ground, have overlook on
Okay,
anyone
ElementriX
trying to
high
cross
ground
the
छ
river.
भन्दै थियो
The
तर
teams to the north of the river will not be happy with this
देखाएको
circle, however, because
छैन
they
यहाँ
will probably want to find a
INS
little bit more
र
ground down to the
Mayhem
south.
को परिरहेको छ
And in general, it's closing down. We might see some teams actually forced to take
Oh,
rotation within Georgia Pole
मिठो
itself.
स्प्रे
It's not
एम्पायर
the
ओपी को
easiest
मिठो
spot
स्प्रेमा
to
डाउन तर इजी रिभाइभ हुन्छ
try and
होला
find it
चाहिँ
in.
त्यहाँ
Of course, a lot of
रस
water.
चाहिँ कमै हुनेछ
on the
यहाँ त्यही
estuary
पनि
for
उनले
Georgia
6
Pole
को
means
स्कोप
that
लाएर हेरिरहेका छन्
A decent chunk
उता
of the zone
रिभाइभ
is actually
भइरहेको अवस्था
unplayable.
आइएनएस को स्मोकी चाहिँ राइट को रूपमा रिजन
And not only
sniping
that,
tower
what
must
you're saying
be
before, it's not a wise decision to go into a city early. That also makes most of the Georgia Pole unplayable
ElementriX
as well,
लाई देखाउनु
because
नि रिस
you
उठ्छ
really don't want
अरे
to be going there too early and finding yourself stuck leaving a compound and everyone's got eyes on. Currently, ElementriX in a really good position. TMJ just down the side, but Orb, official,
Nepal
making
ko
a
sabi team
rotation just past Hospital, but it will be the boys of Knee Slayer taking some shots
Let's
at
see.
them.
नेपालको होइन सबै टिम बाँकी छ कुनै पनि टिम एलिमिनेट भएको छैन
To take that position.
सोह्रवटा
Sakio
टिममा
taking some
16वटा
shots.
टिम
Don't know
बाँकी
who he's
छन्
shooting at as of yet, but Soul here on your
सोलहरु
screen.
चाहिँ यहाँ कम्पाउन्ड
A
होल्ड
little bit of
गरिरहेका छन्
firefight from PES.
टिम 6 सँग फाइट गर्न आँटिरहेका छन् PS हरु चाहिँ पाकिस्तानको हो
They're
हैन
pretty low on the ranking so far. So they want to at least make it to a high position. But like we're saying, most Indian teams, most South Asian teams, definitely playing a little bit more passive right now. So PES, although they've made it to phase 3, still
टिम IND का हरु यता छन् उनीहरु चाहिँ DRV सँग फाइट गर्न आँटेका छन् सिंगल ट्याप को शट
Controlling
कता पनि नक
around.
भएको छैन ड्यामेज पनि भएको छैन यहाँ
Base of the hills over to the west and
फेरि
side,
टिम
just
1 र टिम
outside
3 को
of
चाहिँ ओके स्प्रे चाहिँ कडा हानिरहेको
We're up against a little bit of resistance as well, but on the northern shores, it's Team INS and Mayhem as well, just vying for control. This is a really nice choke to be able to hold for INS because they have essentially one of the crossings completely covered. And they aren't that much at threat as well. They're right on the edge of the next circle. There's no one behind them. The people who are trying to cross ahead of them, for INS can just control this. No one who's going to be pushing from behind them. They're just going to be seeing people razzing straight in front of them. And they can try and just get those pot shots off. You can see they've already managed to get themselves 3 kills.
Yeah, they're just really controlling this area.
ओके उता हाइड्राकोले चाहिँ फाइट लिइसकेको छ हाइड्राकोले नक पनि गरिसकेको छ टिम IND ले पनि नक गरेको थियो जस्तो छ
out in the open. We just saw them before.
तर यहाँ चाहिँ साटासाट भइरहेको सिनारियो देख्दै छौं हामी
We do see SOLTISQUAD though make the rotation through Georgia Pole Bridge all the way up to the north.
Mayhem को यहाँ एकजना डाउन
They went all the way from the eastern side of the circle. They rotated all the way across the top, and now, as you say, they're in that western Georgia Pole Bridge, and they're going to make the crossing south. They have left one of their players up north, but they will be rotating down as the next circle pops closer to INS.
Right on top of Orange Rock as well again. So,
Okay.
Looks like
ओके यहाँ एकजनालाई डाउन सोलको रागल टोस्ट डाउन छन् र उनलाई चाहिँ यहाँ नेडिङ पनि भएको छ स्मोक पनि भएको छ लेट्स सी PS वोल्फले चाहिँ नेट फालेका छन् तर त्यो नेटमा चाहिँ कोही पर्दैन ओके दुवैतिरबाट नेट र नेट चाहिँ मिठै आएको थियो हल्का ड्यामेज मात्र दिन सफल
Nades are just coming over the top. Just 2 players here. Soul could quite easily push this one and go for a couple of refranks.
यहाँ भाइफरले चाहिँ नेट पनि गरिरहेको अवस्था नेट चाहिँ गएको छ आई थिंक त्यो PS को वोल्फलाई चाहिँ
There's no one really going to be pushing from behind. He could be a little bit of a wild card into the fight, pushing out wide, but there's not too much ground to be playing with, and they do need to be worried across the shore as well.
र यहाँ फेरि फायरिङ
on there, but still this fight rages.
भाइपरले चाहिँ भयो भरको नेट आफैले बोकेको छ कि यो नेट माथि फालेको फालेछ तर
ड्यामेज
दिन असफल
safe for now.
This is a smart decision.
Ragol to say revive भइसकेको अवस्था यहाँ फेरि still nading भइरहेको छ
tell that Esports trying to get
frost चाहिँ पछाडी नै बसिरहेको छ compound हुल गरिरहेको छ
do lob some shots out, don't hit anything.
ओके उता HYDRA र velocity को परेको छ ElementriX को 1 लाई चाहिँ डाउन गरेको छ टिम IND ले टिम IND सँग फाइट गरिरहेको छ velocity पनि त्यही छ तीनटा टिमको उता फाइट गरिरहेको छ तर उता देखाएको छैन
on the northern side as well. There's a lot of
यहाँ
crashing
सोल
going on
भाइपर
while
ले
these
चाहिँ
two
मिठो
teams
ड्यामेज
out
दिन
control
सफल
as
HYDRA
well.
द्वारा
These teams
Mayhem
start
को
to
एक
fall. There's so
velocity
many
gaming
teams
चाहिँ
vying for position in the
eliminated
north
भएको
here
छ
that they are all just getting
र HYDRA लाई पनि
into each other.
GODLIKE को ले
A
डाउन
lot of
गरेको छ
casualties. HYDRA getting the better end of the stick on this. They did get
Okay,
a lot of frags in the meantime,
यहाँ
but
सोल
Soul
र
looked like they
PS
want
को
to roll
चाहिँ
out.
फाइट परिरहेको छ अघिनाउटी यही देखिरहेको छ
Stay
नो
back,
नक्स
be that man.
राइटिङ सोलहरु चाहिँ अलि अगाडि बढेको छ हल्का एग्रेसिभ हुँदैछ र भाइपरले चाहिँ मिठो ड्यामेज आएको छ र माथिबाट टिडिपी पनि आइसकेको छ फर्स्ट प्रोसेस आएर चाहिँ एकजनालाई डाउन गरेको छ र यहाँबाट मिठो हान्दै छन् टिम 12 ले पनि मिठो हानेको छन् आई थिंक PS को अब चाहिँ लास्ट वान रिमेनिङ हो कि वाइप भइसक्यो PS
Viper will be able to heal
र
up.
पोर्टल स्पोर्ट्स पनि एलिमिनेटेड भएको छन् र टिडिपी को माथि एउटा आएको थियो टिडिपी पनि एकजना डाउन
to recuperate
now it's
there.
TDP
Orange
versus
Rock have spotted them out as well, and they're going for
GODLIKE र HYDRA को निम्ता रहेछ
shore, taking
HYDRA
down
पनि
HYDRA or
एलिमिनेट
taking
भयो
on
जस्तो छ
HYDRA
उता
for now.
ओके नोप HYDRA को एकजना अझै बाँकी छ
HYDRA giving us a
GODLIKE को लागि
on the
एकजनालाई
other
डाउन
side of the
गर्न
road.
Ooh, gyro
मिठो
god
स्प्रे
finds
हुँदैछ
the
यहाँ
headshot as well as the tag on a couple of players, but Zombie, big flank right behind them. I think they do know that currently they just have the
GODLIKE को
cover.
क्रोथन चाहिँ
Nice little lob on the
नक्सन
ground.
र उनलाई
Pushes
चाहिँ यहाँ
just
रिभाइभ
over
गर्ने
top
प्रयास
of it,
हुँदैछ
a little bit more
स्मोक
confidence.
भइसकेको
They
छ
want to get this player up now, Zombie.
अब टिडिपी र सोलको उता फाइट पर्न आँटेको थियो तर उनीहरू चाहिँ कता गए
Salty have a really tricky spot on the western side of the circle.
र हाम्रो
They're holding on
सोल्टी
the
स्क्वाड
eastern
पनि अझै
and
छन्
the
उनीहरू
crates,
चाहिँ
there's
खासै
so
उस
much open
भएको
ground there
छैन
that they're going to have to cross, and they're going to have to do it relatively soon to
Let's
the
see.
next circle as well. During all
यहाँबाट
of these
स्मोक कि
fights.
नेट गर्ने प्रयास गर्दैछन् हाइड्राले ओके द्याट्स द
Like you
मिठो
say though,
मिठो
John,
नेट
all
र
these
टिडिपी को
teams
उसागरलाई
bunching
चाहिँ
in,
ओरेन्ज
five,
रक पनि
four.
आएका छन् ओरेन्ज रक आएर सेक्सलियोलाई र
Horribly
उसागरलाई
small
डाउन
now
गरेका
for all
छन्
these 14 teams.
But it's okay, because Orange Rock have control of the center and nobody else is
ओके
pushing
ओरेन्ज
for it,
रकले
so
गरेर
that's
थर्ड पार्टी
fine.
हानिरहेका छन्
That's
अहिले
fine.
अघि
Nobody needs to
टिडिपीले
try
थर्ड
and
पार्टी
stop.
हानेका थिए र हाइड्राको एकजना फेरि डाउन अर्को ड्यामेज भेटिरहेका छन् र ऊ पनि डाउन लास्ट वान रिमेनिङ फ्रम टिम हाइड्रा र मेहेम पनि आइसकेका छन् यहाँ फेरि थर्ड पार्टी
Zombie a little bit of hurt. GODLIKE
अहिले थर्ड
still
पार्टी
in
हान्न चाहिँ
this
कोही
one.
पनि डराएको
HYDRA
छैन एभ्रीवन इज
kicking the
being
car
a
to
bit
50
aggressive,
trying
हल्का
to
थर्ड
get it
पार्टीको
over
लागि
that hill,
आइसकेका
take
छन्
some shot himself.
भर्खर 18
Mayhem,
मिनेट
they
हुँदैछ
did
फोर्थ
no
जोनमै
idea
उनीहरू
where
फाइट
they
गरेका
were,
छन्
and
आई
that's
थिंक
HYDRA going down.
हाइड्रा
Mayhem,
eliminated
by
by Gyo.
as you say, I think they've been spotted. Goes for the cover. Is
र
going
यहाँबाट
to land
मेहेमले
at
पनि
the other
सर्ट
side and get
भेटिरहेका
peppered as
छन्
well.
आइएनएसले
His
चाहिँ
teammates
बीएसएस
down. I
प्रहार
don't think he's
गरिरहेका
going to
छन्
be able to make it a break
र
for it
किल्सहरु
there.
हेर्दा फेरि 2-2-2 नेपाली टिमहरुले चाहिँ किल सेक्युर गर्न पाएका छैनन् जस्तो
Still
छ
on the grass though. I don't know if Mayhem have spotted him. There's teams on either
खै
side.
त
And
HYDRA
GODLIKE
गडको
so
किल
happy to
देखाइरहेका
remain
छ
and stay there. GODLIKE do clap back onto red.
हेरौँ
So much fighting going on at the moment.
सबैजना अहिले
Vampire
चाहिँ
down, I
ब्याकअप
believe
भएका
that
छैनन्
is
उनीहरू
now
पुरा
Mayhem
फाइट
out of it.
थर्ड पार्टी
GODLIKE
हान्नलाई
does
जता
such a
पनि
good
पुगेका
job
छन् हैन जुन
staying
टिमले पनि
this
थर्ड पार्टी
one.
हानिरहेका
Orange
छन्
Rock have
अहिले
made a rotation
र
early on, and
Mayhem
they've got
चाहिँ
themselves an even more
eliminated
central
भएका छन्
compound now, so they are right slap bang in
Let's
the
see.
next circle. That did move a little bit
God,
further
L
east.
चाहिँ
Anyone
अगाडि
on the north
बढ्दैछ
now will need to make their way south or try and hold around this bridge, because of course a couple of these teams are looking to do just that.
ओके टिम 5 र टिम 8 को त्यही नजिक नजिक छ टिम 8 को चाहिँ पानीमा गाडी डुबाएर बसिरहेका छन्
INS who
र चाहिँ फाइनली बाहिर गाडीबाट बाहिर निस्किसकेको अवस्था
the hurt right now. Vehicle explodes.
ओके गाडी
Well
पड्काइदिएका
played.
छन् उता फेरि अर्को
Mafia
टिमले
standing a little bit too close for comfort. The bomb goes
12 वटा
off.
टिम 39 अलाइभ 20
This river
मिनेट
just
भइसकेको
will
छ
not
तर
let up on
स्टिल
the South Asian region.
पहिलो
It's proving to be
उसागल
the
र
arbiter for so
टिडिपी र
many of them.
एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स
Soul
परेको छ
going on the
टिडिपी
eastern
उसागद्वारा
coast.
एलिमेन्ट्रिक्सको
Frosty
1
Process
नक
not
एन्ड
able
फिनिश
to zone them away for long. Orange
Nepali
Rock
versus Nepali
with
भइरहेको
that
छ
compound right on the T-junction, right next
Right,
to the
yeah.
bridge. They have a dominant spot for now. The
See,
question is,
it
will
was,
anyone be able to push and try and dethrone them? Salty have managed to make that break
ओहो
from
टिडिपी
Crates,
सागाद्वारा
take a
पोपो
compound
म्यान
for
पनि
themselves on
डाउन
the western
कार 98 को
side.
हेड
Being
शट
challenged for
दिएका
by
छन् उनले
Orb, however, but the
गेमिङ
Orb
हब
team
पनि
are
एलिमिनेटेड
split,
भएका छन्
remember.
यहाँ गड एल ले चाहिँ टिम
GODLIKE hesitant
13 लाई
to take
देखिरहेका
this
छन्
fight right now, knowing that all the players are currently down. It's just Croton alive right now. Viru.
ओके ओरेन्ज पनि
Making
डाउन
friends
ओरेन्जलाई
circle,
फेरि
just
अर्को
going for
टिमले
those
हानेको
points
थियो
right now. Orb. Bit of a man
Let's see.
dash across open field. He's taking shots from Orange
ओहो
Rock.
डिआरबी चाहिँ ओपनमा कुदिरहेका छन् यता र उतातिर ओ
He's
मिठो
thrown straight into the arms of potential death as
यता
well.
उता
as
गर्दै
ElementriX
मिठो
are right
छलेको
around
थियो
the
उनले
corner.
Fancy
Well,
footwork
hang on a
there.
minute. ElementriX just got wiped.
ओहो
Vehicle blew
एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स
up, but it got
टिडिपी
him.
र
Oh dear,
ओरेन्ज
Orange Rock
रकले
pick up
चाहिँ
two,
वाइप
they go
हानेका
at
छन्
11.
Oh, Salty AJ पनि डाउन छन्.
Somehow surviving there, but Orange Rock.
Oh, Salty सदा ब्रो on fire.
now.
उले मिठो हानिरहेको थियो तर ऊ पनि डाउन भएको छ. Orange Rock सँग फाइट गरिरहेको छ. Last guy remaining from Salty squad.
Stopping the pushing coming in from Orb. There's only one player for them, so they will be able to stop it.
Okay, यहाँ चाहिँ बचाउने प्रयास गरिरहेका छन् जस्तो छन् ब्रोले. यहाँ स्मोक गरिसकेका छन्. Orange Rock ले चाहिँ उदाडा हानिरहेका थिए उनीलाई. यहाँ स्मोक चाहिँ मिठो स्मोक गरेका छन्. Let's see if he will be able to revive his teammates.
Giving as much smoke as possible to his team.
Trying to
push the window. Help up Nima
brothers
dangerously
सकिन आटेको हुन्छ रिभाइभ गर्न लागिसकेको छ. त्यहाँ रिभाइभ भइसकेका छन्.
Circle just about to pop.
Also, the team छन् 31 जना alive. 22 minutes.
That once again.
Orange Rock so lucky. Squad छन् त्यहाँ.
They are in it this time around again.
Soul को हरु पनि still there.
This time, however, they might struggle a little bit with all the teams looking to.
तर Salty को हरुको whole squad बाँच्न सफल हुन्छ जस्तो छन् त्यहाँ.
Edge compounds, so that's going to be a target for them potentially.
Revive गर्दै थिए smoke मिठो smoke भएको थियो.
Of course, they did take a lot of knocks there. Remember, they had 3 people go down. They're going to have to heal up for a little bit. So, degree crash first. Try and just hold this coastline, and will Soul challenge them for?
Okay, INS ले चाहिँ Mortal ले चाहिँ down गरेका छन्.
Nice little bit of damage coming up.
Salty को हरुको सब
tries to confirm it.
Soul
currently 4 members still alive.
Yeah, boy. Okay, Soul को फेरि down भएको छ त्यता. यहाँ उता अर्को टिमले पिटिरहेका छन्. They have to move towards the zone. Zone तिर जानु पर्ने छ.
From INS on the coastline. INS holding on 2 fronts at the moment. There's no way that anyone pushes them from the mainland, so they just have to fight side to side.
Very fight. Okay,
Zero degree here might have it.
Zero degree on the fight for
the top side, realizing the res might be going off. He just peeks out for a second. Smokey might have to cancel the res right now.
Where's the nade?
God coming over the top. Nade goes over the side.
Okay, non-meter fighting at Zero को उसको परिरहेको छ INS को.
Doing so much damage to them. All of them on the floor. Now will be.
यसै गरी फेरि Orange Rock ले चाहिँ Salty squad को एकजनालाई डाउन गरेको थियो
त्यता. allow Orb actually to push up just a little bit.
Meter fighting
with an opening, of course.
Orange Rock ले फेरि अर्को INS को पनि down. Sword Mortal ले Orange Rock ले down.
Still going to be there.
Team IND ले उसलाई down र Orange Rock carry द्वारा Salty सादा down. TTP Ursago ले पनि हानिरहेका छन्. Orange Rock ले Rusen bro ले पनि हानेका छन्. Orange Rock ले र Salty AJ brother चाहिँ play zone मा knock हुनु भएको छ.
Yeah, AJ.
Navita fighting with is top 5. 5 वटा टिममा पुगिसकेको छ हामीले. र Salty Nima brotherले चाहिँ Soulको फर्स्टलाई चाहिँ गाडीले खिचिदिएका छन्. I think Nima brother is the last one भनेको त Viperले चाहिँ उनलाई फिनिश गरेका छन्. Salty squad might get eliminated अब चाहिँ.
4 players back to full strength.
TTP को whole squad बाँकी छन्. उत्साहको चाहिँ down.
They're back to their old ways as well. They are going to be a stiff competition to be coming up against.
Orange Rock, Soul, trust the process. IND र 0 degree बाँकी छन् अब चाहिँ.
Soul and IND.
र यहाँ TTP Sagar
These
bro
are teams that will be the top 3 of the Indian region in the spring split.
यहाँ त फाइटिङ भइरहेको छ. Orange Rock र 0 degree को फाइट परिरहेको छ. टिम IND चाहिँ TTP नजिक पुग्दैछन्.
You can hear the shots.
Yes, Salty पनि चैत हामीसँग TTP को. Okay, no, डोकुलाई चाहिँ यहाँ knock गरेका छन् र सागरद्वारा टिम IND को पनि डाउन. सेक्सले चाहिँ किल सेक्युर गरिसकेका छन्. यहाँ टिम IND को लागि नक एन्ड फिनिश हानेर हैन त किल पनि सेक्युर गरिसकेका छन्. 5 वटा टिम
desperately low.
डोकुलाई रिभाइभ गर्ने प्रयास.
Damage. Carry also.
Orkinek गाह्रो छ त्यहाँ तर टप 4 मा पुगिसकेको छ.
Awful position.
यहाँबाट नमिठो फायरिङ भइरहेको छ. 0 डिग्री चाहिँ पछाडिबाट नमिठो हानिरहेको छ.
Hard pressed to make it into the circle.
ततै फायरिङ गरिरहेको छ. र यहाँबाट सेक्स ड्युओलाई चाहिँ मिठो डाउन गर्न सफल.
There's a lot of downs over there already.
TDP को अरूलाई पनि हेरिरहेको छन् उनले.
Team members up, but they're getting
looks like trust the process को एकजना चाहिँ फिनिश भएका छन्.
These kills so many
14
times.
जना बाँकी छन्.
Away from them, though. They're going to have to make the push this time.
अर्को जोन पनि आउँदैछ यहाँ.
Going to have to prove themselves.
Orange Rock को whole squad 0 degree मा 3 जना. Soul को पनि whole squad. Trust the process को 3 जना. 4v4 3v3 को स्थिति. 0 degree ले चाहिँ यहाँ trust the process लाई हेरिरहेका छन्. र उसागलाई चाहिँ देखेका थिए र मिठो स्प्रे.
Well done from Zed.
तो स्प्रे हानेर डाउन गरेका छन्. 4 times को स्प्रे कडा हानेका छन्. Sword Mortal with M762.
Sandu.
Viperलाई डाउन गरेका थिए. Viperलाई रिभाइभ गर्दैछन्.
Very far forward.
Trust the process को 3 जना. Okay, 0 degree मा last guy standing. 2 जना डाउन छन् 0 degree मा. यहाँ 0 degree. Orange Rockले चाहिँ kill secure गरेका छन्.
He's going to back out. Surely that's
hello, is this a Gorkhali? Yes, brother, hello. Nepali team trust the process on that Gorkhali team is still fighting.
Might be a little bit
different there. एकजना डाउन थियो र उर्सागले चाहिँ रिभाइभ गर्न असफल.
उनीहरु चाहिँ Orange Rock to pick it up as
यहाँबाट जाने प्रयास गर्दै थिए तर सोलकोले चाहिँ उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ वाइप हानेका छन्.
A 2-4 team. We could see a huge firefight coming out very shortly here, John. Soul all clumped together, taking so much fire all game.
It's gotta be a racket. Commentary किन दिरा मैले भनेको थिए त अरु देशको जस्तो छैन मैले
get whatever loot's in there, so the equipment will be completely refreshed for them. Frost takes a forward
मैले
position.
पहिला भनेको थिए नेपालीमा कमेन्ट्री
Very
हालिदिन्छ
strong
म
from
बिच
him,
बिचमा
John. I
भनेर
think this
सुरुमा
was the
चाहिँ वाच
correct
पार्टीमा
play
गरेको थिए
just before the smoke disappears to move on forward.
नेपालीको लागि अब त्यो इन्डियाको जस्तो छैन प्लेटफर्मै दिएको छैन
Very
यो
good play
कमेन्ट्री
from
हाल्नु त्यही भएर
Orange,
मैले
taking the 2-2 split, ready for the
हल्का
retry.
नेपाली
whatever
बाह्र
happens. So
टुच्चा दिएको
Viper
नि त
shimmy
बिचमा
himself off
Yeah.
to the left. Will take
Orange
advantage
Rock
of
र सोल
it.
बाँकी
And
रहेछ
he
अब
must be in existence.
They will know that it's there. Regaltos takes a heavy hit from the nade, but he's going to be okay for now. Got 6 bandages. You can see those going up as well. Some nice fire on the off angles as Soul spread out. This is beautifully orchestrated from them. The question is, will Orange Rock be able to land the shots? Mortal looking to try and shimmy his way in, as well as the circle is starting to shut down. They have no hard cover. If they get spotted out, it's a death sentence.
You got to wonder, do they have any nades remaining? Do they have the utility to make this push work? Because currently, Orange Rock very happy to sit there. They will have to move in themselves past the tree as well. Really, all Soul need to do right now is survive.
I think TDP they went top 3
from Marvin.
Top
Is
3
it far up?
top 4
No, it's not. Just shy.
Oh my God.
Oh, Model just standing his ground right now. All players
look
in
at
the
this
ground.
Soul को whole squad बाकी छ यार
Carry.
दुईटा टिममा 4v4 को स्थिति छ I think this might be the comeback for Soul.
He's going to make
Orange
the push.
Rock's
They know
on fight
exactly
by
where he is. He knows exactly where
Frost
they
lies
are.
at the
He goes up wide.
you don't knock by Regaltos.
Gets knocked down. There's a long nade. That might be able to do it. Regaltos is going to go for the spray. One player down on the right-hand flank. I think there might be 2 as well.
Frostले kill secure गरिदिएका
They're
छन्
getting shut down in the process. It's so down to the wire here. 7 kills for Soul. They're looking to put that up to 14.
This might be the comeback for Soul. Soulले चाहिँ हान्न
Absolute
Look at this. एकजना राम्रो छ
from this team
kills
right
पनि
now. They're
राम्रो छ
working so well in tandem. Existence and Marvi completely locked down. They as well being a
यहाँ गाडी
right now,
पछाडि छन् उनी
Vehicles on fire. I think it's
चाहिँ
already blown up,
प्रयास
however.
गरिरहेका छन्
A lot of damage
4v3
has
को
gone
स्थिति
that
छ अब
way.
चाहिँ
Soul
Let's see.
doing okay.
Regaltos
They are
with
holding on.
TP.
They haven't been spotted out. And the good thing for them is even though they lose the third-person advantage, they can cover every single angle because they know exactly where everybody is. Sandu on the sidelines has to try and do something into this spray.
Oh, त्यहाँबाट Orange
That
Rock
is
को ले चाहिँ
exactly
Regaltos
what they
लाई
needed.
down गरेका
Existence,
छन्
the
let's
top
see अब
fragger from the team right now doing so much good work for them.
Oh dear, Sandu has to go up and
Okay,
go back.
Sandu चाहिँ उता zone बाहिर
Another
थियो
position though, because he was on a small hillside, but Frost claps back onto Marvi. Now they're shifting around. Currently,
3v3
Soul have to move in as well. Backpacks
सर
are off
Orange
to
Rock को चाहिँ
make
एकजना down छ
snaking play even
Frostले चाहिँ यहाँ
more.
backpack फालिसकेका छन्
The plays don't actually knock
Orange
Marvi
Rockले चाहिँ
up
अर्कोलाई
as
फेरि
he
down
gets
गरेका छन् I
raised.
think
Existence.
तुले देखेर अगाडि बढिसकेका छन् एउटा मिडो knock last guy ready for Orange Rock
And the headshot will finish him off. Soul back.
That was really good तर
They're going to be able to
Orange
take
Rock
it
एकजना
down,
चाहिँ off
picking up
थियो
11 kills. I don't know if they got the kills from Marvi actually, so they might have just fallen short there. Yeah, okay, so they get 9 kills in total.
top 3
But that's what we wanted to see. They've just put a firm foot on
Orange
the
Rock
ground and
kills
said, you
here,
know
kills.
what, with 4 players,
Orange
we're
Rock
a force to be reckoned with. These guys know exactly what they're doing. We saw some great rotations come out from them, and despite the circle luck for Orange Rock yet again, they were able to
नेपाली
dethrone
टिमको
them.
लागि हल्का नराम्रो भयो नि सोलले चाहिँ उस भयो but it was really
Excellent
nice
work
game
from
आज हैन
Soul. It's mentally exhausting to play with 3 players, so this team must have had a massive confidence boost going into today for all 4 players.
TDP को पनि कडा थियो they went
how you want it. It's the way squad is meant to be played after all.
let's up अब
I
अर्को
mean, you have such a
तीनटा
disadvantage
म्याचहरुमा
to
चाहिँ
sit for
उनीहरुले
blank
चाहिँ
when you're playing with 3.
चिकन डिनर हान्छन् होला
It just nerfs you so heavily.
सोलको फ्यानहरुले आकाश सुने भयो आज
Forced you to a certain playstyle, that's the problem with it.
But Orange Rock, they again
PG
have a
anti
very,
gaming त
very
म्युट
good
हान्न
game.
मिल्दैन म्युट हान्यो भने
They
त्यो
will be
गेम
putting
साउन्डै
40%
हराउँछ के
placement, and they
त्यो
managed to get
इन्डियाको
themselves,
जसरी त्यो उनीहरुले
12
त्यो
kills
हामीलाई
total,
दिएको छैन नि त त्यही भएर मिल्दैन
into that game as well, so they're going to have a very nice score to be getting on with.
Trusty Process going to be happy with 3rd place as well. Obviously, they were all the way down in Sosnovka. Actually managed to make that rotation all the way up. Remember, every player was on that eastern side. That's the rotation they made. They were in a really good transition through all those players into that final circle with the 2 big boys.
Nice.
And Nepal team आज राम्रो भएको थियो
Soul's final circle play there was really, really strong.
यहाँ TDP लाई चाहिँ हल्का उस भएको कारण चाहिँ उनीहरु चाहिँ उसमा थियो जोन पनि परेको थिएन र
Despite them being the
अरु
ones
टिमले
with
तीनटा
no
टिमले
hard
हानिरहेको थियो
cover,
उनीहरुलाई
what they were able to do was just they knew exactly where the enemy team was.
त्यही माथि
They knew
0
exactly where every
डिग्रीले चाहिँ
single member
कस्तो
of
मिठो
the
हानेको
was.
ल
So they could
यस्तो
just hard cover the angles. And it's just so hard to go out and pop out and spray, especially with the
Look at this. Yo last time
it was never the case that Orange
Rock
knew where Sol were
San
going to be exactly in the grass. So they had
Alga
to
us थियो
look
जस्तो चाहिँ
and
केही
then
नगरिकन बसिरहेको थियो
try and win the firefight, whereas Sol could just hard aim, take it down, and that's exactly what they did. They took Orange Rock down.
Yeah, I'm going to remember that Orange Rock kind of got gifted a loot crate in that last circle too. They had the loot
अब
crate,
चाहिँ फेरि
the
अब ब्रेक
vehicle,
हुन्छ
the
जस्तो छ हैन
tree,
सो
all to
गाइस
play around with. But
And not to mention the
ओ
Riddler.
चाहिँ नेपाल
yeah,
के
it
छ
was
रे
just
के
super
छैन
passive from them. I think they sent out a flanker, but then recalled him quite quickly. And like we were saying before, Sol, calm, collected, patient. Just
माया
waited
गर्दा
them
हेर्छ
out
त्यही
and
भएर हो
have a really good game at the end of the day. So hopefully they can continue that going forward.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of points to climb back from. But that, I think it is around about 27 points they will get from that. 29 points.
There, so they will have more than doubled their score already.
Yeah, I think there were 20 points before, so now they're on
about
49 points now, which is really good. That's going to leapfrog a
कुन
lot
कुन
of
टिमले
teams.
जितिरहेको छ आजको यो
50
फर्स्ट
points
म्याचमा
is
चाहिँ
around about to,
सोलले
yeah,
चाहिँ
get you into
चिकन
that
डिनर हानेको
9th
छ
to
है
16th area, so we'll see where they are on the scoreboards.
And they didn't have the easiest time of it, remember, as well. They did have to
Like guys,
rotate,
if you are new to the channel,
from,
so
I think they landed
subscribe पनि
towards
गरिदिनु होला
Warsaw. So they
फेसबुकमा
did
हेरेर
actually have to
फेसबुक
fight
पेज
through
लाइक
a lot
गर्नु
of
होइन
different
फेसबुक पेज
teams.
पनि
A
लाइक
lot of
गरिदिनु
teams
होला
rotate through them as well.
Exactly, so that it wasn't like they had an easy time.
त्यही अब
Orange
इन्डियाको
Rock
जस्तो
won the
प्लेटफर्म
circle,
छैन हाम्रोमा
in the
त्यही भएर
end.
यसरी रिस्ट्रिम हाल्ने
Relatively
बेला चाहिँ यो
easily. I mean,
इङ्ग्लिसको
to their
साउन्ड म्युट
credit, they did
नगरिकन
rotate
हाल्नुपर्छ
early and
हैन
nicely into that next central compound time
Okay.
and time again. So you know,
9
they
kill
did
points.
have some good strategy.
Orange
but
Rock को चाहिँ 12
it's so much easier when you get
26.
circles like that. So once again, Orange Rock eating their circle magnets for breakfast.
Yep, pulling it all the way towards them. Orange Rock there with 26 points, Sol with a nice 29. Orb Official going to be happy with 7. They haven't had the best of games so far, so making it that far, I think they had some much better rotations this time.
सोल्टीले लानु पर्यो
INS as well,
नेक्स्ट रे
posting up
अझै
fifth.
तीनटा म्याच बाँकी छ
They were able to control
तीनटा
the
म्याच
northern
चाहिँ
side,
नेपालीको हो
unfortunately,
भने
the
खडा
circle did
हुन्थ्यो
shift away from them and they
पालै
didn't
पालो
quite make that
नेपालीले
the
हान्दा
crossing unimpeded.
म
They
चाहिँ
tried to
हल्का
hold the
ब्रेक
shoreline, but got
गरेर
shut
आएको
down from
अवस्था
both sides by both Sol and I can't remember which other team it was. I think it might have been 0 Degree.
Yeah.
Trying to just shut them down, and they eventually did.
Yeah, 0 Degree, despite having a really, really tough time in the end, making it way to circle, they were being fired upon by many, many different teams there. Sure, they did get that bank, which was a really nice position for them, but to make it all the way to 3rd place on kills and placement points alone, really happy with that one. Here we can see the 9th to 16th. Paul Esports still at the bottom. I'm pretty sure this team is now not making it to the semi-finals, unfortunately.
Might be quite difficult.
Are really hard pressed. They're going to have some stellar games. Xbox still sitting at the top there with a whopping lead after their additional 4 matches. MegaX 121, but Orange Rock into 3rd place with 120 points there.
Yeah, 29
Sol
points.
not quite on the board, so it looks like I was right saying them on 9 to 16th place. Entity Gaming, though, they had a pretty bad game this time. Going through Georgia Poll, they hardly even fought any teams, and they were pretty much immediately out as soon as they came into contact with HYDRA.
This was the thing. They didn't actually go down to a direct firefight. It was the vehicle explosion that took them down. Oh no, wait, that was ElementriX. That was a different team.
They were just making their way. It was
but yeah,
Viru
no,
was just
Entity
in the water by
Entity
himself.
Gaming just couldn't quite pull it together on that one. But Orange Rock, 29 points now below X-Spark, and that's a very achievable goal in a day, certainly for a team like Orange Rock. They know what they're doing. 8-bit, they're still sat in 5th, but with the team starting to get more games on the board, that might just drop down a little bit. Entity Gaming, though, they're still very much in with a shout here. And I wouldn't be too surprised if we see them post up some decent results moving forward.
Yeah, Orange Rock really only have to average about 10 points a game now to make it ahead of X-Spark.
There we go.
So
Right
there we
on
go.
16th.
Right on 16th, 50 points there. So now if they just have a couple more good games, they can get them. So they're already in the safe position right now as we come into day 4. They just have some more good games, they'll be feeling pretty good about themselves. SOLTISQUAD, not the greatest of games for them. They have done fairly okay in the other days that we have seen them in.
Yeah.
But as you can see, Paul Esports looking very sad down at 8th.
They have
INS,
not managed to leave the bottom 11-16 in any of their games. They only have 5 placement points out of 5 games played. Here's the kills leaderboard. Scout still topping it out. Sandu, though, is within striking distance. He's got 3 more games to play today as well.
Scout, #1 place. Definitely very much OP. We saw that guy yesterday just absolutely rattling on through so many different teams.
Time and time again.
But now it's time for some of the other teams in these groups to try and make a name for themselves on the kill leaderboard. Like you say, Sandu not doing too bad of a job. Existence, I think, was one of their top fraggers. Sandu now overtaking him a little bit. But Paradox also up there. But Team Xbox really just covering this whole leaderboard at the moment.
Yeah, I mean they do have those now 3 extra games on the card, so you do have to take that into account. With only a 4-game kill difference, taking it as 5 games so far, that's about 3 kills per game.
Yeah,
a little bit more for them. So with 3 remaining games, that should be a bonus of 9. So he should be able to overtake it. We'll see if they're able to do it.
Yeah, well, let's see if they're able to do it after the quick break that we're going to throw at you right now. So we'll see you guys very soon. Don't go anywhere because there's more PUBG action coming on.
Don't go anywhere. I'm going to go update चाहिँ गरिसकेको छैन रहेछ चाहिँ यहाँ अपडेट हुन अझै बाँकी नै छ त्यो कमेन्ट नै फ्रिज भयो त कमेन्टै कसैले नगरेर होला I have no idea. मैले अघि त्यो हेर्दै थिएँ तर उनीहरूले अपडेट गरिसकेको नरहेछ चार मिनटमा अर्को म्याप सुरु
PUBG Mobile Team Deathmatch. Anytime, anywhere. There is a better choice.
यो सोललाई नराम्रो भन्ने मान्छे नि रहेछ त यहाँ अब सबैलाई थाहा थियो त हिजो सोलको परफर्मेन्स हिजोको र आजको हिजोको मात्रै के भन्ने उनीहरुको 2 दिनको उसहरु
PUBG Mobile Team Deathmatch. A quick game for those short breaks. There is a better choice.
ल कोले टिडिएम खेलिरहेछ अहिले अनि टिडिएम खेल्नु पर्छ यो तर चोरहरुले यार यस्तो एडभर्टाइजमेन्ट बनाउँछ के भन्ने
PUBG Mobile Team Deathmatch. Endless respawn, endless fun. There is a better choice.
अब अर्को म्याच स्टार्ट हुन अझै बाँकी के पे मैं फेरि मेरो पिसी डढ्न आँट्यो क्या डढेको
do it, but Stout straight onto MSX there again. Away, now putting the work really.
ल अब यो चाहिँ
I think he does know.
यो चाहिँ कस्तो नमिठो
Oh, the headshot, easy peasy, well played, Curio.
Duo from the previous iteration.
Oh, yo match
roll it on down and 3 knocks. That's the squad from Hype just being completely dismounted there.
Yeah, Nixon from Team Hype. Obviously, he was the last one to rotate. Shouldn't put the work onto Team KO after Team KO basically. He's given a lot of harassment to a lot of the teams around him.
This rotation from Xbox actually is really good. They
know
the central zone. They have the position against everybody who wants to push in, and
two are really putting the hurt onto them. Looks like Pain are pretty much out now. It is NLR2 they have to worry about. Blind comes to the side. Nick putting in the work onto Team KO.
One player, I believe, left standing for Xbox and Nepali Honi trying to roll on in. Finally, going to be able to take down Paratosh as well. Go for the confirm, and now it's Nepali Honi trying to just find out the final kill on the southeastern side.
Easy peasy. Pause mobile light ko ni tournament garaye ta money join garte हेर्ला रिपोर्ट युज गरे हो के हो chat scroll छ just
Hi there, welcome back to the show. You're watching the South Asian region for the PMCO 2019 Fall Split. My name is Blank. I'm joined today by John Allen, and Vivo is our sponsor of the day. And if you want to be ready to beat out anyone on the battleground, you need uninterrupted gaming.
Nepal ko like कहिले sponsor गर्छ होला
Yeah, it's going to be great to see that coming.
पाकिस्तानमा पनि भइरहेको रहेछ नि
2.5 watt
PUBG ले युज गरेको
fast charge. I can't even speak.
It's because it's so powerful.
Yeah, it's so powerful with a 22.5 watt battery. The Qualcomm 712 as well, processor coming in there, and a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. That's all you need to be getting going.
So you want to get those glorious chicken
DLG
dinners?
खेल्न गयो सब
If you want to see some more glorious chicken dinners, you definitely
game
need
live
to
game
subscribe
त हैन
to the
होला
mobile esports
लाइभ हो तर
PUBG.
डिले छन् मतलब डिले वाला हो के उनीहरुको 15 मिनेट को डिले हुन्छ
Google Play App Store
त्यस्तै
as well
कति
as
कति मिनेट
iOS
को
App
डिले
Store,
हुन्छ
'cause we're absolutely everywhere right now.
Got to get it done. And of course you could check
X
out all the
हरु
other
कुन
regions
मोबाइल
as
को
well on
युज
the
गर्छन्
Esports
PMCO को लागि उनीहरुले जुन मोबाइल त्यो उस गर्नेलाई खेल्छन् त्यही मोबाइल युज
essentially
गरिरहेछ
24 hours worth of PUBG every day, which is phenomenal, right? You can just sit down, and even when you're sleeping, you can be watching PUBG Mobile. That's great, right? That's what you want.
फर्स्ट भन्ने त्यो उसमा छ
Take your eyes
दुईटै
open
टिममा
while
रहेछ
you sleep.
अर्को कुन एउटा उस पनि छ दुईटै टिममा
No,
छ
you just wire it into your brain and you dream PUBG Mobile.
With the
That's what you
Qualcomm
gotta do.
processor.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's quite capable of that. As good as it is, as fantastic as it is, I don't think it's quite yet capable of
के हुँदैछ कि
electronic
ब्रो
neural interface.
छोड्दै
We are going to
के हुँदैछ
Vikendi
नि
for our next
इन्डियाको
match. This should be
नेपालीहरुलाई सपोर्ट गर्दै वाचपार्टी र प्लस अब इन्डियाको कमेन्ट्रीहरु वाला त्यस्तो छैन भनेर क्याउ गरेर नेपालीमा बिचमा कमेन्ट्री
see them come back to a little bit of their previous
Nothing
form,
more.
and also it's going to give them a massive confidence boost coming into the next match of the day. Obviously, we've got 3 more matches coming
TLG
after, so
नगएको किशोर ब्रो
a lot
अरे
more
सोलो
PUBG
स्क्वाड हान्नु
Mobile
म चाहिँ
to
गएर
really brighten up your day, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be
Mobile player
interesting to
मात्र हो
see. As
है,
you said, though,
yes,
I'm
mobile
really excited
player
that
मात्र
Seoul
हो।
were able to win that one out and come
Sevaro,
back with,
Sevaro, brother,
with
Sevaro.
style, really. Will they be able? Oh, beg your pardon. Will they be able to come on through and have a similar performance this time around, or was that just a one-off? You know, it is always the question in my mind. I would be happy if they were able to place 5th with 3 kills or something like that. That's really what you want to see now. Consistency from them. They've got that boost.
नेपाली सर्भर
50 points.
नेपाली सर्भर यहाँ भन्दा पनि आई थिंक
again,
उनीहरुले चाहिँ अब हामीलाई त्यो पहिलाको वाइल्ड कार्डको म्याच पछि चाहिँ
which
इन्डो
we were
सर्भरमा
saying
उस गर्दैको थियो नि
the sort of
अब
standard
अहिले
you
चाहिँ
want.
उसमा गरिदिन्छ होला
It's where you wanted to find
Indian
yourself
server मा गरिदियो भने
about
चाहिँ
10
झन्
points
दामी
a game. Is going to keep
नेपालीहरुलाई
red
अब
zone
हामीले
here,
त
bottom
जता उस
8,
गर्ने
which is where the eliminations will start to happen at the end of the group stages.
Yeah, so I like to think actually that there's a circle gremlin that you could, that actually places the circle on the map. That's why sometimes you get the really easterly circle. That's the circle gremlin coming at you. But Orange Rock, he's been slipping the circle gremlin some cash. So if I was playing in the PMCO, I think I would
thank
just be
you,
following
Mongol
around
Thunder
Orange
brother,
Rock
for
because they
sharing
seem
the
to know
stream.
something that we all don't.
Potentially. I mean, do Gremlins like the snow? Because we're heading over to Vikendi now.
अब हेरौँ अब कतिहरु यो चाहिँ अब
If
भिकेन्डीको
he's
म्याच
gonna-
अरे
if he's gonna, we'll see if he's going to be able to visit Orange Rock again.
He hides
Good
out in the
chicken
maze
dinner
in
one,
Diamond Park. Yeah,
yeah,
I think
yeah,
so.
yeah.
That's where the circle gremlin lives.
That's where I want to live as well.
Yeah.
चिकन डिनर सुरुको चिकन डिनर चाहिँ सोलले लग्यो
With the circle gremlin.
Yeah, with the circle.
You
gremlin.
are a circle gremlin.
I am actually the circle gremlin. That's me. I decided that Orange Rock got a really great circle up for the past 3 games.
Absolutely. But we are getting into the game very, very shortly. Trusted Process going to be pretty happy with that 3rd placement as well. But Seoul and Orange Rock looking to have some kind of a repeat performance here on Vikendi. There's going to be a bit of more of a slower map, guys. Vikendi tends to be kind of difficult to rotate over the terrain. Very, very harsh. Doesn't make it easier for vehicles to get over there, especially with all that snowy terrain around. But you do have a lot of compounds available to you. We are getting into match number 2 right now, John. Groups B and D going at it.
This is a heavily western plane route. It's going to isolate a lot of drops here.
Yes. One को चाहिँ आइफोन 8 हो
themselves an opening to
X
go
हो खै
to.
म
It will depend where the circle
sure
falls
छैन
as to where as to if this plane path is completely deadly. If it's a western circle, this plane path is really, really difficult for people to operate around because everybody will already be so close to each other that they'll have to rotate into each other and past each other.
For gaming like PMCO.
Sparks to fly on that front, but
second match भर्खरै हुँदैछ. Let's see.
that might be a little bit slower, so everyone will have to rotate over that way, and it will be sort of much more normal, much more regulated in pace.
I don't know, Orange goes 1+.
Like you said, John, this allows for a pretty nice
Come
split
Nepali chicken dinner, please.
over the
Yes,
majority of the western
no,
side
that's
circle.
what
Remember,
we
Vikendi
are waiting for.
quite small, so you still can rotate over. Wow, okay.
The first match saying, oh, look at this zone here. Left
check out who's right making their way down. Soul's making their way down, so they could potentially take
Orange Rocks early. Velocity like
trying to rotate down into Kantra and Hot Springs.
Orange Rock have already landed down on the
Oh,
floor.
Orange goes
vehicles as well.
Almost
land there for Sandu. Everyone's trying to bug out. No one picked up a weapon just yet. And they might just try and go over to Cosmodrome and see if they can loot that one up. But as you say, the southeasterly circle, very, very heavy. About 50% water in this next circle, which makes it very, very tricky. Although the compounds will be all the more valuable, so I'm expecting a lot of people to be grouping up around Kantra and around Hot Springs, trying to find those buildings, to find those locations a little bit earlier on, as the central part of the map will be a hot spot for rotation as well.
I think that is not good for business.
Okay, Soul Viper let's down
They did crash into
that might be the first blood.
Let's see if they can get their buddy back up again, or is Viper going to be
second
the
game
first one to fall back to 3 members and then back to your own
wrong भयो होला यार. Lo bhai.
Have to wait and see.
मेरो आफ्नो description चाहिँ wrong भएको होला.
Heavy southern rotation down towards.
अहिले copy paste उस गरेर गरेको के त्यही भएर wrong भयो होला मैले.
Entity Gaming on the map right now are so split. But speaking of split,
oh yeah, Poncha
split as well.
Yeah, Regaltos probably going to go down here, unfortunately. Just that is, oh my lord.
Yeah, they're just going to be able to take down still going, I believe, as is Viper. And so they should be okay with 3 if they're able to get that res. But first blood going over
yep, मैले चाहिँ mistake गरेको रहेछ
त्यहाँ. Total kill count over the 5 games so far, over the 6 games now.
मैले त्यो अर्को टिमको copy paste हानेको नि त.
Get in, lads. So kind of upsetting for them because they're on the bottom there. So probably taking out the frustrations on Regaltos, all crowding around and just giving the good old 1-2.
Right छ ल.
The 1-2 punch.
Frost being a little bit frosty, gets inside the snowmobile. He's gonna have to bug out now.
This is really not the best start for Soul.
Ooh, just about gets away.
The plane and the circle combo really not doing them any favors. I think that they probably miscalled this in terms of where they went for the drop.
ElementriX कति position अहिले not sure हैन किनकि यो आजको म्याच पछि उनीहरुले चाहिँ अपडेट गर्छ होला.
Rotating through essentially their part of the map that they wanted to drop around, and they dropped split despite everyone being so close to them. And now they're rotating past a lot of people as well. It's not the best.
It's not the best.
Without आजको म्याच बिना चाहिँ 13th मा थिए उनीहरु.
Orange Rock currently on the top side of the circle there. Velocity behind them, so they will have to rotate Orange Rock, but really, all you're going to start to see is all these players are going to start crunching down. Soul
Viper Mortal
desperately needs some medical assistance right now.
Yeah, he's going to be able to crash into the compound. They should finally find a little bit of respite. At the moment, positioning in the circle, you've got GODLIKE really quite happy with their spot right on the southeastern coast, near Hot Springs as well. And they're going to be controlling that
position first match.
You've got ElementriX as well as Portal Esports rotation already. Soul, though, they still have 3. Despite taking heavy damage, they will be able to get away for now. But they're running close to Team IND as well as INS as well. Orange Rock yet to make the southern push. It seems like they might just be able to go a little bit further in. GamingHub coming in for a little bit of a crash, and Mayhem as well.
Okay, यहाँ Mayhem र उसको GamingHub को फाइट गरिरहेको छ. Mayhem को एकजना डाउन र GamingHub चाहिँ अगाडि बढिसकेको छ जस्तो छ नि. Okay, Ross को लागि अगाडि बढ्दैछन् उनीहरु. Mayhem को एकजना पछाडिबाट आउँदैछ.
Take a cheeky angle on. Vampire seems
11 भएको the first drop out. Okay, यहाँ firing एकको प्रात तर उताबाट उजिले आएर चाहिँ GamingHub ले चाहिँ knock गरेको छ.
Micro Uzi absolutely deadly on this map. Most people do agree that it is probably one of the better weapons in the game when it comes to close range combat.
यहाँ एउटा kill secure गर्नु
middle
प्रहार पछाडिबाट
Mayhemको
यहाँबाट फेरि अर्को किल सेक्युर गर्ने प्रयास गर्दै आइजनले प्रहार गर्दै थियो र ऊ पनि नक भएको छ लास्ट गाइ रिमेनिङ फ्रम Mayhem.
Time unfortunately for Cloak, but Vampire's going to fall as well. Is going to be finished off by Emerge.
सोलको लक छ आज
Mayhem,
दुईजना
they're just going to run
5
away. They
HP मा
don't want to go
बाँच्यो.
down this early.
लेट्स सी के हुन्छ.
Yeah,
नेपाली
they know
टिमहरुको
that placement points is where they're probably going to get the most amount of results here. He does get himself up on the hillside, so he will be out of view.
ElementriX 14 मा छ बट टप 7 भित्र आउँछ होला आज.
GamingHub behind him. Really, the only thing to be concerned about now, does GamingHub actually have a vehicle on hand?
Salty at the moment. Salty squad, they are on the western side of the river down to the south.
SOLTISQUAD हरु चाहिँ उता western side तिर
looking
छन्
to try and get that rotation potentially as they move on forwards. Entity still incredibly
पहिलो
split.
म्याच
They've got a
नेपालीको
player
लागि
all the way up
चाहिँ
in coal mine,
राम्रै
a
भएको
player
थियो.
near castle as
हल्का
well, and a player
play
actually all the way
zone
down
एगेरे
south
जोनले चाहिँ फेभर गरेन
near the bridge, near
could,
Salty
but
as
they
well.
might
So
have
they're not going to be
beaten the
super happy
chicken
with
dinner.
that, or they shouldn't be, but they might
Team
be trying to
1
sneak
को
it through. And to be honest, they
चाहिँ
might survive
पोजिसनको
long
लागि
enough to make
कुद्दैछन्
it worth
जस्तो
their
छ.
while. We'll have to wait and see
BS को पनि डाउन छ
whether it's going to pay
but
off. But
L
Soul,
सँग फाइट
they are
गरिरहेको
not
छ जस्तो छ
getting
उनीहरुको.
any respite. Frost goes down.
Yeah,
Won't be able to get saved either. I think Mortal.
But L को माफिया माथि चढेर ओ हे
Yeah, you would think that Soul are pretty much done now. GamingHub,
पूजा गरौँ सबै नेपालीहरु.
Cloak, Frost finished. Godlike versus Paul Esports right now. Paul Esports obviously got that one kill very, very
commentary is
early,
very good
but
at
now
it.
they really do
I
have
will
to put
thank
the
you, brother.
firefight to the test.
हल्का फुल्का टुच्चा बिचमा
Ball
हान्दै
toss
गएन.
comes over
मैले
the top.
कस्टम रुममा गरे जस्तो कमेन्ट
Viru
गरेको छैन घरिघरि.
Off in the background there, but
Watchparty
he is
गरेको
very
अनि
much
मलाई
on
चाहिँ खाली
coach
त्यही
hand, so
इन्डियाको
Godlike don't have to worry
उसको
about him
देखेर
anytime
चाहिँ हैन
soon.
मलाई हल्का दुःख
Really,
लागेर
they're
मैले
only
बिचमा
pressure
कमेन्ट
is
हान्दै
coming from
मात्रै.
ahead of them in Paul Esports. Paul Esports just completely bugging him.
Move Nepali to
Just
Indian
to wrap
server.
back on the
They
point
might
Soul's drop.
के रे
It felt like
TDM
they were
खेल्न
going
कसले
for
याद
a top
गरेको
that
छ.
you would go
TDM
for if
खेल्ने
you
बेलामा
played
चाहिँ हैन
Vikendi
बेला
4 or 5 times.
बेलामा
They went
चाहिँ
split, they went
इन्डियन
to
सर्भर
compounds,
परिरहेको छ.
and the landings on Vikendi haven't been
टुच्चा नै हो
figured
ब्रो
out.
यार.
None of these teams
म चाहिँ त्यस्तो
in
उस
this
छैन
day
हैन.
have played this map before in this
त्यही भएर
tournament. We don't
बिचमा
know who's
मात्र
going to go
दिने
where. The
नेपाली.
plane was super isolating. We just
तर
don't
मैले
know
भने अनुसार
where
हैन
to say,
दे माइट
get
ओके
less
सोल्टी
loot,
एजेले चाहिँ यहाँ
but
प्रार
there's
गरिसकेको
other
छन्.
stuff in
हाइड्रासँग फाइट गरिरहेको थियो एकजनालाई डाउन
Hydra,
गरेको
now
थियो तर
taking this fight with Salty.
पनि डाउन र यहाँ
Most of
सोल्टी
the time, Hydra have
रुसियनलाई
been
चाहिँ
really good on their
एन्ड फिनिस हानेको छन्
firefights.
जस्तो छन्.
Gyro God in
Hydra ले यहाँ
particular,
easy revive
absolute
गर्दैछन्.
monster when you put a gun in his hands.
सोल्टी एजे ब्रो त
AJ
बाकी
gonna drop
सादा
down
ब्रो
the
पनि
smoke
डाउन
in the
हुनुहुन्छ.
bathroom. Wants a little bit of privacy.
लेट्स यहाँ पुरा स्मोक फालिराख्नु भएको छ. ओ नेडिङ पनि भएको थियो तर यहाँ सोल्टी सादा ब्रो चाहिँ रिभाइभ भइसक्नु भएको छ. उताबाट
They
फेरि
are continuing to go
फायरिङ
fight at the moment.
हाइड्राले
Hydra,
चाहिँ
they've got
ब्याक
them
अफ गरेको छन्.
surrounded,
उनीहरु चाहिँ फाइट
on all
लिइरहेका
fronts.
छन्.
All of the windows now are
Let's
covered. So Hydra might just opt to chuck one or two.
मलाई
They
नि
don't want to
अघि
use too
भर्खर
many
इन्डियन
this
परेको
early.
थियो टिडीएममा. यस ब्रो
You
त्यही
do
भनेको
need
त्यही
them
भएर
for
अब
those later circles. They are much
बिस्तारै चाहिँ
more
गरिदिन्छन्
useful.
होला कि बिस्तारै चाहिँ
Yeah.
इन्डियन सर्भरमा हालिदिन्छन् होला.
Zombie.
ओके एलिमेन्ट्रिक्सले इनिटीको
Preferably
एकजनालाई
was
डाउन
holding
गरेको छ.
the
अमनलाई चाहिँ डाउन
result for
गरेको
late
छ.
game,
वानले
so this fight is really
लेट्स
just
यहाँ पनि
resources
सोल्टी
for
स्क्वाड र
Hydra.
हाइड्राको परिरहेको छ.
Hydra God,
ओ
obviously,
यहाँ
Gyro
सोल्टी
God
यतै बोले चाहिँ
wants
उस
to
खाइराख्नु भएको छ.
really nice
हाइड्राको
angle
भित्र
through the
छिटेर
window,
नक हानेका
actually.
छन्. हाइड्राको
Gyro
द्वारा
God
सोल्टी
tossing the
सादा
Molotov,
ब्रोलाई
and
पनि
that will just be them
Molotov
going
ले
down.
उस गरेका थिए. आई थिंक सोल्टी एजेले एकजनालाई डाउन गर्न सफल तर
strong 4 kills for
Yeah.
them.
हाइड्राले चाहिँ
First
यता
team down. It's
सोल्टीलाई डाउन
Very
गरेका
bloody
छन्.
clean from him.
र सोल्टी स्क्वाड चाहिँ एलिमिनेटेड भएका छन्.
Obviously, INS versus Paul Esports. Paul Esports can't seem to quite find any respite.
उता एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स को पनि परिरहेको थियो तर यहाँ हाम्रो
Hounded
सोल्टी
by
स्क्वाड
all
चाहिँ
these
वाइप पनि
teams.
भएको छ. हल्का नराम्रो
INS. They're trying to
तर
take
निकै
the fight
मिठो
to
नक
Joker
गर्न
so far
सफल भएका
forwards.
थिए सोल्टी
They're going to have
पनि
to make the
तर
push in. Do they
couldn't
break out wide? Have they got
survive.
anyone who can move out on the flank and
INS
try and get an
र
off
PES
angle?
को
We've got
परिरहेको छ.
Wolf on the roof for
INS को
Portal
एकजना
Esports,
down.
but no one really controlling any of the open ground that we're seeing in front of them. See if they're able to respond in kind and get Joker up. They're covering his retreat with
ओके
a couple of
स्मोकी
smokes and
लाई चाहिँ यहाँ पीएस को वुल्फले चाहिँ देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ. ओके
Yeah,
यहाँ
Wolf did a
किल
really
स्प्रे गर्ने
good
प्रयास
position. He
गरिरहेका
does
छन्.
tag out
Random
Joker
spray.
quite a few times, so
तर यहाँ
someone's going to have to put the hand on him pretty
ओहो
shortly.
स्मोकी वाइटीलाई मिठो ड्यामेज दिन सफल एन्ड ही नक्ड हिम
Wolf
आउट.
Wolf is doing
Knock पनि गर्न
really
सफल भएको छ
good
उसले.
work here.
यहाँ स्टिल
Now he's
फायरिङ
just
तर उ
looking
चाहिँ
for the
कभर
spray.
गर्छन् जस्तो चाहिँ.
Really, you would have thought the rest of Paul Esports would advance on this, but they are not doing well at all in the rankings, so maybe they're not feeling too confident in themselves.
there is a crate as well just down there. You can see the red plume of smoke just to the east of the house.
पीएस को रस चाहिँ गरेको
Will
छ. यहाँ
be able to
स्मोक
pick
चाहिँ
that one
फालेको
up
छ.
and
आई थिंक
Get
लेट्स
themselves some
सी.
power afterwards.
ओके
Very
फेरि
smart.
स्प्रे
This
दिँदै
obviously map being
मिठो
quite
ड्यामेज.
small, the smoke behind Wolf will prevent any third party coming through. Currently, there don't seem to be too many teams around other than Godlike coming in there, so really like this play from Wolf so far.
कहिलेसम्म गर्छन्
playing much
इन्डियन
smarter, but probably
सर्भरमा
not
I have
as
no idea
aggressive as they
मैले
should
त्यो
have
भनेको
done.
मात्रै त्यो
Allowing
टिडिएम
INS
खेल्नेलाई चाहिँ त्यसो
completely
परेको
to
थियो
leave
नोटिस
scot
गरेको
free.
कुरा मात्र सेयर
And
गरे है
you know what that's costed you? That's costed you so much utility on the side of PES, and INS just don't have to really worry about it. So this is going to affect PES in the future because they've just been
एकजना चाहिँ
continually
फिनिश भइसकेको
fighting.
रहेछन् ओके इनिटी र एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स को परिरहेको थियो अघि यहाँ अहिले फेरि कोसँग परेको
Viru still holding strong,
सँग
no one
परेको छ
quite there.
गडल पनि यहाँ आइसकेको
Entity
रहेछ
is the team that's lacking the one player. Entity
Right,
are
okay.
dropping in with 3. This is why they're so split. I don't know what's gone on there. We'll find out about that
यस्तो
later.
निलासा
Try
आँखा
and fill
बन्द
you guys
गरेर
in, but
हेरिरहेको
I don't
छ
know if we're going to get some any
They have
information
regroupped a
out of
little
it.
bit. You can see one on the south, I think one on the north. Can't quite spot the third.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
they're on top of each other. Or maybe one of them went down. I have to double check. But the next circle, imminently popping. Of course, it is down and southwest around the mouth of the river.
Yeah, the bubble about
ओके
to get
टीडीपी ले पनि फायरिङ
lot
गरिरहेको
smaller.
टीडीपी ले चाहिँ टिम 8 सँग फाइट लिइरहेको जस्तो छन्
They're just getting pushed on in. These
हाम्रो
compounds gaining
ElementriX
value
हरू चाहिँ
time
उता
and time
रोटेट
again.
गरिसकेका
Soul still
छन्
in it with 2 players on the southeastern side of the circle, as you can see. They
ओके
managed to find
टीडीपी
themselves a coastal
पनि उताबाट
compound,
फल ब्याक
which
भइसकेका छन्
is actually
Very
pretty
safe.
to
डिरेक्सनमा
be able to
जाँदैछन्
move from. You only have 180 degrees to worry about as opposed to 360 in a normal compound here. But when you've got
Okay,
orange
Unity
rock
को फेरि
bearing down on you,
आज
it's not going to be the
तीनजना
best of
खेलिरहेको
times. You can see they're starting their rotation.
डीआरबी को यताबाट आउँदैछन्
Everyone
टिम
will start to
14
settle
गेमिङ
out
हब
in
स्टिल
the, out in
देयर
the blue though. You still got
Mayhem
Mayhem.
को एकजना मात्र लास्ट गाई हो
still
गया
on the
वो
western
चाहिँ
side of that circle actually.
ओके यहाँ ओरेन्ज रक को एकजना डाउन छन्
VLT as they start to
हेलो
go for the
सिटीले
roll.
चाहिँ फाइट लिइरहेको छन्
Yeah, there's back and forth here. They're going to go for it again, it seems. Actually, no,
त्यही भनेको
leaving
त्यस्तो
Marvy on the floor. Sandu going to go
ओरेन्ज
for
रक र
it.
भेलोसिटी को परिरहेको छ
Whilst
ओरेन्ज
Karen
रक
just
को
watches the
एकजना
angle.
डाउन
This is the
छन्
thing. Orange Rock now stop their rotation. They have to pause. They have
Okay,
to
zero
just wait
degree
just a
पनि
little
आइसकेको छ
bit.
नि
It means they have to go to a compound that maybe they weren't super keen on.
Yeah, they know they have to get there quickly though, because as you can see, 0
तर अब
degree
चाहिँ खासै फाइट पर्दैन
rolling
भर्खर 12
on
मिनेट
up.
भएको
They
छ र
want to
एउटा
have
टिम
a
एलिमिनेट
hand at this
भइसकेको छ
loot crate.
50
Sandu.
जना अलाइभ
Vehicle
They're not
starting a
taking
little
shots.
bit slowly. I'm liking this position from Syria actually.
I think it might be looking to just go for the loot crate, which is why he didn't take the shot. Or maybe they're trying to cover it. They should be able to spot a couple of these Orange Rock team players.
Yeah, you would have thought Orange Rock would have
सिप
seen
खोइरा
this
लेस
location,
रेड
but
रे
then again, you've got to
उसे
remember
हेरिरहेको
that
छु मैले
the compound that they've just taken is down the hillside, so you would wonder if they actually managed to spot them as they came through. This could be a really big flank coming through from 0 degree.
Normally what you see on Vikendi is teams grouping very centrally into the circle, and that's kind of what we're seeing here, although the coastline proving a little bit weird for a lot of these squads.
हेरौँ है अब एकैछिन
Because of course
फेरि
you don't
उनीहरू
want to
चाहिँ
be
हल्का
leaving those
passive
compounds when
भएका
you don't
छन्
need to. So the more central you are, the less likely you are going to have to do that. And it reduces risk. That's what you want to look for. The airdrop there contains a Groza, so not the best prize. The main thing you're looking at there is the military vest and the level 3 helmet.
Yeah,
That's the main prize that everyone's going to be wanting.
definitely agree there. Soul also just on the left side here, so see if they want to chime in. But with just the 2 players, you would expect them not to. Keep the instruments nice and quiet.
0 डिग्री र उसको
Sandu
ओरेन्ज रक
taking
को
a
परेको छ
high
तर
ground
सोल्टी
position.
लाइन
I'm actually quite a big fan of that.
राम्रोसँग हाने
Yeah, I mean, they get
Ramasanga
Overwatch, they get a
haneको.
potential rotation path. Mavi is
त्यही त
all the way
नमिठोसँग
out
आउँछ उनीहरूलाई
to the
उनीहरूले
northwest
उस
of
गर्न
them
चाहिँ
as well.
सफल भएका थिएन
Forward
त्यो
bomb
कुडा
for a long
नक चाहिँ गरेको थिए तर
rotation.
हाइड्राको
Soul down to the southwest of this map
हल्का
as well.
उसको
They have their own little compound. You can see Mortal there on the left of the screen.
भर्खर हेर्न सुरु भयो नेपाली
His
स्क्वाड को
teammate
छ
Viper
अहिले
still
चाहिँ
alive.
एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स
winners,
र
of course.
ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस मात्र बाँकी छ
Looking to try and place up. I said I wanted to see them come about 5th potentially with 1, 2, 3 kills, something like that. Not big performances, but consistent. That's what we want to see from them.
सन्दीप लामी
Exactly.
छानेले
I think
3 विकेट
really, yeah, you
लिइसक्यो
come off the
उता
back of
पनि
a win.
जित्नुपर्छ नेपालीले
You come on to Vikendi. Most
Let's
teams going to be looking out for you.
होप
So
फर दैट
just try and make that placement as high as possible, especially with just the 2 players
ओरेन्ज
now.
रकहरु चाहिँ माथि डाँडामा पुरा
Vikendi,
गाडी लिएर
a lot of firefights will
refueling
happen
अरे
across
ओके
these
गाडीमा
compounds,
तेल
so
भर्दैछ
Soul probably just hoping
ब्यान्डेज
that
लाउँदैछन्
when we do get to the final stages, there'll be a team with maybe 3 or 2 players left
15 मिनेट सेकेन्ड जोन
alongside them
गइसकेको
if
थर्ड
they
जोन
do
आउँदै
get there in the end.
हेलो
Orange
जेरो
Rock.
सेन्ट्स वेलकम टु द स्ट्रीम
Pretty
ब्रोको घर
happy with
कता
their
हो म
rotation so
पोखराको
far,
मिलन थापा
just
ब्रदर
looking more for safety than anything, but Soul do
Let's
in
see.
fact have the move, and it will be 0 degree
Yeah.
right behind them.
This circle doesn't
अझ
really
15 वटा
change
टिम
too much
50
other
जना
than one or two
लाइभ
teams
हाम्रो
having to
नेपाली एउटा
rotate.
स्क्वाड चाहिँ
As
वाइप
you say,
भइसकेका छन्
both Soul and 0 degree do have to move. GamingHub have to move a little bit, Mayhem as well, but they will just
टिटिपी
push
हरू
on
चाहिँ जोनको
towards there.
एजमा
Are
रहेछन्
compounds
हाम्रो
available further
एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स
down
हरू
the
चाहिँ
coast, so
बिचमा
that should
पुगिसकेका
be
छन्
just fine.
र उनीहरू चाहिँ हाइड्रा
At the
नजिक
moment,
छन्
the only team not
पोखरा
holding in
कता
a
पोखरा
compound, I
बिन्दावासिनी
believe, is
मन्दिर
Orange Rock,
नजिकै
as they are holding the top there. a decent spot for them. They have quite a nice rotation path down the side of the hill. I think there are a couple of buildings down there as well. So if they need to, they can crash the compound.
Last guy was if I'm not
we
wrong.
know that they have the strength to do it. This is the time when they haven't had the circle lock. They have had to make rotations here.
Our team le participate गर्न पाउँदैन bro अरे.
Keeping it simple. It's the main thing you want to do here on Vikendi.
Brother.
You can be sure that there will be so many teams hiding in pretty much every single compound. Will have a lot of security from other teams as well. So you don't want to be rotating through them too quickly, or you're just going to get sprayed upon by about 4 separate entities.
There's only
one entity in this compound.
Currently.
Entity.
I mean, Entity, I'm actually pretty impressed.
Facebook down
last game, it was around about that top 6th place. They only have 3 players, so the way they're playing it right now is fairly split with Viru. He seems to be the man they send out to a very awkward and weird position. We saw him in the water before. And really, I think they know that potentially they just cannot field the player today. So what they will do instead is, because they have a decent position on the leaderboard, they can afford to just go for those placement points, keep themselves on that first page, keep themselves safe, and make sure they make it into the semi-finals. So I'm actually fairly happy with the way they're playing, despite the disadvantage, as opposed to the way Seoul played when they only had 3 members.
Sandu can't quite decide if he wants the M4 or the
I'm also from Pokhara.
He's looking for the M4.
I need to has 2 players, one is on water holding position and another is okay.
Rotations start to come in and actually Seoul just about on top as the circle is going to start to close now. 0 Degree already have made that rotation. Viper has made his way in a little bit deeper to the circle. More following him. I think they are playing a right on the coastline as well. Playing a very, very cautious and safe game. Alive and with them as well.
Major place we're looking out for right now, John, Hot Springs. That's where most of the action is going to go down. Trusty process. Have a loot crate right in front of them.
I am also from Bindavas.
Mayhem Reds. Obviously, he's the single player. He's hanging around on that western side, just outside the frozen river. Nice little view of the map here. You see Seoul model all the way on the coastline, trying to stay away from 0 Degree as much as possible. Remember, 0 Degree, this is a high fragging team. If they can catch sight of you, especially when there's only 2 of you as well, you are pretty much going to be sleeping with the fishes tonight.
I'm just having a look out. I don't think 0 Degree knows that they're there. So they're going to know that Portal Esports is there. You're not going to get spotted out. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think Seoul are up the cliff. I don't think they have decided to play a completely coastal game.
Portal Esports just haven't left this position. They don't have to as of yet. But
this is why people take these central compounds. A lot of these teams won't have had to move for a very long time.
They have been taking a fight with a lot of people, though. Everyone who comes near, they're a bit afraid of everyone. It's just like, no, stay away, stay away.
That's what you got to do.
I promise you, I know how to use this.
That's what you got to do, though. You got to spike out from those compounds. Next circle coming in. Of course, it's just, again not really going to change too much. Seoul in it. The only teams that have to move probably the most here is Trusty Process. They have to cross the river.
Nice, very quick.
Doing now. You can see they have to crash. So. Who are they going to come up against?
Discord free internet. Anyways, guys, 0 Degree fight
on these rotations. It looks like ElementriX as well, making a little bit of a move southwards.
PS ko पहिला name Onyx थियो, they are OP. Onyx wo ho?
It's going to start crunching down.
Okay, TDP लाई चाहिँ down गरेको छन्, Sexlio लाई पनि down, Doku पनि down. I think उता Sagar लाई पनि firing भइरहेको छ यहाँ, DRB ले चाहिँ firing गरिरहेको छ. TDP मा 2 जना down भइसकेको छन्.
Driving round and round like a couple of lost puppies.
Purti bang थियो त थाहा भयो मलाई यहाँ Utsaga पनि डाउन गरेछ. ElementriX ले फाइट गरेछ. Orange ले चाहिँ Utsaga लाई डाउन गरेको छन् र किल सेक्युर गर्ने प्रयास गर्दै छन्. Orange ले चाहिँ
किल low HP it goes up.
र यसै गरी किल सेक्युर भइसकेको छ Orange को. Utsaga लाई चाहिँ फिनिश हानेको थियो Orange ले.
They've made their rotation south and now they're controlling the side of the river.
See, that's the good rotation there. That's why
Alka नराम्रो तर के गर्ने किल्समा ElementriX 1 को पनि नाम आइसकेको छ.
Sही हो. Currently ElementriX in a really strong position, got eyes on pretty much everything, knowing that
कुन टिम चाहिँ यो गेममा अहिले चाहिँ ElementriX र TDP मात्र बाँकी छ.
Got rid of the only threat that was coming from that way, which was Trusty Process.
र Trusty Process मा पनि अब last guy छ होला if I'm not wrong. Sagar bro मात्र बाँकी हुनुहुन्छ. यस त्यहाँबाट फायरिङ DRB ले चाहिँ ढोकाहरु फोडिदिरहेको छ.
Very happy with that, unfortunately for him.
Shigar just got his T on. don't really want to.
HYDRA ko ekjana
Don't
down.
really want to move from
Give
there.
himself a little bit of warmth in this frozen map, in the frozen tundra.
God knows.
Team
the rest of the team
IND
aren't
ko
there to
chauta
put the work.
mathi.
He's not quite, but he's been denied entry to the hot springs. You see, he was going for a nice spa treatment, but they said no, you haven't.
Okay,
you haven't
easy
got a
revive
booking,
गर्दैछन्
sir."
उनीहरुले यहाँ.
You know with the hot
Orange
rocks
rock
on the
ले
deep on the
चाहिँ
back?
down गरेको छन् जस्तो.
Instead, ElementriX just
TRB no
pushed
RB
through
पो
one
हो.
of those right his face.
O र D
It's
same
like,
same
oh,
देखिन्छ यार.
That's a bit mean.
Bang, straighten the noggin.
Yeah.
Not gonna be happy
Anyways,
with that one.
thank you.
Next circle just about to come in as well. This will be the one that probably forces the majority of the rotations that we're going to see. But again, it's very, very central, entirely land-based as well. Entity, not going to have to move, as well as GODLIKE, who have just been spending their entire time in Kantra, not having to move.
Bro, one ko naam se yahan aa jayega. Look at that.
Push along the coast, 0 degree as well, having to go in, and everyone now going to compete for a little bit of ground. Orange Rock on the northern side, they've been controlling a lot of territory. You can see they've got a few buildings, but they're on the hillsides as well. They're spread out in a line. GamingHub might get spotted out by Mavi on the back. You can see all the way up the top of the hill, and I think HYDRA know Orange Rock up the hill as well. They're a little bit further south. Everybody has their foothold in the zone, though.
Red's currently in a fight with ElementriX. ElementriX probably most likely going to take him
down. Velocity
or
पनि छन् यहाँ. ओके. उयो त्यहाँ भर्खर गाडी पल्टिदै आएको थियो यार.
Oh, this is mine now.
I don't know if they crashed into the compound and brought it with
Velocity
them.
फेरि ब्याक गरेर
going.
गरिरहेको छ. Velocity को एकदम डाउन 0 डिग्रीले चाहिँ डाउन गरेको छ र
Yeah,
किल सेक्युर गर्ने प्रयास गर्दै छ जस्तो छ यहाँ.
Put to quite the quick stop. MJ over there by the vehicle, most likely just going to get exploded by
प्रहार गर्दै Velocity को अर्को ओपनमा कुदेको छ. I think he is going to get knocked out as well. र Mayhemले चाहिँ ElementriX को मिस्टर ह्युजलाई डाउन गरेको छ.
and still
Velocity को दुई जना डाउन छन् त्यता.
So he's been having a pretty good time
र
as a solo
Velocity
player,
को
but
आधा दिन
now
यता
you
आएर
expect a
चाहिँ
lot of ElementriX
टपको प्रहार
starting to fire
गर्दैछ.
upon him. Doesn't seem to be too much cover around him. We're back on velocity side. 0 degrees.
Nepali ElementriX, TDP र SOLTISQUAD तर SOLTISQUAD चाहिँ अहिले सकिसक्नु भएको छ. TDP मा लास्ट एउटा बाँकी हुन्थ्यो. ElementriX को नि अहिले भर्खर एउटा नक भएको देखेको थिएँ मैले.
Those Molotovs, but the push is coming through as 0 degrees.
के अहिले त वालबाट हान्न खोजिरहेको.
Firing, trying to fire through.
र 0 डिग्रीले त्यहाँ प्रहार गरेको छ. मिठो डाउन बाइ 0 डिग्रीको सूर्य. अलादिनलाई ल मिस्टर ह्युजलाई चाहिँ ओरेन्ज रकले चाहिँ
Team ID dead
नेटले
central
चाहिँ
in the
फिनिश
circle.
गरेका छन्.
Actually, Entity still alive.
SSCN को kill secure गरिसकेको
move
छन्.
away from Kantra. They
Godly.
have gone away. Soul as well, making that rotation in along the southern bank.
Orange on fire. Orange ले चाहिँ उसलाई डाउन
Mayhem
गरेको थियो.
finally
HYDRA ले फेरि
eliminated on the
ElementriX को
western
वानलाई
side.
डाउन गरेको छन्. Mayhem चाहिँ eliminated.
ElementriX try and push in, but they're coming up against Orange Rock. They're coming up against HYDRA as well.
Currently, Neo
Let's see.
is hanging out in this building.
वानलाई
There is
चाहिँ
a
डाउन
player
गरेको थियो.
directly
वानको
next
बात
to him
नसफल भयो कि
from
नै.
GODLIKE. He's just waiting.
Aman has already gone down for entities. They've lost one of their 3 Snowlo snakes.
युनिटीहरु पुरा पोजिसन
ElementriX,
होल्डमा
though,
छन्.
the rotation they made, the current one, it was a very safe acquisition onto that compound, but it was
I
one
didn't
where
get to
they were
watch
almost certainly going to have to
देखाएकै थिएन.
leave, and
र
you
प्ले
know
जोनले
that
वानलाई
these
चाहिँ प्ले जोनले
players are going
चाहिँ
to be waiting for them.
आइदिएको छ.
Circle drops again, though. You can see that directly just above Hot Springs. IND
Let's
currently
see.
directly in the
Nepali
circle.
teamहरु कति
GODLIKE
बाँकी
as
छन्,
well.
को
But
बाँकी
Neo
छन्.
now on the floor. Mafia just does not know he's here, occupying the building with him.
There's another player very close. He might try and jump on in, especially with the rotations coming in from Orb. They might try and hold all of these angles. Neo gets himself up.
What's this?
He's trying to hear the footsteps.
He's
He
an
isn't
illegal
moving.
lodger. He's an illegal lodger. He's
To be
not
fair,
meant to be here.
To his credit, I think he was there first.
Oh, yeah, true.
So we'll have to wait and see. GODLIKE chucking out the nades, trying to control this ground. This is downstairs from where they have one guy who is just waiting in. This might be go time. I don't know if they spotted it out. There's 2 of them right there.
Oh my God, Neo!
Oh come on,
This
he's
guy
gonna
is
go
a
in.
really strong fragger as well.
No way. He's
Shoot him!
Long!
Kiki! Kiki!
What the fuck?
He's right there! You know he's there!
What the fuck?
What is going on? Oh my God! By the teammate! He hasn't chucked it! Kiki, Kiki, please!
What is going on?
What is happening?
दुईटाले गन्छ.
Neo!
What the fuck was that?
Neo, please! He's right there!
Oh my God. तर फाइनली उसले चाहिँ
Oh my God!
What the fuck?
Oh, what is
के हो त्यो?
What is that? Oh, that's phenomenal.
र 0 डिग्री चाहिँ एलिमिनेटेड
Phenomenal
भएको छ है.
What happened?
होइन भर्खरै के भयो म आफैले बुझ्न सकेन यार.
That is
छ्या.
That's a moment. That's an epic gamer moment right there.
Have a moment, but we don't have too long because all of these teams are now starting to crunch on in. It's crunch time. There's not that many compounds. Orange Rock. They are playing this one really well off the back of not having their circle luck. This is what we wanted them to prove.
Okay, INS को GamingHub को पनि
taking down a lot of these other teams as well. Mortal and Viper still going on the southeastern side, but they got a lot of competition for it. From the north, there's a couple of teams trying to push on in. It's INS,
I have no idea.
as well as HYDRA. My goodness me, everything's kicking off.
Anyway, that was funny. Yes, that was really funny. अगर नराम्रो लागिरहेको थियो नेपाली टिमहरुको लागि तर त्यसले चाहिँ हल्का उसको रमाइलो सोलहरुको त छन् I have no idea यहाँ राम्रोसँग हेर्न पाएको छैन ORB ले चाहिँ ओरेन्ज रकलाई चाहिँ हेरिरहेको छ नि
One shot found, not quite a headshot. A little bit of damage tickling in. Harry making the run. Yeah,
Soulko is still there. TDP Sagar brother is still there.
Reload has to come.
Sagar was also bachiरहेको भएको छ हाम्रो नेपाली टिमबाट. ElementriX
not looking in the best position. Wolf once again.
Yes, they got
Wolf has been
out.
absolutely on fire this game. Currently, all these teams occupying.
Yeah, so we did a fighting
there on the side.
TDP but the last guy remaining.
You expect the teams to know where he is right now. Orange Rock got a little bit of a split on them.
Next circle is there, and Orange Rock, they've already made some of those crosses, of course, we saw that earlier, and they are going to be into the next zone as well. They're starting to push central, and this is the sort of rotational strength that I wanted to see from these guys. They are proving that they deserve to be at the top. They deserve to be touted as one of the best squads. Previously coming in as the Indian Tigers. Their history is with them. They have got that legacy and that clout to try and prove themselves here, and they're doing just that.
Oh shit, Sagar bro mother bagi थियो Sagar bro लाई हान्दियो जस्तो छ नै.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course.
They're your boys.
Yeah.
किनकि अब team 11 अरे.
Decent game so far. Circle has favored them. Now they're going to have to move down into it. Orange Rock directly ahead of them. Pretty much no one in the circle right now. Most of the teams are occupying this northern side. No one wants to leave the compounds first, John.
Does
take down Mazik. So a little bit of fight going down there, and it is just between the two teams. Trust the process and
trust the process when they have, okay, we are good, we are good. Of course, trust the process.
In 11th. Viru is still going, as you say, Entity Gaming. Still in with a chance. Soul starting to make their rotation.
हाम्रो Sagar bro is still there. We got still hope.
Is removed.
One man army छ नुनी.
That's HYDRA out as well now.
Orange Rock take a knock. Mavi goes down. Everyone's going to be bearing down on the position. But if Orange Rock can weather the storm,
I मैले नि देखेको थिए नि त तर यिनीले राइट मा त्यो अलाइभ मा चाहिँ देखाएन के नाम त्यही भएर म हल्का उसको
all four players alive.
All good. यहाँ चाहिँ फायर भइरहेको छ. टिम IND को स्लेयर डाउन. GamingHub ले चाहिँ डाउन गरेको छ. सोल मोटल ले पनि उता down गरेका छन् है.
I think Mavi did just go down, and actually Viper was able to claim that one. So they were another kill going over the
top 10 भित्र छिरिसकेका छन् हाम्रो Sagar bro. Let's see. यहाँबाट फायरिङ ओहो र यसै गरी टिम IND ले चाहिँ उता फिनिश गरेका छन्. GamingHub चाहिँ फिनिश भएको छ जस्तो छ.
Just Viper now, who's
Orange Rock को 3 जना बाइक छन्. यहाँबाट सोललाई चाहिँ पार गर्दैछन्. PES हरु पनि
vying for position.
Okay, PES को overflight down गर्न सफल.
Here currently playing in a
ओहो ल बुटाइ चाहिँ अब कडै बुटाइ भइरहेको छ. सोलमा लास्ट गाइहरु पनि INS को लाई पनि डाउन गर्न सफल. मिड टु डाउन गरेछ र किल सेक्युर गरिसकेका छन्. Orange Rock ले.
Orange Rock.
Unity द्वारा हाम्रो Sagar brother finish हुनु भएको छ र I think top 8 मा पुग्नु भएको छ ब्रोहरु.
Community reaches out to us. It's really nice to. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I mean,
INS को र Orange Rock को परिरहेको छ एकअर्कालाई नगरिरहेको छ.
If you guys actually have any
Orange Rock को down,
reach out to us on Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah.
John Allen Costs for me and John Allen Costs _ on Instagram.
What are you going to say that John Allen Costs?
Unity Gaming मा पनि एकजना IND र Soul मा सबैमा एक जना बाँकी छन्. ORB official मा चाहिँ ओहो Soul Viper लाई हानेको छन् है.
It's going to take down Soul. They go down. Well, hang on a minute. They go down in 5th. That's where I said. Well, that's where I wanted to see them go.
Yeah, that is a good place. But literally, Mad Dog with the bazooka. Great job from him. Orange Rock
PS का खाना अगाडि दुई जना छन् उनीहरुकोमा चाहिँ Orange Rock मा 3 जना, Portal Esports मा 2 जना र ORB मा चाहिँ whole squad.
This is the showing that they want.
Yeah, this is really what we want to see. 2 players still alive. Orb official, also one of the teams who are towards the bottom of the leaderboard. So
all
Both teams
Nepali
really
did,
did a good
yes.
job
Officer
to
bad
themselves
तर
up
सबै
to
नेपालीहरु
speed.
डेड भएका छन् र I think top 8 मा पुग्नु भएको छ.
Points starting to
Sagar
rack
bro
up as
चाहिँ
everyone gains
one man army
placement.
भएका थिए उनी.
Next placement
Oh,
will
RB को
points, of course, and then 6 for the
Mazik
victor.
चाहिँ down
Extra
PS
on top
खानले
of
चाहिँ
what
हानेका
they've
छन्
already
उनलाई.
earned themselves.
Omito
Kills, a massive bonus as well, or stuck in these buildings will have to leave eventually.
Okay,
Two of those
RB ले
players
माथि
right
एउटा
at the
प्रहार
back, they will be tagged
तीनटा
up by the
टिम
blue
बाँकी
and
Orange
make
Rock
the
का
rotation.
तीनजना
Orange Rock
Portal
will be
Esports का
overseeing
दुईजना
before
र
Esports actually close to
RB
the
को whole
zone
squad तर एकजना डाउन
have
छ
a
यहाँ
little control.
PS को
Will
लागि
get
डाउन गर्न
spotted out
सफल
as
Orange
Existence
Rock
gets one
ले.
knock. Don't think Khan's going to be long as well because he should know where he is. A lot of damage being poured on through.
Orange Rock doing a
र
really
यहाँ
excellent job.
Orange Rock ले kill
Khan
secure
is
गरिसकेको अवस्था.
only one
I
left
think this
for
might be the
Esports,
Orange
and
Rock ले
Existence
चाहिँ यहाँ
is
kill
on.
हो फेरि अर्को kill
He
लिन
will
सक्छ.
unleash the
10
bullets.
Orange Rock
kills
looking good
गरिसकेका
and
छन्.
set to try and take another one. I don't know if he can
Go
outrun the
RB
blue here.
mad dog
Two
for 10
fights
kills
going
अरे
on.
यहाँ एउटा
Carry playing it close, guys.
Orange
Go
carry
out
लाई
the
मिटो
zone.
down
Sandy
last
rolls
one.
on in and they
Oh
both
my
go
god.
down.
Oh,
All
RB
holding
को
up for now, but
Max Cast ले दुईजनाले कस्तो मिठो डाउन गरेछ भने आफ्नो साथीलाई चाहिँ यहाँ रिभाइभ गरिरहेका छन्. ओके यसलाई पनि उठाउन सफल हुन्छ जस्तो छ. Last guy revealed from Orange Rock. Oh, RB
That is-
Orange Rock.
That is some big cojones just to sit in the smoke like that.
It's just Existence. 1 versus 3. 1 versus 4, actually.
Oh, Mazik.
यसै गरी
Excellent play from
RB
Orb
ले चाहिँ
overall. They
चिकन दिइरहेको
finished
छ.
down that one in a blindingly amount of speed.
11
Oh
kills
my
coming in for them.
God.
Top spot
The last
as well.
one-
They had a difficult rotation to
Not
make
mid-timing,
them.
so
Orange
RB
Rock
there.
not able to stop them. They went for a bold push and it did not pay off. But a second place finish for them today so far.
Okay,
Really
ElementriX
nice to
with
see
3
for that,
kills.
'cause it is going to
Tinta
net them
kills
10
sufal
kills
भइरहेको
as
छ.
well and a decent scoreline to boot.
Orb going to be massively happy with that 31-point game right
यस्तो नमिठो
there.
हानेको लास्टमा
That
RB ले.
actually might bring them back into a position where they can potentially pull themselves into the semi-finals because they were in a bad position before. This is a really, really
नेपाली
happy
टिमको आज
game
चाहिँ
for
उस
them.
भएन.
Definitely give themselves
No
all the
chicken
back
dinner
for that.
yet.
This is
दुईटा गेम
really
अझै बाँकी नै छ.
excellently
Let's
well
go.
done. If we're going to have see some highlights
Yeah,
between here, for
PES,
example, so he
India
just sits
versus
there while he
Pakistan.
gets pummeled upon.
He knows what's up.
Yeah.
Seoul, though, they managed to put themselves down in 5th, and Viper was able to get 3 kills. Fifth place with 3 kills. Didn't I say that at the start of the game? I said 5th place with 3 kills. That's what I want to see them get.
That's ridiculous. Are
And they've done exactly
Yeah,
that.
Sorty र HYDRA को गरेको
I
थियो.
am the circle gremlin.
You are the circle
I'm the
You
circle
know what's
gremlin.
good. You know what's good.
But that's the sort of consistency that is really good to see.
Yeah.
PS
I
को
believe
मिठो
that's gonna net
स्प्रे थियो
them
यहाँ चाहिँ.
8 points for the placement and then 3 extra points, so breaking that 10-point barrier, which is what they wanted to put up as an average, what we've said across so far, as you want to put up as an average, just to confirm yourself moving forward to the semi-finals. So they should
Okay,
be
अब
happy with
दुईटा
that
गेम
performance,
बाँकी छ. Let's
especially
see
considering they
नेपालीहरूले
lost 2
जित्छ.
players that early.
Yeah.
सागर चौधरी भर्खरै
It is.
ORB ले चाहिँ जितेको छ यो चाहिँ.
Mental play.
I mean,
It's so big brain.
it's so big brain that he's doing absolutely nothing. And I cannot believe it took them this long to
Kiki
spot
was
him out.
like, yes, teammate. Must be teammate.
Hey, you
Not
know the
teammate,
song
must
Banda
be
Funny.
teammate.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he kind of would.
You know the SpongeBob caveman meme? It's like that for Kiki.
Oh. Must be teammate.
अर्को पालि नखेले हुन्छ यस्तो हावा पिङमा.
There was a mad dash for the compound in the end, but you know, I would in that final circle I would have had my money on Orange Rock. I thought that they had a really solid.
Actually, last को final को
Orb had to
यस्तो
make a
मिठो
very
हानेको
difficult
थियो
rotation
ORB
away
ले.
from a building. They had to leap out of some high ground, so they should have potentially lost out quite poorly on several of those fights. But they went for a really aggressive push, and I think that's really what saw them wrong.
सबैजना दिदी बाहिर जानुभयो मोबाइल
So
यही छ
unfortunate
एकछिन
for
मा.
them, that they weren't able to claim it down, but they're gonna
देखाएन त्यो लास्ट वाला.
They're going to be just fine. They got a huge swathe of points as well. I think that might be enough to put them certainly for next game in the contention. They were 29 points below
Alga
the
नराम्रो
current
तर
leaders, Xbox, and that game would have put them up 14 plus 10, so 24 points. They'll be 5 points out.
Yeah, they'll be in a really good spot right now. So
और
all
दुईटा
in
गेम
all,
अझै बाँकी छ.
happy days
एकछिन
for
नेपालीहरूले
Esports
हान्छन्
and
कि.
Orb official. Both teams clasping hands here and it's like, we're going to get this. We're going to get this gone.
We're going to get it gone.
We're going to get it done, boys. All right, so that's exactly what they did. Really, really happy to see that. I think when you see teams like Pole Esports and Orb officials who haven't been having the best days, it's nice just to see them.
Do you know what
have
I'm
a
really
good time.
happy? Is that we didn't-
दुब्लो अङ्कलहरू.
Well, yeah,
no, we're not doing it
We
again,
didn't do
'cause
a,
that's another risk.
We didn't do a classic
But, like,
esports handshake.
We didn't do an esports handshake,
No.
which is
Dude,
not
the
great.
trick is you look at the elbow.
No, that's for a high five.
That's for the high
Also not
five.
gonna do,
I've been
because
doing
we've
that.
done one.
हावा कुरा गरिरहेछ नि यिनीहरू यार.
No, that's a high five.
Maybe I've been like,
Just staring at people's elbows.
yeah, they're like, what are you doing? Look at my hand. And I'm like, elbow only.
Elbow only. That's what it's going to be. But no, Orb very happy with that. Portland Esports very happy with that one as well. Orange Rock continues to show some dominance, and on a game where they didn't have the circle luck, rotational strength being displayed.
Dominance.
Pink wala cute.
You are wanting to see a little bit more PUBG Mobile. We still have 2 matches ahead of us today with the South Asian region. So definitely stick around because we'll be back with you very soon. But for now, we're going to go to a very quick break because we're going to cool off after Vikendi. Actually, we should probably warm up actually, but we'll be back with you very, very soon. See you guys later.
The fairy advertise. Love from India. Thank you, Subham. How's up, brother? Love from Nepal. Break भएको अवस्था, so I'm going as well. अब चाहिँ Miramar को map, Miramar र Erangel बाकी छ. Let's hope.
I know you're looking at me. I know you're looking at me. Nice. I know you're looking at me. 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 I know you're looking at me.
The best business to do it. But Stout straight onto MSX there again. Away. Stout putting the work really. Red Twitch, I think he does know. He absolutely does know.
Oh, he spots it.
Oh, the headshot. Easy peasy. Well played, Curio.
Duo from the previous iteration of Team Soul are just going to roll it on down and 3 knocks.
Mini festival आइरहेको छ कता लाग्छ festival?
He completely dismounted that.
Yeah.
म बाहिर ननिस्किनु धेरै भयो यार म
Obviously,
निस्किनु
he was the
पर्ने थियो
last
यार.
one to rotate. Shouldn't put in the work onto Team KO after Team KO basically giving a lot of harassment to a lot of the teams surrounding them.
This rotation from Xbox actually is really, really good. They now have the
my
central
God.
zone. They have the
Festival चाहिँ live
position
off भइसक्यो.
against everybody who wants to push in, and
Two are really
Bobber
putting
knowledge.
it
Oh,
onto
you
them.
give a-
Looks like Pain are pretty much out now. It is NLR2 they have to worry about. Blind comes over the side. Nick putting in the work onto Team KO.
one player, I believe, left standing for Xbox, and Nepali Honi trying to roll on in. Finally, going to be able to take down Paratosh as well. Go for the confirm, and now it's Nepali Honi trying to just find out the final kill
Excellent
on that southeastern
rush
side.
Leg side मा भइरहेछ त. आटुने यार पहिला नेपाल हुनेलाई पोखरा हुनेलाई गइरहेछ. Whoa, hello, I can XC. Guys, subscribe गर्नुहोस् नि, subscribe पनि गरिदिनु होला. आफ्नो लाइभ स्ट्रिम त होइन के त्यही भएर subscribe गर्नु भनेको छैन मैले तर. You know. त्यस्तै अब 3 मिनेटमा चाहिँ अब मिरामारको म्याप सुरु हुन्छ हैन. मिरामार र Erangel अझै बाँकी नै छ. लेट्स होप नेपाली टिमले चाहिँ अब चिकन अनि के भन्नु त. सबै केपी हो नि अरे. तर यार नेपालीहरूले पनि खै अब मैले त हैन अरूले उस गर्न पर्ने के यार पब्जीहरूलाई अफिसियल उसलाई मेसेज गरेर इन्डियाको जसरी हामीलाई पनि स्ट्रिम गर्न दियो भनेर भन्नु पर्ने नेपालमा त्यत्रा स्ट्रिमरहरू छन् यार त्यस्तो दामी दामीहरू छन् त गर्दियो भने कडा हुन्छ पुरा स्पेनिसमा पनि रहेछ अरबिक रे उर्दू रे यान्द्रे त्यान्द्रे जापानिज रे फ्रान्सिस रे ब्ला 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 हिजो हेरिरहेको थिएँ यस फर्स्ट म्याच सोलले जितेको थियो आइडी अरे तरिका वाच पार्टी जताततै चलिरहेको रहेछ सो आई थिङ्क म चाहिँ अफ हुनुपर्ला लाग्छ सर उसको यस्तो एलेनाको पनि परिरहेको छ सपोर्ट माई च्यानल टुडे इज माई बर्थडे मिस्टर फर्स्ट ह्याप्पी बर्थडे र नेपाली के अरे मिस्टर फर्स्टलाई चाहिँ सपोर्ट गरिदिनु है गाइस नेपालीको चान्स कति छ हो छ न त अझै 3 दिनको म्याच बाँकी छ टप 24 जान्छन् अरे जेम्स श्रेष्ठ गेमिङमा पनि भइरहेको छ सोल्टी स्क्वाडको उसबाट म चाहिँ बरु अफ भएर अब एक दुई गेम खेल्नु पर्ला उता हेर्नु पर्ला है के कसो हो धेरै त एक्सको छ होला एक्स टिडिपी दे अल गट चान्सेस अनि छन त सबैको छ नेपाल चिकन खै विथ 23 किल्स अरे जाँदैन भन्न मिल्दैन सक्छ लाइक उनीहरू त्यस्तो नराम्रो भएको छैन सोल्टीकोमा साउन्ड अलिक कम सुन्छ त्यही भएर यहाँ आएको अरे यसलाई साउन्ड बढाउने भन न त उता जता हेरे पनि सपोर्ट गर्ने नेपालीलाई हो के अरे हैन त्यही भएर उता गएर सपोर्ट गर्दा नि भयो यता उसले पनि Elena Gamingले पनि गरिरहेको छ
of the stream today. An amazing PUBG games, even an amazing mobile phone.
Game mobile छ नेपालीको बटपिङ हाइट छ नेपालीको प्रब्लमै त्यही छ तर अरु यो चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ इन्डो टिम हो रे के अहिले हैन इन्डो टिम भन्नाले इन्डो उसके
8 GB of RAM 128 GB
के रे इन्डो सर्भर हो रे त्यही भएर सबैको त्यही भयो पिङ चाहिँ अलमोस्ट एभ्री टिमको सेम सेम आउँछ रे तर पिङ सेम आए पनि फेरि अब पिङ पनि अब त्यो नेटमा भर पर्छ नि त अब नेट स्टेबल भयो भने सर्भर जति आए पनि राम्रै हुन्छ हैन
Mobile Esports YouTube channel. Subscribe and smash that like button down below, and if you do
want to get on board and play Vikendi, you can download the game
on Google Play App Store and the iOS App Store too.
Yeah, it would be great to have you on board and part of the PUBG Mobile family. It's a
second match ORB ले जित्यो,
especially in South Asia as well. A lot of these teams will have competed.
Lie off गयो भने हामीलाई
throughout a long competition to even get.
Hello Undercup.
Last season.
Hello bro, shout out मैले shout out दिने. Okay, big shout out to Assis.
And then opening
Gazmar.
I'm not too sure on the exact numbers, but you know, there's a lot of players there. Because they haven't been officially released this time around.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully, you know, we're going to see a similar caliber.
We'll do some digging.
This is the thing. This is where we see all of these teams come through, able to have so much strength and so much pressure.
ORB उनीहरुको अब खै ORB को मलाई
They've
यो
had a long way
उस
to go
थाहा
so
छैन
far
तर
already.
ORB
You know,
officials
even
हो
though
के
this is
थियो
day
नाम
4
चाहिँ
of the group stages, they would have played a long and treacherous road up until this point as well.
Yeah, the fact that one region alone can supply this many strong teams, 32 teams total, is really incredible for me at least. So it's nice to see. We have seen some excellent plays as we go through. We just finished up on Vikendi, very compound heavy. Now we're going to head over to Miramar.
PMC हेर्दै PLG खेल्दै गर्दा नि जित्यो गेम सही हो I was in the chat नेपालले कति चिकन खायो आजको गेममा चिकन खान सकेको छैन नेपालीले अब दुईटा म्याच बाँकी छ दुईटा म्याचमा चाहिँ खान्लान् भन्ने आशा छ फर्स्ट म्याच सोलले जितेको थियो
and the communications are on point.
Yeah, it's absolutely imperative.
ORB जे भए पनि एउटा स्क्वाड
Back to your IGL, to make the calls and follow up on them. That's generally how the flow of information should go. But just for the basics, for anyone who's watching who isn't
आज गाह्रो छ एक्सलाई आज धेरै टिमलाई गाह्रो भइरहेको छ जोनले नै खासै फेभर गरेको छैन अफ कोर्स अब यो गेम खेल्ने बेलामा चाहिँ जोनले पनि उस गर्नुपर्छ हैन
we have to make sure that everyone has their input into the game.
I don't love everyone here.
फर्स्ट म्याच सोलले जित्यो र सेकेन्ड म्याच चाहिँ ORB ले जित्यो
Today has been a really good day so far. We have two more games coming right at you.
अब दुईटा गेम बाँकी छ अब दुईटा गेममा चाहिँ अब नेपाली लेट्स होप फर नेपाल है
Sure. Orange Rock currently doing a really good job to hold on to the massive score lead that they do now control. And it definitely wasn't just a fluke yesterday. Miramar was probably one of their better maps. They were able to hold that whole entire circle down.
हजुर ब्रो उता भीम ब्रो त्यही
It was really nice.
अबको म्याप चाहिँ मिरामार हो
Rotations coming in.
ए मिरामार हो मिरामार
into the
उता क्रिकेट पनि चल्दैछ र नेपालले अघि उसले तीनटा 3 विकेट हान्यो भन्ने सुनेको थिए
last game that Orange Rock did prove that even if they're not given the circle, they can rotate in.
गाह्रो त गाह्रो छ तर लेट्स होप
Positions. What we were seeing was early C count.
जोन राम्रो पर्यो भने चाहिँ
for positions for areas of control over several different circles, over several different phases.
खै त हौ ElementriX ले जित्नु पर्यो
actually, John, is what do you think of Marvy's play? Because currently he's splitting himself off the team quite a lot. They're coming quite
TDP also doing well. Yes, हैन सबै टिमको राम्रो भइरहेको छ
one couple of tags and then die. A lot of times he's going out there and just taking on whole teams.
म मात्र यो क्रिकेट भन्ने नाम सुन्दै घिनलाग्यो फाइट डक्टर त्यस्तो भन्ने क्रिकेट त रमाइलो हुन्छ
The rest of his team's position is probably some
नखेलेको 8 10 वर्ष हुन लागिसक्यो यार क्रिकेट नखेलेको
because he's pushing out. Right, he's not going too far, and he always has a safe rotation route back if he needs to regroup.
नेपालीहरुले गेम हारे पनि मन जित्यो हो हारे पनि केही छैन
The rest of your team's got to be safe, right?
उता पनि गाह्रो छ जिम्बाब्वे जस्तो टिमसँग खेल्नु पाउनु सानो कुरा हैन रे त्यो पनि हो जिम्बाब्वे भनेको त कडा बेस्ट अफ लक फ्रम इन्डिया थ्यांक यू गेट एमएस थ्यांक यू फर योर सपोर्ट ब्रदर
You have the rotational retreats available, which is exactly what they are securing themselves every time. So yeah,
PUBG नै रमाइलो हुन्छ रे रमाइलो त सबै हुन्छ कहिले सम्म हुन्छ यो टप 32 गेम अब 3 दिन बाँकी छ के
perfectly predict Soul score
3 दिन के 2 दिन बाँकी छ आजको सँग 3 दिन
होला in a good position really just want to keep climbing that ladder. We'll see if they have a good
अब 2 दिन बाँकी छ
now
round 5 र round 6 बाँकी छ आजको चाहिँ round 4 हो
issues on their side but they'll be back on top form. So far, they're doing a good job to keep themselves towards the top of the standings despite everything.
Hypnixon चाहिँ खत्तम मर्यो यार हिजो यस त्यो चाहिँ कस्तो नमिठो भएको थियो झ्यालमा कसरी
quite a large
headshot
map, 18 pounds to be precise. And with that Winchester 94, not a super impactful.
ग्लोबलमा कतिवटा जान्छ टु बी अनेस्ट आई हैव नो आइडिया हैन तर टप 24 चाहिँ क्वालिफाइड हुन्छ रे टप 24 बाट चाहिँ टप 16 हो कति चाहिँ जान्छन् भन्ने सुनेको थियो हेलो PUBG गर्ल्स
flashing once more before we hit our final match on match 4 of the day.
Solo pick raw third match पनि स्टार्ट भइसकेको छ
on a similar path it was pretty much the opposite direction, the same trajectory. It's very accessible.
तर हैन भन्नुपर्दा यो PMCO को पहिलाको वाइल्ड कार्डमा इन्डोनेसिया इन्डो सर्भर हाल्दियो जस्तो अहिलेको मान्छे अब इन्डियन सर्भर हाल्दिन्छ जस्तो छ है
all the way down to prison.
हामीलाई चाहिँ TDP उत्साह जम्प गरेको देख्दै छौं टप 16 ल्यान्ड इभेन्ट इन्डियामा जान्छ यस हो त्यस्तै के हो चाहिँ त्यही हो टप 16 हुन्छ ल्यान्ड इभेन्टमा जाने हो
very easterly or towards the bottom of the map, not really allowing teams to make.
सुरु नहिन्जेसम्म क्रिकेट निकाल्दियो न क्रिकेटको त मैले थाहा नै छैन कता भइरहेको थियो त्यो पनि गेम स्टार्ट भइसक्यो
Currently is waiting for the plane to make its full rotation across.
मेरो माया तिमी कता छौ हेर ल तरिका
Trusty process. INS also going out early and Orange Rock making a little bit of the jump. down here, past Monty Nuevo. Maybe going to go down to Minas de Val.
Team लाई lead गरिरहेछ
They can
केटाले
pick up a vehicle on the way down. They are heading past the roads.
ल हेर्दिम र उस्सागरले झरेर यहाँ शॉटगन टिपिसकेका छन् पिस्टल टिपिसकेका छन् मिरामारको यो म्याप एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स र टिडिपी सँगसँगै झरेका छन् यो पालि मिस्टर ह्युजी चाहिँ पावर ग्रिडमा अल एलोन सोल छ उनीहरुसँग सोल र
from Italy, I believe.
Unity पनि छन् है
for the ESL Milan finals there, so that's what they're struggling with at the moment in terms of competing on the same level as
अब हामीलाई पनि हैन इन्डियामा कति जनाले हैन मैले अघि नै पनि यो कुरा गरेको थिएँ अहिले पनि फेरि हैन लाइक टिडिएम खेल्ने बेलामा धेरै जनालाई अहिले इन्डो सर्भर हेरेर इन्डियन सर्भर परिरहेछ के त्यही भएर अब आई थिंक आई होप हैन अब बिस्तारै इन्डियन सर्भरै हुन्छ होला धेरै जनाले नोटिस पनि गर्नुभयो होला हैन
They're currently in La Cobreria.
Bro को डिले रहेछ मेरोमा हल्का डिले छ किनकि मैले स्ट्रिमको स्ट्रिम हानेको भएर हो के
then INS and then Orange Rock that's La Driera. So got a little bit of a ways to go.
Yo ElementriX Popo Man over here. Popo Man ले चाहिँ AKM भेटिसकेका छन् र स्कार एल पनि भेट्दैछ.
They're playing in Montenuevo.
Bro commentary पाम न commentary मा बिचमा मात्र दिन्छु है म चाहिँ वाच पार्टी गरिरहेको यसो कमेन्टहरु पनि पढ्छु.
In the center there and Orange Rock making a really southern rotation.
Okay, so they are actually loading up and going all the way out to
all loaded.
And the islands down south.
Oh, one सँग चाहिँ कुन कुन जान्छ उता अगाडि बाइक लिएर जाने नेपाली पनि बीच नेपाली बीच फाइटिङ पर्दा मुटु कुटुक कटक हो गाइस त्यही त हैन क्लासिक खेल्ने बेलामा चाहिँ कहिलेकाहीँ त नेपाली भिडियो हेरेर हल्का उस हुन्छ हैन तर यस्तो टुर्नामेन्टहरुमा चाहिँ हल्का उस
loot up on, so fantastic stuff for them. It's very unlikely that they will get contested, but
रवि ब्रोलाई नै फोन गर्न पर्ने स्थिति हुन्छ हैन
place that sort of safety guard just in case, because you never know, things change on
Okay, सोल्टीका ब्रदरहरुलाई देखाएका छन् सोल्टीको सँग चाहिँ ओआरबी सँगसँगै छन् ओआरबी ले चाहिँ अघि चिकन डिनर खाएका थिए मिठो 1v2 हानेको थियो म्याड म्याक्स ले कुन चाहिँ लियो यार र यहाँ टिडिपी का सेक्स लियो लुट्दै स्कार रेल र उजी बोकेका छन्
rotation down there. They actually sent Orange carry off to the right hand side. He's just passing through Los Higos right now. So what they've now done is effectively
Gazmar bro खै थाहा भएन टु बी अनेस्ट आई हैव नो आइडिया तर के छैन नेपालीको लागि सपोर्ट गर्नको लागि यसरी गरेको कपिराइट लाग्यो भने चाहिँ भिडियो डिल धान्ने हो कपिराइट स्ट्राइक लाग्यो भने चाहिँ ल बधाई छ भन्ने अनि युट्युबबाट सन्देश लिएर बस्छ
You do have Trusty Process continue to be on your screen up here.
Thank you, Mr.
Currently,
Zax OP for subscribing, brother. Thank you for your support.
Haven't quite come into contact with ElementriX so far, but ElementriX, they are split in two. Mr. Poo Poo Man is still a little bit to the south. I've just realized he doesn't have...
You're not meeting that Nepal team. Nepal team.
I'm going to... Mr. Hyozu, who's
I'm going to continue to call him Mr. Poo Poo Man at this point. So I'm going to put honorific on it.
Look at... Dokule yata lutiरहेको छ. HYDRA गाहरु सँगसँगै छन् जस्तो.
I'm going to run into him fairly shortly.
Bro, मैले सब हानेको छु है. Thank you so much, brother.
At the moment, Sol, they're controlling Picardo.
जोजोले सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुहुन्छ please do subscribe as well हैन.
They drop Ross.
Sentinel YouTube को लागि पनि हल्का सपोर्टिभ हुन्छ हैन.
I think on Vikendi that you saw them drop right in the center just north.
अहिले चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ यसरी अर्काको स्ट्रिमलाई चाहिँ रिस्ट्रिम गरेर यसरी टप गर्न परिरहेको छ. Maybe coming days coming अरु टुर्नामेन्टहरुमा चाहिँ let's hope.
But they're generally a very very centralized team. That's their style.
अहिले नभए पनि अरु युट्युबरले चाहिँ चान्स पाउनु नेपालबाट पनि यस्तो उसहरु गर्नलाई जस्तै इन्डियाले त्यस्तो चान्स पाइरहेको छैन उनीहरुले अफिसियल टुर्नामेन्टहरुमा पुरा होस्ट गर्न पाइरहेको छ. हामी जसरी यसरी पुरा अरुको स्ट्रिमलाई चाहिँ यसरी रिस्ट्रिम गर्न नपरोस् चाहन्छु हैन. त्यति जेल त अब के नेपाली हो जे आउँछ मजाले पचाउँछ. त्यही गरेर चाहिँ गर्नुपर्छ नेपाली पारामा.
Any squad who takes up position here, because of course you won't get too many teams rotating past you. The further to the west you go, the closer to those cliff faces you are, the less angles you have to avoid.
Thank you OP Gaming waiting for subscribe. Thank you for the support as well. मैले नि भर्खर सब गरे है. Thank you brother.
When you're defending an angle, close down your angles of threat as much as defending a position. Close down the angles of threat as much as possible. You can do this in several different ways, but one of the best ways is to use the terrain and use that to your advantage.
Thank you so much. Means a lot तर हैन. उनीहरुको जे जस्तो भयो भने they are wave.
Yeah, you've got to own it.
उस गर्नै मिल्दैन यार हामी.
If you don't own
तुलना गर्नै मिल्दैन के.
You're in a tough position where you can actually, like you say, John, have
नेपालीले चान्स पायो भनेको छ त्यही त तर चान्स नै पाउँदैन र पो त.
Having to watch all 360 degrees.
सबैजनाले गाइस एकअर्कालाई हेल्प गर्नु है. केही हो.
That's why a lot of teams you can see them
INS को चाहिँ गाडीमा कुदिसकेको छन्
because they know they need to claim one spot make sure it's completely locked down, and then play from there.
Hindi stream लगाऊ केही त सिक्छ भ्युअर ले रे
through the roads.
हैन सिक्न चाहिँ के हो लाइक हैन इन्डियन
rotation.
हिन्दीको बाट खै म त खासै केही म के नै भन्दैन.
GamingHub all the way down to the southern islands where Orange Rock are still currently occupying. A little bit
नेपाली के हजमला हामी हजमला हैन त हामी हजमला खानी मान्छे हो नि त.
But I wasn't unhappy
हिन्दी
about
त म लगाउँदैन.
for weeks after the global finals on the last season. Did the live performance of it.
It's always the nice little
Sri Hari Dahal brother एकदम ठीक सही कुरा हो त्यो.
This is the good part. And then I forget.
Welcome नै छैन त्यो welcome सबैजनालाई welcome.
Shot at by about 16 different teams.
हैन हो लाउँदैन.
And you're just like, I don't want to crash a compound because it means I have to stop driving and stop listening to the radio.
Alan Walker,
Oh,
come on.
Okay, yeah, Velocity ko
Looks like they are stopping right now just to pick up one of the mates. Velocity Gaming so far not had the best of luck, really.
हैन त to be honest हैन उनीहरुलाई जे जति भने पनि न छिमेकीहरु यस्तो सपोर्टिभ छन् है.
Why I say fast? They've now made their rotation and they're going
toxic जति toxic भयो भने उनीहरु सपोर्टिभ
They're going to be trying to play a little bit of terrain, fitting themselves in around La Driera.
Noob commentator म चाहिँ commentator भन्दा नि अहिले चाहिँ watch party मात्र गरे म त स्ट्रिमर उस मात्र गरे मैले commentary हानेकै छैन.
Anyway, Velocity as well, just a little bit further south, but other than that they should be okay. A lot of these teams
अहिले त्यही बिचमा त्यही हिन्दीहरुको चाहिँ commentary उसहरु छ नेपालीमा किन हुँदैन भनेर मैले बिचमा नेपालीमा commentary हाने मात्र.
The biggest map in the game. So there's plenty of space for everyone to occupy at this stage.
म गर्छु बिस्तारै केही छैन म.
Mayhem, they're out in the blue. They do like to leave it quite late.
आहा Indian channel ठीक छ रे. त्यो सबै आफ्नो choice हो. Indian channel of course राम्रो छ. Indianहरुकोमा content छ, उनीहरुकोमा support त्यस्तै आउँछ, उनीहरुकोमा watch त्यस्तै आउँछ.
They are very much the Edge Warriors. So they're coming in right now, but again, the issue is that they have to transition through so many teams.
Oh no, God.
Do a barrel roll.
यहाँ चाहिँ पुरा रेस भइरहेको छ. Yes.
They've all got helmets.
हैन नेपालमा नि
They'll basically just retract.
यस्तो छ के त्यहीमाथि इन्डिया र नेपाल कम्पेयर गर्नै मिल्दैन. इन्डियाको त्यहीमाथि त्यो पपुलेसन नै त्यत्रो हाई छ हैन. पपुलेसनले गर्दा पनि उस हो के. अब नेपालमा त अब एकदम मान्छे पपुलेसन थोरै त्यहीमाथि पपुलेसनमा आदि पनि त्यस्तो उस हुँदैनन्. एकअर्का माथि हेट हुन्छ हैन. त्यो कुरा अब लेट्स लिभ इट. हामी चाहिँ यहाँ नेपाली टिमको सपोर्टको लागि यो वाच पार्टी गर्दैछौँ र यहाँ सोलको फाइट गरिरहेको छ जस्तो छ. त्यहाँ एकजना एउटा चाहिँ मोरे जस्तो छ. लेट्स सी. सोल्टी एज उनीहरु चाहिँ जोनको एजमा छन्.
It looks like
हाम्रो ElementriX र ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस चाहिँ कता छन् त्यो हेर्दियौ है. सोल्टी एजेको होल्स पर देखिसके मैले ElementriX को पनि त्यता हो कि नुएबोतिर छन् उनीहरु. र ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस मैले अझै देखेको छैन. ए ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस वहाँ माथिबाट जोन भित्र छिर्दै रहेछन्. ओके ट्रेलर पार्कतिरबाट पुजो हुँदै जोन भित्र आउने प्रयास गर्दैछन्.
Teams will be starting to go to those hillsides around their location. They've yet to make it across the bridge, but they will have that strength. They will have that base of operations that's already in front of them. Nice stuff from them. You can see. This is what I wanted to see from them.
I know. Hey, no. कुराको दुःख भनेको यस्तो हुन्छ कि एउटा कुरा गर्दा मैले उनीहरुको सपोर्टिभ मात्र हुन्छ. मैले हेर्न त स्ट्रिमहरु मैले खासै हेर्दैन. म मान्छे न पहिलाबाट स्ट्रिम हेर्दैन कहिले. अहिले भर्खर यो PUBG मोबाइलले गर्दा मात्र म गेम खेल्ने र अनि उस भएको अनि गेमहरुमा हल्का उस आको हो हैन. बाहिर देशको गेमिङ कम्युनिटी र नेपालको भाइको भयो एउटै कुरा मैले कतिचोटी डोराउन.
Come and get me, come and catch me, and then running away as fast as possible.
Oh yeah.
Salty also moving in just through the foothills of Chumasera down there through Minas
ल बेबी तिमी सुत्न जान्छु भनेर लाइभ हेरिबसेको.
But they will have to contend with Salty very shortly.
TDP को ओपी रोटेसन TDP को यार त्यो उनीहरुको चाहिँ मिठो भइरहेको छ तर फाइनल तिर आएर जोनले चाहिँ हल्का फेभर गरेको छैन उनीहरुलाई हैन.
When we get to those later circles, they do start to bring out the thunder, but for the beginning of the
JPT भन्दै कमेन्ट्री गरेर भइहाल्यो नि. गर्ने नै त्यही हो नि त.
Making their way all the way to the west, but they might get caught out by Iron. In my mind, have one of the better shots here.
फर्स्ट ब्लड चाहिँ सोलको फर्स्टले गरेका छन् है. सोलले चाहिँ अहिले फर्स्ट ब्लड लिएका छन्.
For more teams to be occupying.
प्रिभियस म्याच कसले जित्या हो र फर्स्ट म्याच चाहिँ सोलले जितेको र सेकेन्ड म्याच चाहिँ ORB ले जितेको छ.
Further south, we could even see Portal Esports take a little bit of a occupation there, or even Orange Rock could crash into that location. They are now starting to make their way across, and actually it looks like they might just do that.
Yeah, Carry quite far behind them though, still making his rotation out from Los Igos past the bridge, but a lot of teams will have eyes
on that. फेरि अब जोन चाहिँ अब 10-11 मिनेट 11 मिनेट भइसकेको छ.
Right on the western side of the map here, HYDRA now finally in the blue, but Mayhem coming right up on top of them.
स्क्वायर हाइपहरुको आज छैन हाइपहरुको भोलि छ र यहाँ फाइट परिसकेको छ ओके
easy shots for Zombie.
HYDRA र Mayhem को परेको त Mayhem को पनि एकजना डाउन HYDRA पनि एकजना डाउन छन्
A twist and a turn for the worst for Mayhem.
That was one hell of a shot from the SKS.
Voice of Nepal पनि सुरु भयो Voice of Nepal को पनि स्ट्रिमहरु पनि हेरेको
Bang! Straight in the head. They get the res, but...
CCN bro, म भागे है किन भाग्नु bro?
Down gets the reload res very low, looking to try and heal.
I don't know you अरे लल तरिका
in the zone, and I think he's got his stims on board, so he should be okay.
र यहाँ चाहिँ HYDRA ले चाहिँ यहाँ किल सेक्युर गर्ने प्रयास गर्दैछन् Mayhem को एकजना अझ उता छन् उनले चाहिँ हिल चाहिँ गरेको छन् I think हिल पनि छैन उनीहरुसँग अझै जोन बाहिर नै फाइट लिँदै छन् जस्तो
छन्. To end this fight as soon as possible to try and mount back up again. Everybody else relatively safe, relatively central, all around the hillsides near La Driera, as well as
ओके यहाँ त ओके स्कार एल को ओके HYDRA को दुई जनाले अगाडि बढेर हान्ने प्रयास गरिरहेका छन् र किल सेक्युर गरिसकेको अवस्था ओके मिठो नक Mayhem को एकजनाले र
top side.
ओके HYDRA को फेजर द्वारा उ पनि नक
continue to make their approach into the circle.
They're going to go for some loot.
Bro को भएन कतै मिठो
okay here. It is still second phase. They can out heal the circle.
Thank you, brother.
Pop a bandage, then pop a first aid, and you're still doing the rest. You should be able to roll on through. They have plenty of vehicles to make that.
हेर्दियौ यहाँ Mayhem को अब दुई जना बाइक छन् उनीहरु चाहिँ जोन भित्र छिरिसकेका रहेछन्.
Again zoning in towards the hillside where Orange Rock and INS currently hold dominance. Soul still in with a position as well on the hill just to the east of it. Port Esports though.
हल्का बढी भयो अरे लल.
Close down the angles. That's what they've done. They have their back the unscalable.
ल अब हेर्दिउ टिटिपी काहरु पनि अगाडि बढिसकेका छन्. सोल्टी काहरु उता जानु पर्ने छ. ओरेन्ज रकले चाहिँ उता फायरिङ गरिरहेको छ. लेट्स सी कोसँग फाइट गरिरहेको छ. एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स चाहिँ तीनटा चारवटा टिमको बीचमा छन् है. सोल्टीहरुसँग चाहिँ टिम आईएनडी जस्तो छन् उनीहरुको पनि फाइट परिरहेको छ. फायरिङ भइरहेको छ. 16वटा टिममा 16वटै टिम बाँकी छन्. कोही पनि eliminate भएको छैनन्.
Suddenly towards PS.
Solti AJ को गाडी उतारेर गइरहेको देख्छौं.
Entity still in the game.
How did GamingHub lose a player there?
It looks like INS are giving a bit of trouble.
Okay, उता GamingHub को चाहिँ INS ले चाहिँ डाउन र किल सेक्युर गरिसकेको छ.
That's double trouble actually.
र यहाँबाट फायरिङ पनि भइरहेको छ INS ले.
The oversight, yeah, look at that. There's a reason why they were able to hit those shots. The SKS as well was rattling off from their players. Moving on forwards. Trusted process though, they've made their way just to the edge.
Right behind GamingHub, so they're going to have to deal with INS in a second, but for the time being, they can just finish off the remaining members of GamingHub.
ल दाइ यो मेसेज पढ्नु भयो भने भोलि स्याटरडे हुन्छ यदि इग्नोर गर्नु भयो भने पर्सि सन्डे हुन्छ रे ल तरिका
not what trusty process
इन्डियाको इम्पेरर प्लेजको जस्तै स्वीट भइस रे
process just not in a good place right now.
को चाहिँ मलाई थाहा भएन को हो
चाहिँ a real nice split on them and it's going to be
तर म आफुले आफ्नै भइस सुन्दा त म तर्सिन्छु हैन I am happy हजुरहरुलाई चाहिँ स्वीट लाग्छ
right now.
म त मेरो भइस सुन्ने भने हैन तर्सिन्छु यार म त
more valuable now on the high.
त्यही भएर मैले धेरै स्टिमरनीलाई पनि धेरै चोटी भन्न त भनेको थिए सरी मेरो भइस सुन्न परेकोमा भन्ने थिए मैले.
You know that NYT is there. It's smoke. Oh, he just spotted ahead there. The smoke is there, so that might give the game.
Anyways, let's see अब यहाँ ओके सोल्टी साताले चाहिँ सोल भाइपरले डाउन गरेका छन् है. सोलसँग फाइट लिइरहेका छन् हाम्रो सोल्टी स्क्वाडले.
Doesn't hit him at all. We'll
do let's wait for that. TDV काहरु पनि यता फाइट लिइरहेका छन्. GamingHub को सँग फाइट लिँदै छन् जस्तो छन्. GamingHub मा चाहिँ दुई जना मात्र बाँकी छन् होला मेबी.
Yes, obviously PES currently holding down a couple of
डोकुलाई चाहिँ फिनिश हानिसकेका रहेछन्.
Now taking fire and giving it back.
I think it's over the way to portal.
Okay, यहाँ firing. Soul Frost को 1 kill, GamingHub को 1. Okay, INS Joker ले चाहिँ 2 kills हानिसकेका रहेछन्. Let's see. The Salty squad ले पनि फाइट लिइरहेको थियो. Soul Viper लाई डाउन गर्न सफल भएका थिए तर
as well as Salty sharing
चाहिँ उस भएका छैनन्. किल सेक्युर गर्न पाएका छैनन् जस्तो छ.
Actually, Aman playing central, Viru playing edge. They are just looking for placement points here. They don't want any kills at all. That's the style of play they want to go for. The central circle and Orange Rock get it. They're going to be able to hold down the.
Let's see. Salty squad ले कता फाइट लिएको. Salty यता Soul को first okay Viper लाई चाहिँ उठाउन भइसकेका रहेछन्. Unity को last guy remaining जस्तो छ. Okay HYDRA को चाहिँ प्ले जोन ले गएको.
Because you've got the Valley underneath.
HYDRA को प्ले जोन ले गयो यार.
Everyone on the hillsides right now like Salty.
र ElementriX हरु त्यही छन्. ElementriX र ORB को चाहिँ छन् जस्तो. HYDRA are the first team to get eliminated र उनीहरु चाहिँ प्ले जोन ले गएका छन् जस्तो छ.
Ahead and try and go for a Roman soldier type.
यहाँ जता तता फायरिङ भइरहेको छ. एलिमेन्ट्रिक्सहरु अगाडि आउँदैछन् सोलसँग फाइट पर्न सक्ने सम्भावना छ एलिमेन्ट्रिक्सको र ओआरबी को पनि पर्न सक्ने सम्भावना छ मिस्टर ह्युज एक्लै उता हुनुहुन्छ भनेदेखि दुईजना यता छन्
All team, yeah, that would be amazing.
You can only get killed by
GamingHub र टिडिपी पनि पर्न सक्छ
That's what I would do.
ल एकछिन
I mean, it'd be really slow, so Molotovs would get me, but don't worry, guys. If you get a Molotov straight to your face, you can actually burn out and survive.
New game mode
on
idea.
10%.
New game mode idea.
All on pans, only
Pans
Molotovs.
only. Pan coverage.
र यहाँ Mayhem को दुईजना बाँकी रहेछन्
made their way into the circle, but not out.
तर if I'm not wrong, HYDRA कोहरु चाहिँ प्ले जोनले वाइप आउट भएका छन् है.
Not sure if that's from Entity or not.
This is a really
Okay,
nice
INS ले चाहिँ TDP लाएर थर्ड पार्टी दिएको छ.
managed to find themselves in. They're covered from most of the angles. They're in sort of a V formation, so
र
they can
TDP
peek
का
pretty much everywhere. And there's not
knock
actually
and
too
finish
much
दिएका छन्.
overlook on towards their spot.
Gaming
So if they
okay,
can hold it
ORB ले
down,
चाहिँ
INS
ElementriX
might struggle
पोपो
to
म्यान को
push
गाडी
in. There's only
पड्काइदिएको
two
छ.
players to deal with though, and a team like INS, they will be more than capable of
के
doing
हुँदैछ
it.
ओरेन्ज द्वारा ORB को एकजना डाउन र ओरेन्जलाई पनि डाउन गरेका छन् ORB को उसले ORB द्वारा ElementriX का 1 पनि डाउन.
So is Orange. Mr. Poo Poo Man
Ah,
and Mr. Gills,
shit.
you nowhere in sight right now.
र अब चाहिँ मिस्टर ह्युज र उसहरु चाहिँ पर
Way
छन्.
out of the way.
सोल्टी निमाद्वारा सोलको गाडी पड्किएको छ. र आई थिंक सोल निमालले टुकिस पाइसकेको छन् है. र मिस्टर ह्युजद्वारा सोल रेगाल्टोस पनि डाउन.
They've taken one
यहाँ किल
down.
सेक्युर गर्ने
Two
प्रयास
players still
गर्दैछन्.
left alive for them, though.
मिस्टर ह्युज लास्ट गाडी रिमेनिङ फ्रम टिम
Hydra
ElementriX.
and Mortal.
Nice cheeky view of the hairy legs there. Regaltos also in a bit of a
र
hairy
रेगाल्टोसको स्किल चाहिँ पाउँछन् जस्तो छ मिस्टर ह्युजले. लेट्स सी उसको अगाडि ओहो दुईटा टिम छ. जम्प गरेर हानिसक्यो. मिठो नक गर्न सफल तर रिलोडमा परेको थिए. He almost got him. तर GamingHub साथै ElementriX पनि एलिमिनेटेड भएका छन्. मिठो नक गर्न सफल भएका थिए उनी तर रिलोडमा परेका थिए.
He knows.
I don't think he wants to fight at all.
र सोल भाइपर लास्ट गाई रिमेनिङ फ्रम टिम सोल as well.
He didn't even move, but the hit marker will be there, so he'll know exactly what's going on. He's got. Hang on a minute. He's got a nade. He's got a nade equipped.
ओके इनिटी पनि नजिकै छन्. सोल भाइपर नजिकै एउटै उसमा ओहो सेम बिल्डिङमा रहेछ. उले थाहा पाएको छैन जस्तो छ. र इनिटीको चाहिँ लो हेल्थ.
Get him.
ओके क्रल गरेको सुने जस्तो छ. एन्ड गएर नक एन्ड फिनिश हानेको छन्.
Oh,
I don't think he did.
oh no, that's
Not in
very
time.
unfortunate.
Yeah, not quite
यसरी
able to hold the pin on that
भाइपरले
one,
चाहिँ किल
unfortunately.
लिगिसकेका छन्. र
It's
मिनी
fortunate for
14
Viper, he's the
उठाउँदैछन्
last
उनले.
left standing for Soul. 2 kills already for his squad.
13वटा टिम रिमेनिङ 39 जना अलाइभ
I
छन्.
know they just want to slowly climb.
18 जना
up.
बाँकी 18 मिनेट भइसकेको छ.
Stonker of a game here.
ORB लाई INS ले हान्दैछन्.
Currently taking many shots. Vehicle is blown out right now though, so they don't have
ओके
to worry
टिम
about that one.
IND कार्तुस र टिटिपी सागरको गाडी पड्किएको छ. लुकिङ रियली हल्का नराम्रो भइरहेको छ नेपाली टिमको लागि.
Orange Rock right on the
सोल्टी स्क्वाडले उता डाउन गरेका थिए तर
circle we've got here. John.
ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेस गट एलिमिनेटेड एज वेल.
The next shift coming in.
र अब
Hillside
सोल्टी
is
स्क्वाड मात्र
dangerous.
बाँकी छन् हाम्रो नेपाली टिमबाट.
Yeah,
So are the teams as well. INS will have to shift down, but they can move along the top of the ridge line. It's
Halka
probably the safest
नराम्रो.
rotation as it goes. You can see how they can just operate around here. This is Mayhem getting
र
dismounted.
INS ले पनि यता
Looks like
फायरिङ
they're gonna be
गरिरहेको छन्. उता
eliminated.
उसँग
In
फाइट
the
गरिरहेको
meantime,
छ.
as INS now can start to make their way through. Viper protected in that building will have a little bit of respite from
र सोल्टीको
everybody
चाहिँ होल
else.
स्क्वाडै बाँकी छन्.
And they're pressured that the building
इनिटीको
might be a
एकजनासँग
target for
फाइट
a team
लिएर
like Orb to
उनीले
try
फायरिङ
and
चाहिँ
come in. I
गरिरहेका
think
छन् तर
Viper's
नो
actually
आइडिया
taking the fight
कोतिर
as well.
फायरिङ गरिरहेका छन्.
Yeah, Orange Rock
INS कोले
finally
चाहिँ यहाँ आफ्नो
spotted
साथीलाई
out
बचाउने
INS, so
प्रयास.
they do take down Joker. Orange Rock on the top side. Team IND will definitely.
ओके
heard
दरो
that.
फायरिङ यताउता
Sandu
फेरि अर्को
currently just scouting
OR ले
for
पनि
his
गाडी
team.
The
पड्काइदिएको
thing
छन्
is,
हैन.
Viper might be able to use
I think
INS
today
as
X team
bodyguards
didn't reach top
against
10 in
Orb.
3 matches. खै
INS won't want to leave the hillside or gonna look to crash in, but they just can't get it in.
Curves the bullet.
र भेलोसिटी र सोल्टीको
Looks
पनि
like
परेको
he
छ.
wants it.
सोल्टीको एकजना डाउन भेलोसिटी द्वारा भेलोसिटीकोहरु कहाँ छन्?
This time though.
उनीहरु वहाँ गएर फाइट लिइसकेका रहेछन् र आई थिंक सोल्टीको प्रो चाहिँ रसको लागि अगाडि बढिसक्नु भएको छ. सोल्टी निमालाई पनि भेलोसिटीकोले डाउन गरेका छन्. विशन ब्रोलाई पनि डाउन र सोल्टी स्क्वाड गट eliminated as
range.
May as well just run.
Nick
really.
and
You don't have the acceleration. You, don't, yeah, you should actually be running there.
पालै पाला हाम्रो
Just
नेपाली
don't have the
स्क्वाड चाहिँ
acceleration to
वाइप
handle it.
भएका छन् यो
Might as well
मिरामारको
start
म्याचमा.
Caterpillar.
It's like a party where you say everyone arrive at 7, but everyone really arrives at 9.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
starts
yeah,
at
yeah.
like 10.
Sounds like a
Okay,
rubbish-
commentary
Sounds
on
like
that.
10:30, 11.
Yeah.
Really.
Joker currently with 5 kills on board. Unfortunately, Orange Rock really putting the work onto him. Zed stuck on the side of this hill. They did make the cross actually, past Death Valley. Velocity Gaming, however, actually chilling quite comfortably. Right at the bottom of the mountain.
Sometimes this can work out in your favor. If
अस्ति
you
जस्तै भएन
down a hill
हल्का उस पनि भयो
you occupy,
उनीहरुलाई के रे
angles
थर्ड
for them are
पार्टीहरु
not
पनि
great,
यताउता
you have
परेको थियो
completely,
जोनहरु पनि पर्न
open
गाह्रो
shots on them. If they
Main
can't
कुरा
smoke
जोनले
off the angles, that is, it's
जोनले
pretty
दौडायो
difficult
भने
to do so.
तनाव
Orange Rock, though, 4 kills and
त्यहाँबाट
looking
ओ
to
अर्कोले
grab a
नक
couple more
हानेर
as well
किल
as
सिक्योर कस्तोको नो मर्सी
really
हान्ने
taken
है
down. Team IND getting one of those. Orange Rock getting the
नेपालीको
other.
पिङ हाई प्रब्लम होला बक्सर स्क्वाड पिङ हाई त्यो त अब नेपालीको त अफ कोर्स त्यो भइहाल्छ नेपालमा स्टेबल पुसै छैन
Esports, yeah, pretty much done here right now. Wolf
अरु देशको पनि
alive,
हैन
but his
पिङ
back is
उस्तै उस्तै आउँछ
against
इन्डो
the wall.
सर्भरमा
Existence pops up. He has a little
तर
bit of
नेपालीलाई
cover
प्रब्लम
Marley
हुने
now.
भनेको कारण
You see
अर्को
Carry
कारण
go
चाहिँ
against
इन्टरनेट
them.
स्टेबल
Wolf
नहुने
taking the
भइरहेको
off angle, tries to run round. He has to go clockwise with Vegeta.
Next circle is going to push everyone towards the top of the hill. No one's actually currently in it. INS closest.
ओके यहाँबाट दोरो फायरिङ
The
ओहो
headshot. Vegeta has to
1
turn
HP.
away right now. Wolf. Quite high HP, but takes a lot of tags. Will go out. Vegeta. So low HP. Carry knows he can push this one. Orange Rock, one of the most aggressive teams we have in South Asia here, and it's really paying off for them a lot of times.
Getting the res, and actually Orange Rock's delay on
ओहो
this push
एसएसएनले चाहिँ अम
might
पाइसक्यो
prove
अमले
deadly.
पनि
They have
हान्दैछ
spotted the guy at the top of the building, but he spotted them as well.
ओरेन्ज यिनीहरु
I know exactly
स्पोर्ट्स
where both
प्लेयरहरु
of them
हैन
are. This is the push.
ओहो
It's
ल
gonna
लुक
come
एट
through.
दैट
Carry able to shut it down. Orange Rock again claim a couple more kills. 7 for them.
7 वटा किल होल स्क्वाड बाँकी नै
Circle
छन्
now comes on in. Soul still in with a chance.
नेपालीले
They have
नखेल्दा
2
नि
kills
हुन्छ
so
यार
far.
हैन
And now they're
टु बी
placing up
अनेस्ट हैन
towards
उनीहरुले
seventh.
एकदमै राम्रो राम्रो त राम्रै
Relatively
गरिरहेछन्
consistent
कि
start. How far will
without
Hubie go?
having
Or get eliminated?
राम्रो इन्टरनेट
Yeah,
यताउता हुँदा
Velocity
पनि
Gaming,
राम्रो
they will have to make the move up the mountain right now, and INS know exactly where they are, so the utility has
अब
to
लास्ट
come
एउटा
out from
म्याच
this
बाँकी
team.
सकेर त्यो लास्ट एउटा म्याच पनि
They have to
नेपालीले
commit that
हान्दियो
one
भने
as they
हल्का रमाइलो
make
त
the rush
हुन्थ्यो
up. But it's looking, we've got a lot of
Both
cover
at
on
the
that side.
bottom.
Wow,
Oh,
what a
knock
shot
गर्न
from
सफल
Aladdin there.
स्कारी अलि डाउन
Absolutely
गरेको
magic.
छ वा क्यारीले
Carry.
Carry's not taking the shot.
क्यारीले
Maybe
अर्कोलाई पनि
other
देखेको
way.
थियो है
I think they would much rather allow INS to clear out the team beneath them, whilst they can just wait for INS to move up. And they move up onto open ground, so Orange Rock will have the strength there, regardless of what
That's an
happens in this
orb for
firefight.
Assassin.
Yeah, he picked that up earlier on in the loot crate down in the bottom of the valley.
यस अझै
Currently,
दुईटा टिम बाँकी छ
Assassin
यहाँबाट
doing a really good job to
हान्दैछ
fire
यहाँ एउटा
suppressing fire
ओहो
while
मिठो
MJ
स्विच
makes
र
the
स्प्रे हानिरहेको छ
long hike
He's
up the
secure
hill.
प्रयास
Really getting the glutes working out there.
Assassin should be at a completely
Oh,
open position there
खडा
against
देखियो क्या
IND. There's the nade starting to rail on down. There's one dropping in, not quite going to be able to find the damage. That's a nice bounce. Looking to get it. but not
ओहो
there.
एसएसएनलाई
Assassin,
मिठो स्प्रे
yeah,
हेर
finally
त
he's out in the open.
क्या मिठो
Called out by
हानेको छ
Kratos, but Slayer actually getting popped on by Sandu as well. This is a really good spot for Orange Rock. I'm not going to lie, they are really poised to be able to take this one home.
गर्नुपर्छ हैन
Should
they are
they,
actually
not
doing
be able to find it.
The biggest thing about this is the Orange
X
Rock
कति भयो?
what
ElementriX
they're
उनीहरु
doing
14th
right
मा
now
हो कि
is
कति
every
भयो
time another team takes a
14th
fight, they're going to
है?
third party it, see if they can find 1 or 2 players. In the
Oh,
end, they are
Indian
all
Tigers
gonna be
already,
on top
उनीहरु चाहिँ-
already. They are the only team with 4 players live. This is really smart. Essentially, they're just setting themselves up for that big 20 pointer in the end. And they have a lot of kills on
हैन
board.
के
Orange
हाइपिङ
Rock,
भयो भने यदि
previously,
इन्टरनेट स्टेबल छ
Team
भने
Indian
चाहिँ
Tigers,
हाइपिङमा पनि
excellent play
हल्का
from
राम्रै
this
खेल्न
team.
Soul
मिल्छ
get
क्या
eliminated in 5th. Yet again, not
तर
terrible
त्यो
for them,
हाइपिङ पनि उस गर्न
consistent yet
पर्छ
again.
कि
That's
हाइपिङ
what they
पनि
were
के
looking
भन्छ
for.
स्टेबल हुनु
Nice
पर्यो
to see once more.
पिङ तल
Moving
माथि
in though, the
भइदियो भने
next
त गाह्रो
circle is going to
हुन्छ
pop really quite
जोन
soon.
चाहिँ सानो
This
भइसक्यो
hillside is so
2500 जोन
deadly.
अरे सबै
It's-
इन्डियाका टिमहरु छन्
a lot of this ground is just unoccupiable, right? The next shift will be deadly.
Velocity
It's straight
Gaming
up
हो
one
गया,
nest,
INS
but
को लागि
Orange Rock
spray दिँदै
already
Orange
rattling them
के
down.
रकले
INS
पनि
with 3
उता
players
उता
left
हान्दै
alive. They've taken a knock as well.
Yeah, Orange Rock.
Orange
now
Rock
gonna
is
have to
bad,
make their way
ElementriX is dead
down the mountainside, so they're going to try and do as much as damage as possible whilst they still have the high ground in their favor. Velocity also giving a lot of issue to
ग्राफिक
INS.
हेर न ग्राफिक कडा छ
Really,
यार
what I would imagine here is Orange Rock has pretty much secured the game just because they have slowly cut off the limbs of other
ElementriX
teams,
जाला
making
त
it
ब्रो
so much
उपरमा
harder.
कि
Whilst
तल
all the
झर्ला
puppies
टु
and the
बी
dogs
अनेस्ट आई हेभ
scrap
जेरो
with each
आइडिया
other
त्यो
down
त अब
here.
फाइनलमा
Orange Rock on the top
हेरौँ
of the
कति
high
किल्स
ground.
किल्स सेकर कति भयो कि त्यो
Really
पोजिसनहरु
just in
त्यस्तो
such an
नराम्रो पनि
excellent
थिएन
position.
I think they figured out where
तर
Smokey
टप
is here.
24
Orange
हरु
Rock,
चाहिँ
yeah, you
जान्छन्
can
रे
see
हैन
just
त्यही भएर
how
आई
far
थिंक
they are in
नेपाली
the lead
टिमहरुले
at this
चाहिँ
stage. Who's going to pick up the kills, really, is the
ओ
question for
हार्डले
me.
यहाँ फेरि
Looks like
मिठो
a lot
नक
of them are
र
going to go
आज
over
पनि किल चाहिँ मिठो
to
किल हान्न
Orange
पाएको
Rock,
छ
but Velocity actually picking up a few, and actually picking up a few downs as well. 2 of Orange Rock have gone down.
ओरेन्ज
Velocity
रकले आइएनएस लाई पनि डाउन
potentially
गर्यो
looking to be a
तीनटा टिम बाँकी 8 जना बाँकी 4v2v2
force. And
जस्तो
remember,
छ
this whole
भनेको
time,
त 4v3v1
has been in the sidelines.
Yeah, Velocity Gaming could actually play
टिम
upset
आइएनडी
here
को
to
चाहिँ अब
Orange
एकजना
Rock.
मात्र बाँकी छ
They are
भेलोसिटी को
playing the
3 जना
aggressive play.
ओरेन्ज
This is
रक को
exactly
चाहिँ
what
4
they
जना
do.
बाँकी
This is
छ
what we don't see enough of in the South Asian region. Aladdin now making his push up the hill. The boot striking the
Okay, yeah,
ground as he thunders his way up.
Orange
He will
Rock
play a little bit slow right now because Orange Rock able to get a read on their side. Like you say though, Dalgit's still in this one, in the third place for the team. Marvi crawling on the hillside right now. VLT just want to recuperate. But the nades are still there. The utility is still available for Orange Rock, so they can still just toss those down the mountain and make things very,
I think
very difficult.
Orange Rock
currently getting their players up right now.
Uनीहरु जोनमा छन्, उनीहरु हाई ग्राउन्डमा छ है.
Meds available to him.
There is a crate there.
आफ्नो साथीलाई चाहिँ रिभाइभ
down the hill. Closest to actually Daljit from Team IND.
हेर न उनीहरुको प्लेसमेन्ट यस्तो राम्रो छ के.
Potentially, they have to go. They have to go, John.
So velocity.
Last year Erangel ko map छ. Let's see Nepali still got chance.
Alive, but they'll see that 8 are alive left in the lobby.
अनि भोलि र पर्सिको म्याचमा चाहिँ खडाइ आउनु पर्छ.
Unless they've scattered it out. So it might not be.
Yeah. Daljit really needs to make a move.
हेर यहाँ.
Luckily, Orange Rock still have a really good
Velocity लाई तलबाट माथि उस गर्ने मौका दिएको छैन. IND को चाहिँ कता रहेछ के? ओके त्यो नेटमा चाहिँ पर्न सक्ने सम्भावना छ.
Firefight capability to see. What an excellent Molotov.
Molotov फालेको रहेछ. ओके मिटर डाउन गर्न सफल.
MJ goes down. So a nice headshot from Marvi.
Marvi ले चाहिँ पछाडिबाट M760 ल्याएको छ नि.
They split themselves.
IND को चाहिँ वहाँ तल रहेछ
The
उसै.
rest can come through, but Aladdin is still there. He might just slip down a little bit. I think they know where he is now.
Yeah, the hillside.
Okay, यहाँ भएर Orange Rock पेल्नलाई अगाडि गइसकेको र यसै गरी
Daljit now just on
उनीहरुलाई Velocity लाई पनि वाइप हान्यो. Now 1v4 को स्थिति
है. But now he's got a very tall task ahead of him.
15 kills.
1v4 उचाइ बिचारा
top the hill.
IND
He's got himself the loot crate.
Drop मुनि रहेछ उसलाई देखाउन सक्यो.
He's not going to have too much more than that, unfortunately. They're going to send it home, and Orange Rock pick up 16 kills. A huge pickup for them. They will absolutely catapult themselves straight into the lead. And once more, they've come second, now they've come first. They've got their chicken dinner today as well. Beautiful stuff coming
up. I think we can no longer say
EDB 13th, 14th हाम्रो ElementriX
in such good positions all the time. This was very well set up by them. Sure, they had the best position. They went down to Los Tigos to move up into that position, but taking the hillside and controlling it for so long.
Yep, dominate,
just surrounding them on all fronts. They just did such a good job overall. HYDRA find themselves out in the circle here. Got a real tough time getting to the circle themselves. We know HYDRA is a really good
Indian team किन धेरै हरेक ग्रुपमा क्वालिफाई भएर नै
GamingHub also managing to
उनीहरु पहिलाकै उस हो के साउथ एसियाबाट थियो नि त उनीहरु इन्डियाको कता थाहा नै छैन यार के हो यो
points on board. Once more, Seoul find themselves fifth with 3 kills.
Leader रोडमा अहिले स्क्वाड हैन Orange Rock को छ यो
with that 4-player roster keeping their points.
अहिले एकछिनमा देखाउँछ है हेरौँ है
INS as well, dominant on that hillside for so long, get 8 kills.
Velocity ले चाहिँ हाम्रो स्क्वाड SOLTISQUAD ले चाहिँ वाइप हान्यो.
Should be nice to see for them. Velocity though, a team that we haven't really seen too much of. I'm happy to see them finally rise on up, getting themselves an 8-kill game.
I think there was the moment there for them to make the rush up onto the hill, but they just didn't take it. As soon as they got one knockback, they were so slow. But you're in a bad position at that point anyway.
Maybe I know.
2-2 fight on the level ground. You had the smokes to move up the hill as it was.
त्यत्रो kills मा chicken लगेको चाहिँ yes. Chicken चाहिँ यिनीहरुले मिठो हानेको छ.
Not making that push upwards. I think they played it a little bit too passive, a little bit too carefully. Sure, having 3 members up is better. But when
उनीहरुको चाहिँ नि whole squad बाँचिरहेको हुन्छ के.
Really had to take too much fire just because of the position they were in. Obviously they're going to have much more utility. Obviously they're going to
complain about ping. Unity Gaming is playing from Europe with 400 MS ping.
It's something we don't see enough of in the South Asian region at the moment. It's just when they have the advantage, they don't make the pushes.
Well, I mean, the risk there is that there's very few
OR चाहिँ कडा भइरहेको छ. OR ले चाहिँ
so Orange Rock could just cover those off and
अब OR त अब Esports उस रहेछ अनि त्यहीमाथि अब उनीहरु पैसा they get paid to play हैन अब खेल्नको लागि पैसा पाउने भएपछि छुट्टै अर्कै तरिकाको गेम प्ले हुन्छ के.
What a turn up for Orange Rock.
Yeah, massively so. Team Xpark could be very pressed to follow them up the
custom zone hack छ यार.
We were talking about yesterday saying that look, Xpark they've got a good score here, but Orange Rock can quite easily
South East Asia मा नि BTR को कडा domination छ सधैँ full live हुन्छ लास्टमा कडा South East Asia को हेर्न नि छुट्टै उस हुन्छ यार कस्तो उस हुन्छ यार उनीहरुको
keep them on the leaderboard. Seoul in 5th, 10 points total. Really good. INS also had a really nice position on the hillside. 8 kills total, 8 kills to place point 16 total.
Seoul पनि अहिले फेरि back उस हल्का उस भएको छ.
Really, the IND and the INS teams doing pretty well for themselves.
SOLTISQUAD चाहिँ 11th मा.
Yeah, they've done all right. A couple of teams haven't done all right. ElementriX really starting to fall off. towards the end there. A couple of teams that we're more than used to seeing now down at the bottom, though. Should just be trying to grind it on up.
पहिलाको Indian Tigers
point second page actually, 4-1, and that's quite low compared to what we see before.
All the teams who managed to make their way onto that hillside and hold down the compounds and hold down the little spots where they could, those were really the guys who made the most out of it and had the most kills. But if you guys want to see some more kills, you definitely have to stick around and wait around for the very, very last match of the day for the South Asian region. We'll be back with you very soon.
यो पछि लास्ट एउटा Erangel को म्याच हुन्छ अनि आजको डे पनि सकिन्छ अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ मेबी 5-10 मिनेटमा चाहिँ उनीहरुले चाहिँ त्यो टेबल पनि अपडेट गर्छन् होला अनि त्यहाँ हेर्नुपर्छ PMCO प्रिलिम इन्डियामा बसेर इन्डियन टाइगर्स विथ न्यू लाइन अप 40,000 मुनि कुन फोन राम्रो मलाई थाहा छैन त्यो बारे नेपालको 3 जनाले 1 जनालाई हेर्छ यस्तो त सिस्टम हामीले चाहिँ मल्टी स्ट्रिम गरिरहेको थियो हैन फेसबुकमा पनि स्ट्रिम गरिरहेको थियो तर फेसबुकमा चाहिँ कमेन्ट चाहिँ आउन त आएको रहेछ पछाडिको आवाज कमेन्ट चाहिँ बन्द गर्न मिल्दैन आयुष भण्डारी ब्रदर नमिल्ने भएर कि त्यो उसो यस्तो भयो के इन्डियाको जस्तो अफिसियल उस दिएको छैन नि त उनीहरूले त्यो भोइस नै म्युट गरेर मैले यता म्युट गरिदियो भने सबै साउन्ड जान्छ यो त खास अनअफिसियल त्यतिकै वाच पार्टी सपोर्ट गर्नको लागि गरेको मात्र हो गरिदिउँ हैन त्यही हो नेक्स्ट सङ कुन सङ भयो दाइ टाइटलमा मेरो नेम लेख्नु एउटा त नेपाली लेख्नुपर्छ यस त्यही होप त्यही वेट गरेर बसिरहेको लेट्स सी अब 3 मिनेटमा स्टार्ट हुनेछ मिरामार इराङ्गल सागे सागे भन्नेमा त कपिराइट लाग्छ होला कि कपिराइट लाग्छ त्यसमा त भयो अब चाहिँ गीत नबजाऊँ अब लास्ट एउटा म्याच छ लेट्स नेपालीले नो कपिराइट हो अरे इन्टरटेन भयो सङले अरे बिच्चा बिच्चामा दसैँ भर्जन सुन्नुभयो सुनेको छैन नेपालीहरूले केही गर्ला त गर्छन् लेट्स होप केपी ओलीले स्पोन्सर हानेको हो कि क्या हो नेपाली हो नि त भन्ने लेट्स सी अब 1.5 मिनट अरे बिकज अल चिकन जिजियन बोकाले लगेर त्यही भन्दै बस नयाँ कुरो एउटा चिकन पठाउने होइन नेपाली 6वटा टिम छन् आज चाहिँ 3टा टिम खेलिरहेका छन् सोल केम ब्याक खुसी लाग्यो अरे अनि जस तिनीहरूले राम्रो त राम्रो गरेको तर नेपालीहरूलाई चाहिँ हल्का नराम्रो भइरहेको नेपाली हो नि अर्ग्यानिक खेल्यो नेपाली टिमले आज अलिक खत्तम खेल्यो त्यति साह्रो खत्तम नि होइन राम्रो त राम्रो थियो नेपाली टिमलाई पनि कसैले स्पोन्सर गरिदियो दामी त्यही यस त्यही हो के नेपालीहरूलाई चाहिँ स्पोन्सरसिप छैन यता छैन उता छैन यता घरको तनाव हुन्छ उता के को तनाव हुँदैन लाइक एभ्री फिल्डमा कि स्ट्रिम गर्न पनि त्यही खेल्न पनि त्यही माथि गेम खेल्न पर्दा त सबैलाई थाहा छ नेपाली राम्रै छ के गरे नराम्रो अब म गर्छु स्पोन्सरहरू अब हेर लास्ट एउटा म्याच छ के अरे होइन त्यो म्याचमा चाहिँ कडा हानिदियोस् नेपालीले ढिलो आयो कडा आयो तरिकाले 2टा म्याचहरू त अझै बाँकी नै छ भोलि र पर्सिको टप 24हरू चाहिँ जाने हुन् होइन ग्रुप स्टेजबाट टप 24 क्वालिफाई हुने अरे हेरौँ यसमा जित्यो भने के हुन्छ राइट नाउ आई हेभ जेरो आइडिया यस ओटाको निपुण अब त्यही माथि यस्तो हो नि त जोन प्रेडिक्सन प्लस अनि एक्सपिरियन्स अब धेरै एक्सपिरियन्स हो उनीहरूलाई अनि उनीहरूको ट्रेनिङ पनि त्यस्तै खालको हुन्छ प्राइस कति छ त्यो मलाई थाहा भएन तर धेरै नै छ धेरै छ भन्नु त्यही हो अब लास्ट म्याच आजको डे 4 को लास्ट म्याच चाहिँ सुरु हुन आँटेको छ ल्यान्ड पुग्यो भने त यस्तो कडा हान्थ्यो कि नेपालीले यो भन्दा नि अझै राम्रो राम्रो पर्फर्मेन्स दिन सक्थ्यो नि केपी ओली हेर्यो तरिका हो अब यहाँ आएर केपी ओली स्प्याम हान्ने नेपालको स्क्वाडहरू बोर्डर नियर नै छ इन्डियाको भिसा लाग्दैन इन्डिया टुरको जफर गुड पिङको लागि हाइपको छ एलिमेन्ट्रिक्सको छ ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेसको द डिस्ट्रोयर नेपाली हो नि र सोल्टी स्क्वाड
Scary team when it comes to Miramar. They're really good at predicting circles.
अझै कति गेम छ आज चाहिँ एउटा गेम बाँकी छ अनि भोलि र पर्सि
I mean,
in total 8 वटा game.
their credit, they did have
Game
to
के भयो
rotate
game
away
खासै
from
उस
the
भएको
islands.
छैन.
They took a really strong
I love
defensive
only
spot
Gorkha
to the next
and other
circle.
bot
They
हरे.
took that hillside and they actually displaced INS from it. INS did have.
हैन यो squad को gameplay is all about squad को so है. Squad उस मिलेन भने गाह्रो छ.
They were able to hold it down. They were able to hold the top of it, and of course, a team that we haven't really talked about too much, Team IND, able to come into second there.
Yeah.
Haven't seen too much of them this time around for a team that qualified.
Qualify चाहिँ 24 वटा टिम हुन्छ रे अनि त्यसपछि 16 वटा चाहिँ ल्यान्ड मा जान्छन् भन्ने सुनेको थिए.
He did loot it. Orange Rock may have got the winner chicken dinner. But who was the
तर आजको र हिजोको पनि नेपालीको कुनै चिकन डिनर भएको थिएन. एउटा लास्ट एउटा म्याच बाँकी छ आजको. सो नेपालीले चिकन डिनर हानोस्.
At the end, sure he died, but he came in second place.
Yeah, exactly. And staying alive that long, that was worth 4 points to his team. So either him try and get a squad wipe,
यो 6 वटा टिमबाट
or
एउटा
stay alive into second place. Those have both got equal value in terms of the points at the end of the day, because it doesn't matter where the points come from, as long as you're racking them up and putting them in the back pocket, saving them for later, trying to stay away from that red zone, as the bottom 8 teams will get eliminated at the end of the group stages. And after this,
अरे बहिनी म्याच सकिसक्यो अब अर्को म्याच स्टार्ट हुन लागेको छ हो.
Indeed, so very, very scary right now.
कुन ठाउँमा भएको त्यो म्याच यो म्याच अहिले जताततै आफू जता त्यतै बसिरहेको छ.
Really get their name to the right at the top of the board and make sure that they can climb the leaderboard.
Top 16 टिम त सँगै बसेर खेल्नु पर्छ हैन र. I have no idea to be honest. I have zero idea. लाइभ कतिलाई डिले छ खै मैले स्ट्रिम गर्दा चाहिँ 30 सेकेन्ड्स को डिले आउँछ होला मेबी.
Teams like Xpart, we're talking about Entity Gaming, obviously not having the best game today because they are dealing with some issues at home, but Orange Rock too, so we have some really, really strong.
नेपालको आज 3टा टिम खेलिरहेका छन्. इन टोटल 6 वटा टिम छन् नेपालको.
It's really good to see everybody coming in with their best foot forwards, and I'm hoping that, you know, again, Seoul trying to maintain that.
स्ट्रिम स्नाइप हुँदैन किनकि उनीहरुको यो अफिसियल स्ट्रिममा चाहिँ 15 मिनेटको डिले हुन्छ अरे.
Regional stage for India, with the expansion obviously coming into South Asia. It's a very similar region, but adding a couple more friends to the mix.
Yeah, exactly. Team Xpart doing very much the same. Yeah. So both teams reformed quite quickly, and it seems that Seoul, they're kind of finding their feet here, trying to regroup, reform.
Obviously, it's all about having a dominant strategy. Spray त अहिले जसले नि गर्न सक्छ नेपालमा strategy र
But we'll be getting into the game very shortly. It's the final game of the day. I'm really, really sorry, guys. We won't be having any more.
नेपाली होनीको भोलि छ क्या म्याच है.
Fantastic day of esports with PUBG Mobile.
Oh yeah.
So we'll be back again tomorrow after this, so you can.
जिजिएन हजुरले जानु पर्यो. म छु त, म फाइनलमा हो के. सोलो स्क्वाड हो मेरो.
Of PUBG for the time being. We're going to go back over to the El Clasico map. We're going to go over to Erangel. So these teams very comfortable at this point of Erangel. We'll see where these teams go. Hopefully we don't get another northwestern circle and we get to see a little bit different parts of the map now.
Yeah, I'd like to see a finish. Do you know, I'm a big
काबिया हैन उनीहरु इन्डो सर्भरमा खेलिरहेछन् के.
Really nice set of rotations to be looking at, and it's always good fun to watch. Or the ever fated military circle.
I have no idea. तर यहाँ अझै म्याप चाहिँ किन एकेरे त्यो लास्ट गेम चाहिँ किन स्टार्ट भएको छैन. I have zero idea. र फाइनली Erangel को यो एडभर्टाइज दियो भनेपछि अब चाहिँ प्लेन पनि उडाएको देखाउँछ एकैछिनमा. Let's wait for that.
Erangel.
So here's our little fly through to begin the final match of the day here, guys. Groups B and C going at it versus each other. Here's the playing path. B and D, sorry, for match 4. Going from multi-power up to shooting range, John. I'm excited.
The live stream 10 minutes भन्दा बढी डिले हुन्छ है गाइस. PUBG अफिसियलले गरेको चाहिँ 15 मिनेटको हो रे. र हल्का कस्टम म्याच नि गर्नु पर्यो. हजुरले आशिष गेजमा मैले गराउँथे. अहिले चाहिँ मसँग उस छैन के. रुम कार्ड पनि छैन अनि त्यही भएर नि एसबीएन एरो खोइ त अरे उनीहरु खेलेको छैन. पैसाको लागि त ल्याङ भइरहेको छ त अरे. मैले जे जस्तो भयो नेपाली टिमलाई सपोर्ट गरिरहेको छु. लेट्स सी.
If they'd have just loaded into the game, they would.
Of course, सोलको गेम पहिलाको भन्दा राम्रो भएको छ अहिले.
I mean,
र यहाँ पोपो म्यान चाहिँ मिलिट्रीतिर जाँदैछन् जस्तो वान पनि उसँग आउँदैछन्. TDP as always नोभतिर जाँदैछन्. 5 minutes होला. I have no idea.
Quite a great deal. When you're looking
I really like this outfit.
Look at that, it's the Wicked Witch of the East actually.
Erangel को यो म्याप प्लेन पाथ राम्रो छ. क्लासिक खेल्नलाई त ठिकै छ हैन यो उसको लागि नि राम्रै छ भनौं टिडिपी र एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स नजिक छन् र हाम्रो सोल्टी स्क्वाड कता जाँदैछन् यास्नायामा दुई जना ओके यास्नायामा जाँदैछन् एन्ड दे आर अल एलोन यास्नायामा हाम्रो सोल्टी स्क्वाड एक्लै छन् एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स र टिडिपी हरु चाहिँ निकै नै नजिक छन् कमन नमस्ते हल्का स्प्याम चाहिँ नगर्दिनु होला है
One is to actually win.
The second
is to look the coolest.
It's like, yeah, you may have killed me.
नेपाली भएर नेपालीलाई सपोर्ट गर्नुपर्छ यस गर्ने नै हो कमन ब्रदर हल्का स्प्याम चाहिँ नगर्दिनुस् होला नत्र अहिले फेरि मैले चाहिँ टाइम आउट र उस गर्न चाहिँ बाध्य हुनेछु गड एल को की ओपी चाहिँ यता कुदिरहेका छन्
There's my man over wearing literal band
15 वटा टिम
maybe a
16 वटा टिम हुन पर्ने हैन एउटा टिम चाहिँ जोइन गरेन त
metal rock boots.
Yeah, well I mean you've got to do it.
You need to left the game हो र किन
So frustrating.
It's I count it as distraction camouflage.
Is it intimidation tactic?
No, it's distraction camouflage.
Oh, I see.
You know,
त्यही त 16 वटा टिम हुन पनि 15 वटा टिम मात्र छ
They used to paint battleships in like
I have a side of PMCO
massive bold patterns so you could tell which way they were facing.
Really?
Yeah. No,
that's
absolutely.
interesting.
Yeah, no, it is really interesting because obviously
सौरभ गयाली भाइ ब्रदर यस्तो हो के मैले त्यो म्युट गरे भने चाहिँ पुरा गन साउन्डहरु पनि सबै जान्छ त्यही भएर हो के
change your course of your battle cruiser or anything like that. It's quite hard. But to be fair, don't think it quite works on the scale of a single human.
No.
Especially when people change directions
like
on
a दाइ दशैंमा मेरो घर आउने पाउले खोजिरहेछ तरिका
and who's currently looking
इनिटिले चान्स लो भएर आई त्यो चाहिँ खास त्यस्तो चाहिँ गर्न नहुने है अब खेल्दैको भए नि केही जान्थेन
That's true. Yeah, you do look
तर of course it's hard है अब
which is a shame.
Okay. Excuse you. Coming from you, that's not really that much to worry about to be honest.
Not really, no.
ए they are in Milan for another okay त्यही भएर अब ओके त्यस्तो
Get those slacks on.
Godlike.
आज फ्रोस्ट आएको थियो लेट्स सी अब लेट्स गो ब्याक अब हल्का म फेरि एकचोटी कमेन्ट्री जस्तो गर्दिन्छु एकछिन
so it's still going to be the northern side of the map but not westerly this time. We're going to still have Stalber in there, a finish that we've actually seen in the European region before where Stalber actually became quite contested towards the end because the hillside is really strong.
युरोपमा भएको मलाई थाहा छ म युरोपमा छु नि त मलाई थाहा छ नि त
terrain where you can put the back right up
भन्न पाए भन्दैमा जे नि भन्दिने
fire from right up on high.
Both that I have no idea, zero idea. Anyways, let's go. Let's enjoy. Let's pray for Nepali team. Your last match ma jitos हैन.
Fantastic. If you have to shift away from it.
ORB को चाहिँ मिठो चिकन डिनर थियो सेकेन्ड गेममा.
Yeah, pretty tricky to operate around. But if you know it's going to finish
there, see, उनीहरु चाहिँ यहाँ कहाँ छ नि कोचिङ के हो?
Salty obviously slap bang in the middle of it.
Okay, God L हरु यता छन्.
They should be pretty happy with this circle. GamingHub, actually I think they were one of the teams that did sometimes drop at Stalber with the path of the plane as it was. They probably could have done that again, but instead they go to North.
म फेसबुकमा त कमेन्टहरु पढेकै छैन आई थिंक कमेन्टहरु आएको छैन के छैन या म चाहिँ फेसबुकबाट युट्युबमा मात्र उस गरे अब चाहिँ
Snovka have C block, have the majority of that loot, and over Novo you got Trusty Process. That's where they that's pretty much their constant landing spot there.
Unity को लिप भएको हर रे र यहाँ एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स 1 ले चाहिँ गाइड लिएर यहाँ मिलिट्री को उस लुट्न आउँदै छन् माथि चढिसकेका छन् लुट्नको लागि यो चाहिँ को
currently
TDP Mayhem
ElementriX if you're worried about making their rotations outside of Sosnovka because the difficulty comes in now because Gatka, Quarry, Ferry Pier all quite
युरोपको कुन गुल्लीमा छ रे म जर्मनी भन्ने गुल्लीमा छु ब्रदर
you can already see on your map there.
Anyways, let's see. TDP हरु नोभोमा as always. ElementriX को हरुको आज चारै जना चाहिँ मिलिट्रीमा झरेका रहेछन्. Salty as always यास्नामा छन्. उनीहरु एक्लै छन्. यहाँ एक्लै लुटिरहेका छन्. TDP हरुले पनि एक्लै लुटिरहेका छन्.
And probably don't really have to go anywhere. They could move up towards Stalber and hold.
जोन पनि उनीहरुलाई राम्रो छ सबै जनाले. Let's see. Okay, यहाँ टिम 12 लाई चाहिँ फायरिङ. सोल को फर्स्ट लाई चाहिँ Mayhem को Empire knock र kill secure गरिसकेका छन्. Unfortunate for them.
Moved across open ground without a vehicle.
Let's see. र first blood चाहिँ Mayhem को Vampire OP ले गरेका छन्.
On this hillside. guarding it out, which isn't always a position that people like to take, especially this early into the game. The rotations will.
I think Unity is playing Apex Legends tournament. Apex Legends.
I would say that Seoul are to blame for that, but the rest of the team are going to move out west and actually rotate away from Roshok in that direction and head north of the river and maybe try and wrap around it that way, which actually, in my mind, is a really solid choice.
यहाँ उनीहरु चाहिँ पुरा रोजको डाँडामा उफ्रिदैछन् PES काहरु चाहिँ यता लुट्दैछन्
Full Esports on our screen right now. Currently just residing in heaven. Wolf bringing the vehicle towards them.
Okay, छानामाथि चढेको अवस्था.
Right
Guys, guys, दशैं आउँदै छ रे नि त हैन. Happy दशैं in advance.
Very much bang slap in the middle of the circle.
नेपालीहरु के गर्दै छ हेर्नु त बढ्त खोज्दै छैन लल तरिका.
Now that
नेपाली टिमहरु एक लुटिरहेका छन् सबैजनाको नजिक कोही छैन हैन तीनटा टिमहरु तीनतिर छन् नेपालीको नजिक कोही पनि छैनन् मजाले लुट्दै छन्
pretty easy time. They will have to move through GODLIKE and HYDRA if they do want to get up that way. But PES currently just scouting. A good position to take quite early.
यार आइसक्यो दशैंको कुरा गर्छ रे चाहिँ
they're quite happy with this.
र हेर्दिउ 7-8 मिनेट भित्र प्रवेश गर्दै सोलको एकजना मात्र फिनिश भइसकेका छन् अरुसँग फाइट परेको छैन कसैको पनि पट फायर दिदै छन् होला रे ओके Mayhem कस्तो गाह्रो भएछ सुदीप कटवाल I have 0 ID या तर के छैन कपिराइट लाइन के छैन सपोर्ट गर्दा फेरि कपिराइट लाग्दा के नि हुँदैन अब ट्विचबाट हेर्नु क्वालिटी राम्रो आउँछ रे ट्विचमा पनि छ यिनीहरुको
It is cloak, so
हेरौँ है त
the information there. ElementriX now leaving Sosnovka just as Team ID make their way in, but they will be going straight into Orb, Mayhem, and INS as well, with Team IND making that rotation. So massive firefight about to explode on our screens.
Just come to pass. It looks like Seoul actually going to find themselves under pressure again. This is the rotation we were talking about before. The smoke is there. Viper does shimmy away from the vehicles just in time. But he is going to get popped on out. Pansing able to land it, but he did get the smoke off in time. They're stopping the rotation coming in. Mortal looking to play the hero here, potentially. Going out wide.
Yeah, it's currently Soldiers making really wild rotations. Really unsafe. I'm not a fan at all of this. Vampire currently on top of the roof does take down. Oh, Mazik was not expecting that one whatsoever, and now Mayhem have a very clear advantage right now. Moving on up, Mad Dog does go down. Both players from Mayhem still up and kicking too. It's now Max Cash. Looking to move on forward.
Oh, he spot. Oh, okay.
Interesting. Through the wall.
Yeah, able to get the wall bang off. Nicely done, Mad Dog. Will get rezzed on up now, so it's 3 versus 3. They smoke off the entrance. Maybe looking to chuck a couple of flashbangs in. Oh, a nice nade takes down Nova next to the entrance, so Mad Dog not the only down.
Currently, Orb doing a really good
job. Wild card
Vampire off to the side. Sinister can now move forward fairly safely.
North America wild card.
Not liking the look of this fight whatsoever. We'll just move on out. Really good job from Orb to pull that one around.
I'm sorry.
As of yet either. Looks like they will go finish him now. But Max Cash looking for the crash. Doesn't take any damage whatsoever.
The rest of his team might though. They'll be aware of that one. And Mad Dog goes down yet again. That's the second time he's fallen. They trade it 1-for-1 however. Vampire does get confirmed. Orb still trying to hold. Cloak around the corner has to hit the deck.
Title Watchparty रहता कॉपीराइट लाग्दैन ओके यहाँ चाहिँ फाइट परिसकेको छ Mayhem र ORB को लाएर फेरि डाउन गर्न सफल ORB को लास्ट गाइ रिमेनिङ Mayhem को भित्र छ फ्री फायर सुतेर हान्ने प्रयास गरिरहेको थियो ओहो र उसको शटमा he was able to finish them.
Cloak and dagger around the corner there. Excellent pre-fire from
the pre-fire एकदमै राम्रो थियो ORB the first one to get eliminated यो म्याचमा चाहिँ
despite Orb having a really good job at holding inside the warehouse there.
मिठो हानेका छन् उनले have to say that मिठो pre-fire मिठो थियो
bring that one back around. They are pretty hurt now though.
It's कडा उनीहरु स्टिल देयर सोल्टी को थिम चाहिँ दुईटा स्क्वाड पुगिसकेका छन् है सोल को सोल र 0 डिग्री चाहिँ हाम्रो सोल्टी स्क्वाड थिम पुगिसकेका छन् सोल्टी एजे र सोल्टी उसहरु उता छन् सोल्टी विकासलाई हेर्दै छन् जस्तो छन् सोल मोर्टलले
after that first game victory of course
ElementriX they still here उनीहरु सबै बाँचेका छन् नेपाली टिमहरु सबै अलाइभ छन् लेट्स होप नेपालीले जितुन्
GamingHub as well on the northern side, just a little bit closer.
ORB ले ग्लिचले मार्यो रे हो र मैले त्यो खेलै गरेन भाइ मैले एकछिनमा ब्याक गरेर हेर्नु पर्यो कतिखेर मार्यो रे
can control a little bit of these rock lines but there's plenty of opportunity for
कहाँको ग्लिच गरेर हानेको थियो
them as well.
So it seems to me that Orange Rock currently are playing this game where they wait until they see
Oh my god के हो another level स्नेकिङ भइरहेछ
once that's done they've been playing edge quite a while.
त्यसो ग्लिचले केही फरक पर्दैन होला रे त्यहाँ warehouse मा हौ रे
a little bit smaller.
एकचोटि म हल्का ब्याक गर्छु ल
from them I really do like how they go about it. They only really start taking fights quite late in the game. Trying to stay out of the way for as long as possible from a lot of other teams. Currently GamingHub, you can see them moving on over to Stalba right now. 0 degree coming up on IND, on Soul, sorry.
Okay, INS र GODLIKE को चाहिँ पर्ने सम्भावना छ यहाँ.
GODLIKE wanting nothing to do with it. They've had a tough couple of games right now and they want to just make its way into the top 10.
Nice responsiveness though. You see there
terminate points for exploiting box भनेर लेखिरहेको रहेछ नि त त्यहाँ कमेन्टमा त. Let's see त्यही पनि म एकचोटि फेरि हेर्छु म. कुन चाहिँ हो?
You know, standard stuff, but anyone who's watching it may not be super familiar with it, might not have noticed that. And it is actually a really good strategy, especially if you're coming up against sustained fire, because making someone relocate their spray and lead you in different directions will cause them to miss aim a lot more than if you were just going in a straight line at the same speed.
INS is just going to get out of there.
The glitch त देखेन त यार मैले त यार.
Packed on up right next to Salty, so Salty will have all the info they need here. GODLIKE probably hasn't spotted them. They were all chilling quite comfortably. Joker stops and Ivan's like, no, we got to continue. We got to keep going. There's no point stopping here.
No point stopping off. Teams now starting to make these rotations around towards the north of Yasnaya, which they've been sort of not interested in doing. Portly Esports finally trying to take the shots on rotations, but Team IND already pretty much safe from that. Don't want to really take the extended fight because Portly Esports, they are relatively exposed to rooftops. But they get spotted out by
त्यो वालको जस्तोमा हानेको रहेछ नि त त्यो त कहाँ पाइहाल्छ नि त्यो त.
and they'll have to crawl off the edge.
हैन र? हैन उस भयो. मैले देखे थियो मैले त त्यो उस गरेको हो कि भित्र पसेको हो कि भनेको त त्यो. त्यो पाउँछ होला हुन त म फेरि के न अफिसियल उस हेरेर पाइहाल्छ रे के अझै.
Team IND rocking up on 0 degree.
त्यो वालमा टाँसेको वाला पो रहेछ कि मैले भर्खरै ट्याक्क देखेँ
Very good in firefights. We've seen them top the kills leaderboard.
Comedy.
Just taking out the wheels on the vehicles. Team IND's rotational ability completely negated, which means that compound now pretty much locked in for them, other than their foot rotation.
Anyways, यहाँ यसनामा चाहिँ तीनटा टिम अर्को दुईटा टिम आइसकेका थिए हाम्रो सोल्टी स्क्वाड नजिक. त्यसै सोल्टी स्क्वाडलाई चाहिँ फाइट गर्छन् कि थर्ड पार्टी हान्छन् कि
Orange Rock moved around the lake serve GamingHub. No one quite taking the mountain just yet, but INS taking that initiative and moving up towards Stalba as well, as they take a little bit of high ground. ElementriX moving up towards Velocity as 0 degree continues to just pepper onto Team IND. Soul still in it.
बुढा आफै भन्दै आफै हाँस्छ. हैन यस्तै रहेछ कि के गर्ने अब एक्लै साथमा कोही छैन अब एक्लै हाँस्यो एक्लै गरे. त्यही भएर मैले एक्लै हेर्न झ्याउ लाग्छ भनेर बरु यसरी वाच पार्टी गरे हैन. स्ट्रिम गरे जस्तो नि हो नि.
GODLIKE did rock up on that compound quite late. Salty had been occupying that one for quite a while.
केही छैन 0 डिग्री काहरु छन् होल स्क्वाड त्यतिकै उफ्रिरहेका छन्. सोल्टी स्क्वाड पनि यही छन् र सोल पनि यतै थिए if I'm not wrong.
Orange Rock still playing that edge, playing just outside the bridge, knowing that
हामी यस्तै त हो नि bro, yes.
if
सधैँ यस्तै त हो नि.
the circle pops elsewhere, we can make a clockwise rotation up to Stalber if it goes north.
Insta the Surya is great अरे ल तरिका. Anyways, team IND र 0 degree को चाहिँ अब फाइट हुन्छ जस्तो छ यहाँ. तर उनीहरु बिन्दास रूपमा बसिरहेका छन्.
And now Mayhem coming up to the same compound that SOLTISQUAD and GODLIKE both occupied.
I really hope यो गेम चाहिँ नेपालीले लानै पर्छ है. ल र भने चाहिँ लास्टै तनाव हुन्छ. जोन राम्रै छ अहिले. 14 वटा टिम.
Trusty process down below them, just across the bridge there.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see if they're able to get any knocks off. It's just suppressed.
धेरैमा कुरा सेरी गर्दै हेरेको मजै छ. Yes brother. बोका गएको मरे. Okay.
That will have been heard.
Mayhem actually
तिमी छुट्टी भएर आएको हैन? यो बसीसम्म खाना खाएर एक दुई गेम हान्छु होला अनि आज नै छिटै सुत्नु पर्ला.
Despite them crashing up on two.
औषधि नि अघि सुत्ने बेला खाने औषधि अघि एक खाइदै यार मैले त.
Here's Marvi. Currently in the water, we have touted this guy for
Orange Rock को चाहिँ पानीमा TDP को होल स्क्वाड छन् उनीहरुले पनि यहाँ पोजिसन होल्ड गरेर बसिरहेका छन्. गाडी छ यहाँ. तीनटा चाडै गाडी छ. ओहो उनीहरु पनि S9 तिर पुगिसकेका छन्. आई थिंक S9 मै जोन पर्छ जस्तो छ अहिले. सोल्टी स्क्वाडलाई निकै नै राम्रो. ओके ओरेन्ज रकले चाहिँ TDP को गाडीलाई हानिरहेका छन् जस्तो छन्.
very much different, but they are
S9 को तिर जोन पर्दै छ जस्तो छ यहाँ.
Gearing up and getting into vehicles, knowing the circle is just about to pop, and they may potentially have to make a big run.
They can get done. Mavi, as you say, over the other side there, just on the loot crate.
Take care everyone, pray for Nepal team रे. Yes, नेपाली टिमले चाहिँ यो गेम हान्नु पर्छ. ओके ओरेन्ज रक को माविले चाहिँ शट खाइरहेका छन् कसकोबाट र डोकु डोकु with BSS.
A little bit of a crossfire between two of these.
फेरि
just spotting him, but he's staying safe for now. He will have a difficult run back though.
Yeah.
Next circle. Okay, next circle. Coming in. Look at that heavy central onto the lake, onto Yasnaya as well. Orange Rock don't need to move, but they.
Bro, हजुरको साउन्ड डबल आयो अरे. मेरो डबल आछ अहिले.
Other side of the river, if he can stay alive, that is. With the backup of the rest of his team, INS will have to move. So will ElementriX. So they have to demount the hill from Stalber. GamingHub going to be pretty happy with their spot, just to the north of the lake.
Yeah, boy.
I don't know if the. I don't know if you might need a recall on Marvi right now, because again the position is they could move clockwise up to GamingHub, then move around the map that way, or do they want to secure a position towards the south? That's really the question.
Okay, 0 degree चाहिँ अगाडि रस गर्न गएको.
Finally now making the push, knowing that, like you said earlier, John, because they took out the vehicle.
Can't do it भएर डबल सुन्नेको.
Grenade comes through the door, doesn't hit anyone, but does force Slayer to close that one, giving Red some.
Okay. Thank you Sagar Panther brother for subscribing. Thank you for your support. जो हुनुहुन्छ यदि सब्स्क्राइब गर्नुहुन्छ भने प्लिज डु सो. What a net by 0 degree न मिठो नेट हानेको छ यहाँ र टिम IND अगाडि जाने प्रयास उनीहरुको साथी डाउन छन्. अगाडि बढ्छन् कि नै हेर्दियौ. र देयर गोज अनदर नेट 0 को अर्को नेट फालेका छन् ड्यामेज लिन असम. ओहो त्यो नेटमा पनि अर्को डाउन. Last guy winning from Team IND. Team IND लाई चाहिँ प्रहार गर्दै छन्. यहाँ 1 HP बनाइदिएका थिए. यता र उता र यसै गरी Team IND got wiped out. ल आफुले ए लास्टमा के भयो थाहा छ? उले आफ्नो गाडी आफैले पड्काइदिए के. झुकेर त्यो IND कोले हैन उसको गाडी पड्केर उ चाहिँ चढ भयो.
Orange Rock now have fully crossed the river. In the meantime, just
र 0 डिग्रीले चाहिँ किल सेक्युर गरिसकेको अवस्था.
I believe it's can't quite see who his teammate is, but Soul still alive on the
Thank you to Sar Rooster for subscribing. Thank you for your support, brother. नेट चाहिँ मिठो नेट हानेको थियो उनीहरुले. लास्टमा टिम IND कोले चाहिँ उजीले चाहिँ पुरा स्प्रे दिइरहेको थियो हैन. लाइक he was trying 1 HP थियो. तर उसको गोलीले चाहिँ गाडीमा लागेर गाडी पड्केर उ आफू उस भयो.
Entering the city risky. We'll see where the next.
र हामीसँग यहाँ TDP को होल स्क्वाड छ. नेपालीहरु होल स्क्वाडै बाकी छन् है. लेट्स होप यो गेम चाहिँ नेपाली स्क्वाडले लगुन. त्यही भन्दै छु हैन. अरु चाहिँ झुकेर हैन ब्रो किल पॉइन्ट नदिनलाई हो अरे. खै त्यो नि हुन सक्छ. अब त्यो त थाहा भएन. फाइट चाहिँ लिन खोजेको थियो उले चाहिँ. He was trying to knock him पनि होला. तर जे भयो पनि Yes, it was. Net चाहिँ मिठो हानेको थियो 0 डिग्रीकोले टिम सोल्टी चाहिँ यास्नामै छ अझै जोन है सोल्टी स्क्वाड चाहिँ अघि नैबाट यास्नामा थिए उनीहरु मुभ गर्नु परेको छैन सोलको त्यो एरियामा 5 वटा टिम छन् हाम्रो एलिमेन्ट्रिक्सहरु कता छन् एलिमेन्ट्रिक्सहरु चाहिँ पछाडी पुगिसकेको छन् यास्नाको लेट्स सी Thank you Gunjan Prokhor brother for subscribing as well. Salty squad ले फायरिङ गरिरहेका छन् एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स ले फायरिङ गरिरहेका छन् तर ओतिर कसरी फायरिङ गरिरहेका छन् I have zero idea. किरण गुरुङ कमेन्ट्री सुनम न अरे ब्रो हल्का फुल्का बिच बिचमा मात्र मैले कमेन्ट्री हान्छु है.
If the circle goes down to the southwest or even over to the west as well, that's disastrous for anyone who's in Yasnaya. It's either great or bad for anyone who's in Yasnaya. It's either great or okay for anyone who's outside.
I think it's a very risky play.
Trust the process. Yes.
Yasnaya right now.
Yeah, boy.
Super risky. It's just a much safer play.
म सोधेर आउँछु है किन हो भनेर.
PES and Orange Rock currently are shift. And everyone comes through.
Anyways, let's see. Yasnaya, okay, Yasnayaबाट चाहिँ अब हल्का पर सरेको छ जोन. हामीसँग तीनटै नेपाली स्क्वाड अझै बाँचिरहेका छन् हैन. हुन त अब 15 वटा टिम चाहिँ दुईटा टिम मात्रै एलिमिनेट भएका छन् अझसम्म. गॉड एल हरु चाहिँ उस गरिसकेको. म डिस्कर्ड आउँछु बोका रे. म डिस्कर्डमा अघि नै एउटा एक्लै बोलिरहेको छु यार.
Where do they go? Where do they go? The fields down the south, so open. It will be so occupied already. INS.
सोल्टीहरु पनि छन्. सोल्टीहरु उसमै छन् है. यास्नामा छैन अब उनीहरु चाहिँ मुभ गर्नुपर्ने छ. सोल्टीलाई निकै नै राम्रो भएको थियो. उनीहरु फर्स्ट बाटै यास्नामा थिए हैन. त्यहाँ पनि एक्लै थिए. टन्न लुट्न पाए अनि त्यहीमाथि भन भनेर उनीहरु जोन मुभ पनि गर्नु परेको थिएन. अब चाहिँ जोन मुभ हुनु पर्छ. यस नेपाली तीनटा स्क्वाड छन् आजको गेममा. इन टोटल 6 वटा स्क्वाड छन्. ओहो सेक्सली र उता आफ्नै हो नि. ओके उत्साहको चाहिँ अगाडि गएर पल्टिरहेका रहेछन्. एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स उनीहरु पनि अब जोनतिर मुभ हुनुपर्ने छ. सोर मोर्टल 0 डिग्री र गेमिङ हबहरु पनि जोनतिर मुभ हुनुपर्ने छ. लेट्स सी 0 डिग्रीहरुसँग गाडी चाहिँ रहेछ. भिडियो क्वालिटी चाहिँ यो खै किन हो मैले 1080p मा गरेको. दुईटै 1080p मा छ त्यही पनि उस भइरहेको छ कि उनीहरुको स्ट्रिममै राम्रोसँग उस भएको छैन.
Out in the fields though, the space is becoming all the more difficult to take. ElementriX.
Salty निमा भन्ने केटा हो केटी हो गाइजहरु.
They have to play edge at this stage to try and just ladder up and get a little bit of strength, but Salty need to fight their way in. It looks like they're going to challenge velocity.
लहल वाइफी.
Oh no, can't wait for that.
Okay, 0 डिग्री चाहिँ अब यहाँबाट मुभ गर्दै छन् है.
UAZ pretty powerful vehicle, but
लेट्स सी सोल्टी रिसेनहरु चाहिँ अगाडि गएर कम्पाउन्ड होल्ड गरेका छन् तर दे आर नट इन द जोन. त्यहाँ टीडीपी र ओरेन्ज रकलाई डाउन गरेका छन्. लेट्स सी टीडीपी र ओरेन्ज रक र सन्दुलाई चाहिँ नक एन्ड फिनिश गरेका छन्. सन्दुलाई नक र फिनिश गरेर किल सेक्युर गरिसकेका छन् टीडीपी का सेक्सलियोले. सेक्सलियोले चाहिँ यहाँ माथि एउटा हानेका छन्. माभी पनि डाउन छन् ओरेन्ज रकको. लेट्स सी ओरेन्ज रकमा दुई किल सेक्युर गर्न सकेनन् जस्तो छ नि. ओके आई एम सरी. सेक्सलियोले दुईजनाले चाहिँ डाउन गरेका रहेछन्. किल चाहिँ सेक्युर गर्न असफल भएका रहेछन्.
However, but they might just have a little bit of trouble with ElementriX on that push. Orange Rock, they're looking to rescue their scout. They're in the position to do so. That's what I'm talking about.
र यहाँ सान्दुलाई चाहिँ डाउन गरेका थिए. यहाँ सोल्टी स्क्वाड नजिकै भेलोसिटीका छन्. भेलोसिटीकोले चाहिँ स्मोक र नेट गरिरहेका छन्. सोल्टी स्क्वाड ओपन ग्राउन्डमा छन्. ड्यामेज भेटिरहेका छन् र यसै गरी सोल्टी विकासलाई चाहिँ पीएस खानले चाहिँ डाउन गरेका छन्. ओ बोका के छ? हैन म भर्खर बोलेको छु नि.
ElementriX in a fight of their own. They had to transition down from Salva, so they're absolutely gonna.
केटाहरु एसकेएस को मिशन पुरा गर्दै छन्. सोल्टीलाई चाहिँ नमिठो भएको छ. उनीहरु ओपन ग्राउन्डमा छन्. विकास पनि डाउन भेलोसिटी द्वारा. यो स्ट्रिम यो के रे मैले स्पेक गरेको गॉड एल द्वारा एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स मिस्टर ह्युज पनि डाउन भएका छन्. किन यस्तो नराम्रो आएको छ क्वालिटी यार. सोल्टी निमालाई फेरि पीएस काले उताबाट डाउन गरेका छन्. सोल्टी स्क्वाडलाई चाहिँ दुईतिरबाट सोल्टी स्क्वाड गेटिङ sandwiched.
Go getter, Vegeta's estranged cousin.
ओरेन्जले पनि उता डाउन गरेका छन्. तर यहाँ के भइरहेछ क्वालिटी किन यस्तो नराम्रो आइरहेछ युट्युबमा यार.
Not the best of spots, but it's a spot all the same.
GamingHub taking heavy casualties on the northern side. ElementriX.
Bro, ElementriX लाई I think GamingHub ले चाहिँ वाइफ हानेको छ जस्तो छ. सबैजना डाउन देख्छु म. TDP उसागलाई पनि डाउन गरेका छन् INS काले. Looking a bit bad. नेपाली टिमको लागि हल्का नराम्रो तर सोल्टी स्क्वाडहरु चारै जना स्ट्यान्डिङ. चारै जना बाँच्न सफल भएको छ. TDP सागरलाई PS काले चाहिँ डाउन गरेका छन्. पोपो म्यानलाई नेटले GamingHub को नेटले डाउन गरेको छ. ओके 1 चाहिँ बाँकी रहेछ. ओरेन्जलाई रिभाइभ गर्दै छन् उनी. ओरेन्ज 1 HP मा बाँच्ने. ओके उनीहरु चाहिँ यहाँ रिभाइभ इजी रिभाइभ हुनुहुन्छ जस्तो मिस्टर ह्युज चाहिँ 1 HP उल्लाई चाहिँ रिभाइभ गर्नुपर्ने थियो तर उले चाहिँ रिभाइभ गरेका छैनन् जस्तो छन्. सोल्टी रुसियनले चाहिँ फाइट लिइसकेका छन् र मिस्टर ह्युज चाहिँ GamingHub को द्वारा किल सेक्युर. PS कोले सोल्टी स्क्वाडलाई हान्दै गएर ElementriX लाई हानेको जस्तो छ है. Let's see यहाँबाट OR ओरेन्ज रक अगाडि बढ्छ. बड एल को क्रोचनले उता. ओके ElementriX और 1 ले चाहिँ GamingHub को एकजनालाई डाउन सोल्टी विकासद्वारा भेलोसिटीकालाई डाउन. ElementriX को 1 चाहिँ प्ले जोन मा डाउन र 0 डिग्री ले चाहिँ किल सेक्युर गरेको छ. सोल्टी निमाद्वारा भेलोसिटीको गएको यता डाउन. सोल्टी विकासले चाहिँ भेलोसिटीलाई वाइप हानेको छन्. सोल्टीद्वारा भेलोसिटी गेमिङ एलिमिनेटेड.
GODLIKE still going. Pipperman goes down to the play zone.
INS gifted the next circle as
खै थाहा
well.
भएन यार. प्ले जोनमा नक मात्र भएको थियो. नेपाली टिम अझै बाँच्न त बाँचिरहेका छन् जस्तो छन्. 11 वटा टिम छन्. 30 जना अलाइभ. 27 मिनेटको यो जोन गॉड एल द्वारा सागरको आत्मा शहीद भएको अवस्था.
Do or die time. So many open fields. So many smokes blooming already. It's going to be tricky no matter what happens.
र यहाँ सोल्टीको अझै चारै जना बाँचेका छन्. उनीहरु चाहिँ ओपनमा थिए अघि दुईतिरबाट भेटेका थिए. लेट्स सी सोल्टी एजे विथ M16A4 हाइड्रा र गॉड एल को पर्छ. सोल्टी विकासले INS जोकरलाई डाउन गरेका छन्. निकै नै राम्रो भइरहेको छ. सोल्टीले एकदम राम्रो कम्पाउन्ड होल्ड गर्न पाएका छन्. मैले चाहिँ सुरुमा हल्का डर लागेको थियो सोल्टी स्क्वाडको तर अहिले चाहिँ उनीहरु होल स्क्वाड र दे गट 5 kills already. लेट्स टक मा 1 को गल्ती गरे. ओके सोल्टी स्क्वाडले फेरि अर्कोलाई डाउन गर्न यहाँ सोल्टी निमाले पनि हान्दै छन्. M16 ले हानिरहेका छन्. उता विकासले चाहिँ M4 ले चाहिँ डाउन गरेका थिए. विकास ट्रस्ट द प्रोसेसमा अझै दुई जना बाँकी छन्. सोल्टी स्क्वाड विथ होल स्क्वाड. सोल्टी स्क्वाडमा चाहिँ हाम्रो होल स्क्वाड बाँकी छन्. लुकिङ रियली नाइस. 10 वटा टिम बाँकी छन्. 23 जना अलाइभ.
0 degrees with one player. I think GODLIKE as well with one player, as well as Soul, all trying to just snake their way in. And to be fair, this is the circle where snakes could do it. This is the time.
PMCO को रियल कमेन्ट्री भयो भने रियल कमेन्ट्री त ब्रो उता उसमा हुन्छ. म त यो त नेपाली उस गर्नको लागि उस गरे हो. सो रेगाल्टोस द्वारा O8 को क्यारी डाउन. ओह मिड टु क्राउच एन्ड फायर. र तर उ पनि डाउन भएको छन्. हाइड्रा को 1 HP छ है. तर उनीहरुको होल स्क्वाडै बाँकी छ. उले हिल गरेर आफ्नो साथीलाई रिभाइभ गर्ने प्रयास. गॉड एल को अगाडि बढ्दै सोल्टी स्क्वाडले फेरि डाउन गरेको छ है.
Crawl his way into the foliage. Nicely done. So they did get eliminated in that.
Let's see TDP को अगाडि बढेका थिए. हाइड्रा द्वारा TDP एक्चुअली डाउन र किल सेक्युर गरेका छन् हाइड्राले. सोल्टी स्क्वाडको अझै होल स्क्वाड बाँकी छन्. लेट्स सी.
Harry does go down.
8 वटा टिम बाँकी. हाइड्रा फ्रेजर. ओके यहाँबाट सोल्टी एजेले मिठो प्रहार गरिरहेका छन्. सोल्टी विकास विथ 10 kills अरे. के हो? ए नै त्यो भनेको 10 kills हान्न उस गरेको भनेर देखाएको होला. सोल्टी विकासद्वारा सोल्टी स्क्वाडको 10 kills चाहिँ उले कम्प्लिट गरेको भनेको होला. सोल्टी विकासलाई डाउन गरेका छन् PS का ले. एकदमै राम्रो भइरहेको छ है. सोल्टी स्क्वाडको 10 kills.
Players from INS.
Looking really nice. र सोल्टी स्क्वाडमा होल स्क्वाडै बाँकी छन्. तर विकास डाउन छन्. विकासलाई रिभाइभ गर्न भ्याउँछन् भ्याउँदैन. That's the thing. तर सोल्टीले चाहिँ विकासलाई चाहिँ रिभाइभ गर्न असफल भएका छन्. स्टिल 3 man आर्मी छन् उनीहरु. 4 वटा टिम लुक्स लाइक Trust the process got eliminated as well.
Up a little bit more as well.
3v1 को स्थिति Orange Rock मा एकजना मात्र बाँकी छ है.
Every time we do watch them, they have pretty decent fights coming off of them.
4 वटा टिम बाँकी.
Esports, though, like you said, can be very happy with the result, regardless of what happens.
Let's see.
I've had a very good day.
Hey guys, cross your fingers. SOLTISQUAD को लागि. तर they have to move towards the zone. नेपालीलाई यो जोनले कहिले फेभर गर्दैन र मिठो स्प्रे बाइ सोल्टी रुसियन. मिठो डाउन गरेका छन् उनले अगाडि बढिरहेका छन् एग्रेसिभ भइरहेका छन् एकेएम मा स्विच गरेर अगाडि बढेका छन् हाइड्राको लास्ट गाइला हान्ने प्रयास गरेका छन् ओके पालबाट हानेका छन् मिठो डाउन गर्न सफल तर पीएस ले रुसियनलाई डाउन गरेका छन् एजेलाई पनि डाउन गरेका छन् पीएस को वोल्फले अरे भाइ साहब SOLTISQUAD मा लास्ट गाइ रिमेनिङ Portal Esports को 3 जना बाँकी छन्.
That was perfectly placed. He's going to get it.
Oh, मिठो नेट बाइ निमा.
Takes out HYDRA. Now it's
र यसै गरी यहाँ मिठो स्प्रे हान्दै छ. ओके मिठो डाउन.
Not quite able to get it done.
Comes back.
मिठो हानेका थिए सोल्टिकाले तर couldn't secure the kill. तर PS यार 6 किलले चिकन डिनर हाने PS ले तर जीजी निकै नै राम्रो SOLTISQUAD को निकै नै राम्रो गेम भएको थियो यो चाहिँ हैन. Look at those kills.
With 14 kills in the game. Beautiful stuff.
तर जीजी यार मिठो हानेको थियो उले मिठो नेट गरेका थिए. न त्यो एकदमै राम्रो थियो यो अफ कोर्स अब लास्ट टाइममा 1v3 को स्थिति भयो के PS को होल स्क्वाडै थियो.
Orange Rock obviously has some experience from the last split.
But GG's
Team India back then, so a lot of these teams Indian
यो गेम सक्यो.
so they're really having a good time right
तर किल चाहिँ मिठो हानेका छन् SOLTISQUAD ले. ओ यो किल पनि दामी थियो फ्री फायर कस्तो मिठो फ्री फायर हानेका.
Perhaps after feeling a little bit more confident about playing this
tournament,
this was this mad grenade as it came through the window.
That was a perfectly timed nade, perfectly cooked, and there was no way to dodge that one.
I sue Sagar brother पनि आउनु भएछ र. Not bad brothers.
Right through the little the boarded up window. Really good.
Sexy panda
The only nade that I've seen that was.
र TDB का brother हुनुहुन्छ.
I don't know if you caught the global
तर
finals.
सोल्टी उसको यस्तो के PS ले यताबाट उस गर्यो हैन. हेर न यहाँ उले डाउन गर्न सफल भएको थियो तर उलाई चाहिँ दुईटाले फायरिङ गरे के. Thank you V6 for subscribing. Thank you guys. Thank you सबैजनाले.
That's my favorite nade that I've ever seen in PUBG.
It was the fact that he survived.
अब एकचोटी यो किल पोइन्ट्सहरु हेर्दिम किल्सहरु उस देखाउँदैन.
And then even after that Mortal actually was able to come in and res him. So a crazy
तर लास्ट टाइम गएर जे भयो नि मिठो भएको थियो.
I think so. Yeah. So to a certain degree though,
almost
really nice nade.
Very close.
Okay. We'll see if something can top it later on. But we do now have the rank scores up there.
Oh, 14 kill points, placement points, 28 had
only getting the 14 placement points.
Portal Esports at 26 points. Let's chicken dinner.
With the chicken dinner right at the top of the scoreboard. So nice turn up for SOLTISQUAD. They'll be happy with that one. HYDRA as well near the top, and everyone on this page should be pretty happy with their situation. I think trusted process. Yeah, they placed 5th and didn't get any kills, which will leave them on 7 points. Orange Rock only with 1.
Thank you, Ramesh Uncle, for subscribing. Thank you for support. Chicken
certainly be right.
Yeah, they've just had a really nice day overall.
त्यही हो नि त किल पोइन्ट र त्यो पोइन्टले गर्दा उस भएको के
They went 2-2-1.
त्यही भएर उस गर्नु पर्छ.
So 6th, sorry. So
well, 4th place in the game. If that makes sense.
Yep, Navin brother. त्यो उसको चाहिँ मिठो गरेको थियो उले नक मिठो स्प्रेमा नक र एकेएम स्विच गरेर गएका थिए.
Okay, so it's nice to see. Just to explain there, of course, it's not SOLTISQUAD at 16.
कडा तर मिठो राम्रै भयो जोस. Of course, चिकन डिनर चाहिँ नेपाली टिमले खान सकेनन्. आज र गेम चाहिँ जस राम्रै थियो.
They can also be the best and the worst.
Let's see अब उनीहरुको चाहिँ अब यो फाइनल हुन्छ. Orange Rock ले चाहिँ 3टा चिकन डिनर हानेको रहेछ. X-Spark ले चाहिँ 2टा.
Going into this next game, 189. Nice to see. 101
Look at those points here.
Triple digits there. 8 minutes played. But Entity Gaming, despite only playing 7, they're still on the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, I mean this is what I'm talking about. They're all in all
having. त्यो लिस्ट चाहिँ अहिले अपडेट त भएको छैन होला.
Despite they didn't have a very good day today, but what they did do is, despite all the issues they had, they made it up into the upper echelons of the leaderboards, right? So good job to them. SOLTISQUAD obviously coming up the leaderboard now with 77 points. Orb official now with 74, so really happy with this team.
Rank 9 मा पुगेछ SOLTISQUAD.
Showing us that killing power can get you on that leaderboard too.
IND just
Soul
quietly
पनि
going along
12th मा
as
पुग्यो यार.
Can't ignore them. Soul, they're up in 12th. That's nice to see them pick that one up. Of course, 74 points for them. They should be pretty happy with that. That's
it's been a good day.
It's a little bit less than the 10-point average that they wanted to see, but still, they're about 6 points short of that.
Standing
I'm really interested to see where Portal Esports are currently standing because they must be on the next leaderboard.
भोलि चाहिँ अब उसको छ है.
You'd imagine after a pretty decent day that they have currently had.
भोलि ग्रुप ए र ग्रुप बी को छ. ग्रुप डी मा चाहिँ हाम्रो फेरि एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स को फेरि भोलि नै म्याच रहेछ. एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स र ट्रस्ट र प्रोसेस को फेरि भोलि नै छ. र ग्रुप ए मा चाहिँ द डिस्ट्रोयर र हाइप. भोलि चाहिँ 4 वटा नेपाली स्क्वाड को पनि रहेछ. ग्रुप ए र डी इफ आई एम नट रङ. ग्रुप ए र डी र ए र डी को चाहिँ भोलि नै हुन्छ होला.
And we don't have much time left. Only 2 more days of the group stage ahead of us.
Well, 4 more games to reach.
ए र सी रे. ए र सी हैन.
So things are a little bit dicey here and there. Anyway, guys.
हैन ए र डी हो. ए र सी को त अस्ति भएको. आज बी र डी को हो. भोलि ए र डी को हो. अनि त्यसपछि बी र सी को चाहिँ लास्ट.
If you guys also want to play some PUBG Mobile.
Okay, ल. भोलि चाहिँ हाम्रो 4 वटा नेपाली स्क्वाड हुन्छ.
You can download the game on the Google Play App Store as well as the iOS App Store. And if you want to
हिजो हैन अस्ति भएको. हिजो बी र डी को भएको. हैन what the fuck am I talking? हिजो ए र सी भएको, आज बी र डी को भएको, भोलि चाहिँ ए र डी को हुन्छ.
So until then guys, we will see you later. Goodbye. Good night.
ल गाइस त्यति नै हो जस्तो छ. आज यहाँ यिनीहरूले चाहिँ त्यो किल पोइन्टहरु देखाउला भनेर देखाएन हैन यताउता. तर मैले चाहिँ अघि यहाँ हेरिरहेको थिएँ. हो यहाँ के यो छ नि. You guys can check. यसमा चाहिँ सबै अपडेट गरेको हुन्छ है. यसमा हेर्न सक्नुहुनेछ हैन लिडर बोर्डहरु यताउता सबै. आजको म्याच वाला चाहिँ अहिले अपडेट भएको छैन. तर ग्रुप ए भर्सेस बी को, सी भर्सेस डी को, ए भर्सेस सी, बी भर्सेस डी चाहिँ आज भइहाल्यो हैन. भोलि चाहिँ ए भर्सेस डी हुन्छ. यहाँ ए भर्सेस डी मा ग्रुप ए र ग्रुप डी मा कुन कुन छ भन्ने यहाँ सब देखाएको हुन्छ. सो यु गाइज क्यान सी एलिमेन्ट्रिक्स र ट्रस्ट र प्रोसेस चाहिँ ग्रुप डी बाट खेल्दैछन् भन्देखि हाम्रो ग्रुप ए बाट चाहिँ टिम हाइप र द डिस्ट्रोयर. भोलि चाहिँ हाम्रो 4 वटा नेपाली टिम खेल्नेछन्. र त्यही हो. अब भोलि फेरि वाच पार्टी गर्छु होला. लेट्स होप. भोलि चाहिँ 4 वटा छन्. 4 जनाले 4 वटैमा चिकन डिनर हान्न सक्यो झन् कडा हुन्छ. जिजिज यति भन्दै आजको स्ट्रिम यही अफ गर्दै बेस्ट अफ लक.